Hello and welcome to the Watchalong. My name is Joe, this is Jay. We are about to witness Manchester United versus AC Milan in the round of 16 of the Europa League. Jay, excited?
This is the most important European competition.
This is it.
Forget about that other two-bit one. This is where the magic's happening. Eh?
Rubbish.
Milan
Rubbish.
versus United. If that's not an elite European fixture, what is?
Exactly. Make sure you stick around for the Watchalong. We're going to have me, we're going to have Jay, we're going to have Adam Mckola on that. But before that, let's check out some of your predictions. Now, you can send in your video predictions every single game to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. Just film yourself on your phone and email it to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. Tell us what you think the score is going to be. Here are a few of your predictions now.
Welcome to Stretford, Paddock. I'm Ronaldo Brown and I'm back with another pre-match prediction for the AC Milan game this evening, and I've gone back and forth since yesterday about this one. I did say 2-0 yesterday on the preview that we did with me, Jay and Joe, but I think I'm going to revise that a little bit. I think it'll be a little bit tighter. I think it'll be 2-1. I think we get the job done. I think we scrape it, but I think going into the second leg at the San Siro, I think the game's still going to be in the balance, but I really hope to see a Greenwood goal tonight, and that's what I'm hoping for more than anything. But I think we definitely get the result, but I think the job won't be quite done yet in the first leg.
So it's match day, Europa League, and this one feels a bit like a Champions League tie, doesn't it? United, AC Milan. To be honest, I don't know much about AC Milan. I've not really followed up on them. I don't know how they're doing, what they're like. But I feel that we beat City. I thought we played quite well, although I did think City were probably a bit unlucky to not score, but I still think we were the better team that game. So if we can beat them, probably one of the best teams in Europe at the moment, why can't we beat Milan? So I'm going to go for... It depends who's in goal. If Hendo's in goal, I'm going to say 2-0. If De Gea's in goal, I'm going to say 2-1.
James here for Stretford. Paddock. United are in action then tonight against AC Milan in the Europa League. A bit of a, sort of fallen giant this one against Milan. United obviously played them in the Champions League in 2007 and 2010, and they lost in 2007, but won in 2010. Hopefully United can recreate that performance tonight. I think it's a bit sad really that both of these teams are playing in the Europa League, but that's kind of where both of these teams are at the minute. Milan, a bit like United, have had issues with ownership and it's not looking great for them either, but they are doing well in Serie A this season for the first time in quite a while, so things are looking up for them. United have to be careful, of course, of Ibrahimović if he is playing, of course.
What's good? My name's John. This is the Paddock Matchday prediction. Manchester United face AC Milan. At home, we need to make sure that we don't concede any away goals to make the next fixture a lot more easier, because they're injury-ridden. We're only missing a couple of players, and we should take advantage of this. Should be, I say, a walk in the park. But football's football. There's no guarantees. But I will go with a 4-0 slapping. Let's go. Let's have this, boys.
So I think today's going to be a hard game, mainly because I think AC Milan, despite their injuries, are actually playing really well. Ibrahimović obviously was carrying them with goals originally, but they're still scoring, they're still creating chances. The defence is still going to be pretty much solid. Diallo fills in very well for the injured Fernandes. And their midfield and everyone else seems to be alright. They've got players who've stepped up during the Champions League. You've got Brahim Diaz, Rafael, John-Peter Haag, who obviously want to play really well because they play Manchester United. That's the thing. It's a team coming to United trying to prove a point. So hopefully United can win and United can get the advantage in this tie. But I think it's going to be a lot harder than a lot of people think. So I'm going to say it's going to be 2-1, but a hard fought 2-1.
Alright lads, it's Adam from Back Post again. So we've got Milan tonight. Now, I'd made a video last week saying that this should be pretty straightforward for us. They've not got Ibra. I'm guessing Delot can't play. So they're missing some key players there. And we're in great form ourselves. You know, that win at City will do as well for this game. So I'm looking forward to it. To put a score in it, I think we'll concede. But I think we'll outclass them in the attacking front, so I'm going to say 3-1 United. Come on.
So we got through to the next round of the Europa League and we're facing AC Milan. Not going to lie, I am a little bit nervous about this one, especially looking at their form across the season, especially in Serie A. They have tripped up a few times, but on the whole they've been pretty good. So yeah, I'm hoping that we can still get a win from this one. I'm confident that we'll have a good game. We've got to come out strong, especially after that derby victory. Spirits should be high. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory. Hoping we'll get a clean sheet, but I'm not too sure with AC Milan. So yeah, 2-1, and I think the person that will score both goals is Mason Greenwood.
Goal scorers, anyone's picking it. You got to go with Fernandes at the moment. He's scoring a goal. He seems to be scoring most of our goals. As for our strikers, I'm not too sure if we're going to get a goal from them. But yeah, as long as we get a couple of goals, I'll be happy. 2-0 Henderson, 2-1 De Gea, but let's hope it's Henderson. It's 2-0.
I think they're a better team on paper, United, but we've seen in European competition before, United have struggled against the likes of Copenhagen and other weaker sides that you think United probably should get a result against. I think the performance against Real Sociedad before was a massive improvement, actually. I think that was quite reassuring that United can really hold their own against pretty good sides. So hoping for a good win tonight. I'm going to say 2-0 to United.
Buonasera, Stretford Paddock. This is Sam Spanner from the United Forever podcast, and this is my score prediction versus AC Milan. I think we're going to win by maybe 1 or 2, but I think Pastor Fred can get both. He's due a goal, and once he scores, we can celebrate, not with the Vuvuzela from the World Cup in South Africa, was it? Nah. Let's get out some of Joe Smith's mayonnaise from the fridge and shake it up and down like on Late Night Live.
Manchester United are facing AC Milan in the Europa League. Man United and AC Milan have always had top half clashes in recent years, particularly in the Champions League. They're both now in rebuild and looking to see what the future holds. So United, I reckon they'll play a full strength side, coming off the back of a great result against Manchester City. AC Milan, they are a good side, gutting to not see Zlatan play. My score prediction for the game, I'm going for a 2-1 United win. Come on, United.
Hi guys, coming in with my prediction for the AC Milan-Manchester United game. United's defensive form has been almost immaculate, 5 clean sheets in our last 6 games, and with Zlatan Ibrahimović, former United player, potentially going to be unavailable, it's hard to look past United. We do have our own injury concerns, obviously, with Marcus Rashford and such, but I do think United will pull through. I think the defensive work has been great of late, but I do think AC Milan will find a goal, but I back United to come through in the first leg with a 2-1 win.
Paddock match day. Notch here. Now it's worth remembering that before the City game, we were looking at this month of fixtures with doom and gloom. Oh, we can't score goals. Oh, we can't create chances. And soon enough after City, we were all doing the Stephen Howson bucket hat dance. So let's go into this Europa game with a bit of confidence. Milan are obviously a huge name, and our head-to-head record with them shows 5 wins and 5 defeats. So here's a chance to edge ahead. And better than that, Zlatan's back. The legend of 2016-17 with 2 trophies. He's coming back to Old Trafford. So this is going to be really difficult. What's that? He's injured. Oh, well, we'll win 3-0 then. Trust the Notchster.
So those were your predictions. If you didn't have a chance to send us one, you can get involved in the chat, in the comments. Let us know even what you think the result will be against AC Milan tonight. There are other videos as well on the channel that you may want to check out, including Premier League Piss Take with him and Adam Mckola absolutely rinsing the football world, the Premier League football world. If you've not had a chance, here's a little clip to check it out.
Sterling then, it is getting to the point, I heard Manchester City fans saying yesterday he shouldn't even play against Man United anymore because he cannot get past Wan-Bissaka. How mad is that? One of their best players, and their own fans don't want him to play against us because Wan-Bissaka's got him in his pocket, and nothing sums up what Sterling does against Wan-Bissaka. Quite like this video.
Oh, you smashed my windscreen! You broke me fucking screen!
That is so bad. That's so much worse than I thought it'd be.
I don't get the correlation between that and Sterling and Wan-Bissaka. How has this ended up in this video? Why are you showing me that? I feel concerned for that poor fella. Why is his mate laughing at him? And why the fuck does he care about his windscreen? He just smashed your mate's face. That is...
You know what? I'm glad it broke his fucking screen because it serves him right for being a dickhead to his mate.
No, but I feel he's the kind of mate that will now be forced to pay for that windscreen.
Mate, you owe me 80 quid.
And he'll do it?
Yeah, he will.
He'll get the auto fucking glass repair.
That is Raheem Sterling running into Wan-Bissaka, I believe is the metaphor there, Adam.
Here on the channel, all of our podcasts are available for audio listeners as well. If you're on the go, if you're in the car, if you're doing a school run like I am and you haven't got time to be looking at your phone and getting in trouble for doing that when you might be driving a car full of kids, you can listen to it instead.
Your own kids.
Your own kids, obviously. Otherwise, that would be a bit weird unless you're a babysitter, of course. We are on Spotify, we are on Audio Boom, we are on iTunes. There's a link there in the description so you can check out that, including as well the news. We've had a lot of news this week. Here's a little clip from the news yesterday when it broke that United have got some new appointees.
Technical whiz
kid negotiators. Check that out.
And this is it's a bit of breaking news. It's live breaking news. Manchester United have made the announcement. I don't know if you've heard of it. I probably have. You clicked on the thumb. I'm guessing you know what's going on. They've made the announcement that we've appointed a football director and a technical director. Manchester United, I'm just going to read through a little statement that's come out from Manchester United, and then, of course, we'll get into your comments. Let us know what you think about this. We'll get into a bit of a background over the appointees, because there's two appointments. One you may know a lot about, the other one you may not know quite as much about, but don't worry about that. We're going to have you covered. We're going to go into all the background and details about these appointments. Hit like, give us a like on this video. Let us know you're out there. Give us a like. We appreciate that. And get involved in the comments, like I said, and let us know what you think about this. So I'm going to read this statement out, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat. Manchester United appoints John Murtagh as football director and Darren Fletcher as technical director. Manchester United is pleased to announce the promotion of John Murtagh to football director and Darren Fletcher to technical director, two new roles that will further strengthen the club's football operations. It says here, John will have overall leadership and responsibility for operations and strategy across all football functions, reinforcing the strong foundation already in place.
Very nice work indeed on the news there, Jay. Big news that really, isn't it, I suppose? Whether you like it or you don't like it, some big changes happening behind the scenes at Manchester United.
I do change my hoodies now and again as well, before anyone comments. Just to let you know.
2 days.
Like, you'll see that later. You know what I mean? I've got a spare one. I'll change that.
Yeah, you better switch that out.
I changed my t-shirt underneath. That's the main thing.
Great. If you want to follow Stretford Paddock on TikTok, make sure you do. We're putting all sorts of TikTok content out there now. Got to keep up with the kids, Jay. Simple as that, isn't it, mate?
I mean, even I'm getting involved. Even at 41 years old,
Grandad
I'm
over
on
here.
TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Can do a TikTok.
They made me do it. That's all I'm going to say.
Again, make sure you send your video predictions to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. But now it's time to hand over to the one, the only, Alex Bagley with some fella called Stephen Howson for the watch-along, Manchester United against AC Milan. Here we go.
Jay here for I was going to say full-time Devils there.
It's been a while since you've done that one, Jay.
Can we start again? No, we can't. It's live.
Yeah.
Jay here for Stretford Paddock, not full-time Devils. We used to be called full-time Devils, but now we're Stretford Paddock. Joining me, as always, for the pre-match show is Alex Baggers. As you may have noticed, I was telling lies there because I said it was Stephen Howson.
It's not, it's Jay.
It's not, it's me. It's me and Baggers. So, you know, you get enough Steve in your life. Don't worry about it. We'll be back soon. Don't start panicking if people in the comments going, where's Steve? What's going on? Why are you saying full-time Devils? Why is Stephen Howson not going? It's all going wrong. But don't panic. It's me and Baggers.
There, Jay.
We've got a new member, DZAYYY. Welcome to the academy, brother.
We're doing loads on the membership soon now.
Yeah, we've got some. We've got a new membership video coming out tomorrow. Got some discounted merch over on the membership site. We're going to do a new giveaway as well. So if you've not checked out the membership, please do. We appreciate all your support. How are you, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I like that t-shirt, by the way. It's nice. All these tricky reds. It's available
good
as well, mate. It's all happening now.
Available,
Don't you worry about that.
Available.
Hey? People in the comments quickly as well saying the United way, saying what's good, Jay and Alex. Floating Man says, where's Steve? Steve's not here today. He'll be back tomorrow, don't fret. Santa Knox says, where's Jay? He's here. And also Connor Allen says that t-shirt is brilliant. Yeah, you can go and check out. There's a link in the description if you want to check out some of the merch we've got available. Hit like as well. Give us a like the video. Manchester United taking on AC Milan.
We are. Team news out very, very shortly. It's weird with the Europa League and Champions League. They come out, it's not an hour like it's Premier League. Dead simple. They make it
Team out now, someone's saying in the comments.
Out now.
Is that true?
That could be true.
We'll find out if it is. Baggers will give it you.
If it is true, we get our team news from the One Football app, don't we?
We do. And then you can see
this one right there.
There it is. You can get, right,
pretty much everything you need as a football fan from the One Football app. We've been going mad on it in the office. We've all been messing about. It's got some AR on it, so you can be like you're in the studio, moving the pieces about and all that sort of stuff.
Stats and everything.
Hey, you know, we love our stats here at Stretford Paddock. Also gives you the latest news. One thing I'm into is this, what was just on your screen then.
The rumour rater.
The rumour rater. So when I'm outside Old Trafford giving you guys the updates on transfer news and transfer stories and transfer rumours, you can go on there as well. They'll give you updates. Also, there you can see, look at that. We've had hours of fun with this.
Hours
they are. Literally hours. Perhaps we should have gone with a bit of work actually now. Who work for instead of saying full-time Devils. But yeah, you can see there, it's got all that stuff as well. During the game, it gives you match updates. It's not just about Manchester United as well. Obviously, it's about other teams. You can go and click on any game that's going on, any team that's going on. I mean, obviously, you want to know about United, don't you?
Then you get the stats on David De Gea and all that kind of stuff.
Right, there you go.
It's quality.
It is quality, isn't it? Because like you say, we've all been getting involved, we've all been looking at it. It's great for your news, it's great for all your analysis as well. If you're someone like Stephen Howson who loves his stats and his analysis, and also the sort of technologies there with the AR and all that other stuff. I mean, it's got it on One Football. It's pretty much what it says on the tin, innit? Everything under one app.
Click the link in the description and that will take you straight through to download it. The United team is out. We've got in goal.
Go on, hit me with it.
Dean
brother.
Henderson in goal.
Controversial.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bailly, Harry Maguire, and Alex Telles as the back four. Any surprises there for you?
Did you say Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
Yes.
I think I picked that back five, except I had Williams in for Wan-Bissaka.
In midfield, McTominay and Matic as the holding two. Then Mason of Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Dan James, and Anthony Martial.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me that front four with no Cavani and no Marcus Rashford kind of picks itself.
It's literally Spurs. It's all we've got without going into the E team, isn't it? It's all our attackers we've got left. They're the ones fit, so they're the ones that have been playing. On the bench, Bishop, Grant, Lindelof, Luke Shaw is on the bench. There was a few rumours that he might have been in the squad, but Luke Shaw's on the bench. Twanzebe, Williams, AMAD, Fred, and Shaw Rattire on the bench.
So are you going with the AMAD or not the Diallo then?
I've just gone off what this app says to me, so I've gone AMAD.
So when you're talking though with your mates, like me and you were friends, when you were talking and you said, like I said, I want Diallo to start.
Diallo.
That's how I say it.
Diallo.
Diallo. Or would you say I want AMAD?
To be honest, maybe just say AMAD Diallo, cover both bases.
It's like, you don't say the full name, you don't say, oh, look, Lee Grant's on the bench.
Have you ever heard someone call Harvey Barnes Harvey or Barnes? It's always Harvey Barnes. It always is. It's always Harvey Barnes. This should go around Twitter. There's loads of some footballers, you never hear them just being called the surname or the first name. It's always.
Do you know what? He was veering towards that sometimes.
Go on.
Marcus Rashford.
You never say Rashford?
Like, always, a lot of people say Marcus Rashford. Yeah, or Marcus. We always say Marcus like we know him. We don't. Well, Steve kind of does. But it's like we always say Marcus, don't we? Like because we love him. But yeah, Marcus Rashford. I know it's a lot of people do that as well.
Loads of people do it together. But yeah, that is the starting lineup for Manchester United.
Floating Man says, is Harvey Barnes a Marvel character? 22 says Dan James. 22 also says Armadillo. Oh, right, I get it, yeah. Kushagawa Awashi says, bye. Yeah.
Good to see everybody starting.
Sorry, go on.
I think he's going to play a lot of these games. I think he'll probably play all these kind of cup games coming up. I think that Lindelof showed at the weekend how good he is against teams like Man City. Played very, very well. But I think, rotating those two in, I think that's going to happen. And Harry Maguire is going to play every game.
Harry Maguire. Who are they playing against?
They're playing AC Milan. Have a look at the AC Milan team.
So smart, aren't you? With your funny Saki answers, They're playing AC Milan, Jay, in the Europa League.
AC Milan. The AC Milan lineup.
I'm guessing there's not going to be a lot of players I know, if I'm being brutally honest.
Of course there will be, you'll know them all.
Yeah, go on.
In goal,
yeah.
Donnarumma. Yeah.
I think she lives down the road from us.
Diogo Dalot, you'll know him as well.
Oh, I've heard of him.
He's at left back.
Yeah, decent him. Won us that penalty in Paris.
Romagnoli, Tomori on loan from Chelsea, is at centre half as well.
Yes, you're right. I know him.
Kalulu at right back. Mate, Krunic, and Kessie in midfield. They've got Castillo, Leao, and Jay. You need to have a go at this one. I'm not going to have a go at it.
Hold it out for me.
Number 56, have a look.
Number 56, that's
left wing.
Alexis Salamakers. Yeah?
Salamakers.
Forgive me, Alexis, if I've just butchered your name there, and forgive us AC Milan if between me and Baggers we've absolutely destroyed the pronunciation of those names. But you get the gist. It's not a vintage AC Milan team, that is it? If
not in the slightest, no.
You know, I mean, this isn't a vintage era for AC Milan, considering the success.
It's not a vintage Manchester United team, either, really.
Well, I look at that 11, and I don't know a lot about it, but obviously they're missing Zlatan.
Do you want the other news, Jay?
Go on.
I think I've read out the wrong team there. That was from an unreliable source. This is the AC Milan team. Donnarumma, Calabria, Tomori, Kier, Diallo, Krunic, Messi, Casey. Most of them are right. Salamakers, Leao, and Diaz.
That's right. It's all up here. Most of it is.
Most of it is. There you go.
That's all right then. Most of it's right.
Most of it's right. It's
Don't
fine.
worry.
The United team's right. Of course it is. But unreliable sources. Never trust them. That was the new AC Milan team. But again, like you said, do you know Man United team? There you go. That's the Manchester United lineup. That's what you really wanted to know. That is who Man United have gone with.
That's your own fault for going on Twitter for your team news.
Rather than the One Football.
Well, you go on the One Football, you got the right team news, but you couldn't help yourself. Go on Twitter, see what's going. Who's got the team news earlier? No, it's not just about being first. It's about being right.
It's being right.
Hey.
That's right though. That one right there, the Manchester United team, as you can see there. If you want to have a look at it in AR, go over to our Instagram. Them lot upstairs are having a mess about, aren't they?
They're messing about.
They're messing about. They'll have a look at it
as usual.
Click the link in the description or have a swipe up on Instagram. You can have a look at the One Football app.
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think of that team. Give us your predictions as well. We heard some predictions earlier. We want to hear from your predictions. Let us know what you think about this team that is set up and against our opponents as well. Is this going to be an easy evening, do you feel, for Manchester United? Or do we need to be wary about that and also be conscious of the fact that any AC Milan team is going to have a bit about them, aren't they? Because they are that sort of they are that sort of club. Cameron S says, Jay, can you tell us the video game Alex's shirt is inspired by? I think you can work it out.
Can you?
Is it? I'm not down with the kids.
You're
video
down with
game.
the kids.
Yeah, it's one of those ones, isn't it, where you go around bashing up people, and nicking cars, otherwise known as being scouse. Anyway, big night potentially for Anthony Martial. He had a good game at the Etihad, didn't get his goal. Leading the line tonight, it's probably his favourite position, number 9.
Yep.
Do you think he, not the pressure's on, I think that's a bit melodramatic, but he could do with a goal, couldn't he?
He could, and especially with no Cavani on the bench even, no Marcus Rashford in the squad, which we were all expecting after the injury at the weekend. He's the experienced forward in not only the starting lineup, but in the team. There isn't anybody else who's in our as a striker that's got any more experience than Anthony Martial. He needs to step up a little bit tonight. You can't be relying on Dan James and Mason Greenwood to be the ones getting you goals. Nights like this, he's going to need to be the one that steps up and tries to get some goals. And he's desperate for a goal. He's due a goal. Like I said, great performance at the weekend against Manchester City. In terms of his hold-up play, link-up play, would have been better if he'd have finished that one-on-one. And I'm hoping he gets one of them tonight.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, he's everything apart from his finish was spot on at the Etihad. And we need Anthony Martial. You look at today, we've got injuries. And even without injuries, we need him. When we've got injuries to our strikers, we certainly need him. In a super chat, Subaroto Malik says, please give a shout out to my dad, Maniac, who's watching the United game after 10 years with me. Last time he watched, we had Park Ji-sung even. Sorry, I can't even pronounce one of my favourite players. Score in this tie. So when was that?
That'll have been
2007.
2010.
Well, is that the Beckham one?
Yes.
When with Beckham was on the pitch as well.
How things have changed for both them teams since then. How good we were then.
Yeah.
And even 2010 when we'd lost Ronaldo the season before, we ended up playing them. And we were still that team was still pretty good, wasn't it? And then now we've not quite got the same thing about us. And then at the same time, AC Milan have gone from having Ronaldinho, Beckham, Kaká, all them kind of players in the team to a team that you don't know many of the players, which is a big shock.
No, yeah, you're right. It's a little bit of a fall from grace for both clubs. You look at Manchester United. 10 years ago, we were, one of the best clubs, the best teams in Europe. AC Milan, historically, have always been one of the best teams in Serie A and one of the best teams in Europe. Haven't they won something stupid like 9 Champions Leagues or something daft?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're one of the most...
It's 7.
Is it 7? Whatever it is, it's a lot. But they've obviously fallen behind the likes of Juve and Inter Milan in recent years, just as we've... struggled to stay atop of the Premier
Are
League.
you a little bit disappointed that Zlatan's not playing? In terms of, obviously, not disappointed because he's a very good player and has scored a lot of goals for them, but you're a little bit disappointed that he's not there in terms of a little bit. Obviously, can't welcome him back because of with no fans there, but a little bit of him coming back to Old Trafford. It'd been nice to see him come back to Old Trafford in some capacity, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'd probably be more bothered if the fans were in the ground.
Yeah.
Because like he'd be coming back to what some people from the press and the coaching staff. So, and also, you know, they're probably not as good without him. So, if we were there, you'd probably get a warm reception. Well, I think he'd get, a very good reception because he's a bit of a cult hero in his line. Came in, won us a couple of trophies, scored some good goals, and then sort of went, probably stayed a little bit longer than he needed to, and then left after that.
Yeah.
So, he'd get a good reception from the fans. I'd give him probably a smattering of applause.
Yes.
But without the fans there, it doesn't bother me too much. On that front, CJ Legend 89 says, we shouldn't zonal mark, especially when you're dealing with Zlatan. Man mark him, no excuses. Well, he's not here today.
He's not
so
here.
I have to worry about that. I get where you're coming from, the zonal marking, though. I'm not a big fan.
Eric Bayer versus Zlatan would have been a good laugh today.
Oh, yeah, they had a bit of a...
They always had a bit...
little comedy duo relationship.
Comedy
two,
duo. It'd have been good to see them trying to mark each other. It'd probably end up in a scrap, to be honest, wouldn't it?
Ross Murphy says second leg he might be available. Potter says...
Let's get it done before then.
I know.
2 or
Potter.
3-0.
Kids love Potter. Says, I kind of wish Zlatan was playing. The real Clammy says, I would have loved to see Ibra versus Cavani. In the super chat, JH Gaming says, love the channel, fellas. Prime Kaká or Ronaldinho? I'll let you answer that one. To AC Milan legends.
Prime Kaká was very, very good.
That game in 2007.
He was the one before. He was the best player in the world, and he was. I think he'd have done very, very well in the Premier League. I'd probably have Kaká. I think Ronaldinho was quality. Yeah. I'd have had Kaká in my team, but Ronaldinho was just.
Ronaldinho was just. I think when he was on it, he was just unreal. He was an entertainer as well. Man.
He was.
He was just some of his skills and tricks were just. And he played like El Clasico, like he was playing in the street with his mates. I would love to have seen him and Rooney playing together.
Should have happened, shouldn't it?
I know. Well, Peter Kenyon. Don't start us off on that.
We chose Carrick over him. What did he ever do? We paid for Michael Carrick the same we should have paid for Ronaldinho. Stupid idea. Didn't work out that bad.
People are loving that question, getting involved. The real Clammy says Ronaldo, what a player. Ronaldinho, what a player. JH Gaming says Ronaldinho all day long. Tim Forbes says Ronaldinho was finished at AC Milan. McLaren CT says Ronaldinho was the most entertaining player of all time. I think you'll find that, Danny Welbeck, but you're not far wrong. Get involved in the comments. Let us know your score predictions. You've seen the team. Anthony Martial up top. We've also got Bruno Fernandes in there, Dan James, Mason Greenwood. It's not the strongest United team, but I think it's a relatively strong United team.
Look, it's as strong as they can put out. That front four is as good as we've got available. No Van der Beek, no Pogba, no Marcus, no Cavani. There's not many. There's no one else you can really choose. I'm sure there'll be people going, why are the youngsters not playing? Maybe AMAD would have got a start, maybe Shura Ture, but very, very, very young players. They're not just going to come in and do a job against still a big opponent in AC Milan.
Cillian Murphy says, Jay, if Lee Grant scores this season, will you buy a Phil Jones jersey? If Lee Grant scores this season, I'll buy Phil Jones. I wish I could afford him. Can't really. Tom Dobbin says, happy with the rotations of the team? I think you nailed it there, Baggers, because I get the idea of giving youngsters a chance, but you don't want to take too many risks in the first leg as well when you're already missing one or two players.
No, and I think that Ollie definitely wants. He's said it in press conferences, and you can't fully believe what everyone says. But I do think he really wants to win this. He wants to win the Europa League, whether it be the second choice, the Champions League, whatever. He wants to win a trophy. He's picking his probably strongest team he's got at the minute. In terms of he made a couple of rotations, Shaw coming out, Lindelof maybe rotated. No Fred in the team, but there's not much more he could do at the minute. We're not rotating keeper. We've not got any David De Gea. We've not got a Pogba, Van der Beek. We've not got any of our other forwards. So it's as strong as it can be with a little bit of rotation. But I think he really wants to win the Europa League.
Stefan Johan Johnstad says, Jay's favourite sayings, I get where you're coming from and I totally agree with you. Weird how you always agree with others. Love the channel, guys. Don't always agree with us, to be honest with you. I tried to see both sides of the argument before deciding that I'm right. But no, I mean, by and
he
large,
does his arguing on Twitter instead of doing it with.
Do you know what? I've calmed it down a little bit on Twitter. It was getting a little bit too much. It was getting in the way of my life, so I've not been arguing as much recently. But I'll try and pick it up a little bit. Silly Murphy says, Jay, hate to break it to you, but Lee Grant scored in trading, so you have to buy Phil Jones now. Right, okay, well, that's that then. Has anyone got a spare £3? MIA, Gakale, I know, I like Phil Jones, I'm being harsh on him. Ronaldinho or Nani, who was more entertaining?
I like Nani.
I like Nani, but come on, let's not get silly with this. Do hit the like button. Let's get to 500 likes before we get up to the watch along. For the watch along, you'll have myself, you'll have Joe, you'll have Adam Mckola will be here as well. Adam Sweeney in the chat says, lads, I can see no goals from today from United. I hope not, but people don't realise how important Rashford is to this squad. He is very important, isn't he? He's got a lot of goals, a lot of assists, seems to be one of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's favourite players. He plays him pretty much every week, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do think there's some. I think that is a bit of my worry tonight. Is scoring goals. Is that AC Milan may sit in a little bit and kind of try and get through to the second leg. It's important we don't concede an away goal. That's one of the main things. That's kind of the way this system's kind of working. If we can get to the second leg without them scoring, we're probably in a better position than if we were 2-1 up compared to being a 0-0. Probably take that kind of thing going into the next leg in terms of the away goals. I do think that we may struggle tonight. I think City, coming out that fast and doing that, we need to do that tonight. If not, I do see it being a bit of a struggle for United. I do see it being quite cagey. So have to start well. If we can get an early goal, it'll make a massive, massive difference.
Sean Ralph says that T-shirt is fire emoji. Yeah, Bagger's T-shirt there. There's a link in the description. You've got to go and check it out. Ishraq Qureshi says, Jay, if you're such a big fan, what's Danny Welbeck's full name? Bet you don't get it. Isn't it something like Danny Mensa Welbeck? I can't remember. I used to know it. I've forgotten. Forgive me. Yeah. Ross Murphy says Gattuso or Pirlo. If you're a hipster, you'll say Pirlo. If you like someone who gets stuck in and kicks people, you'll say Gattuso, I think, on that one. Yep. Billy O'Neill, here's one for you. Says, is Luke Shaw the best left back in the league at the moment?
On form, yes. But I wouldn't say he's the best left back. I think there are more rounded left back. I do think that.
Because you like Lucas Digne, don't you?
I like Lucas Digne.
I like him as well. He's a good player.
I'd say he's a good player. I think Andy Robertson's a very good player.
Get out of my face, you.
I think out of all.
Mate, he just lost 6 home league games on the spin. How can he be good? He must be rubbish.
He must be rubbish. Yeah, let's say he's rubbish. But I think he's quite good. I think Chilwell on his day is good. I think that they've kind of, changing system stuff hasn't really suited him as much. I think that he's still a very good player. But I think Luke Shaw going forward is very good. And I still think there is gaps in his game. I want him to do very well. I want him to, if he can get over the line with them and become a little bit more well-rounded, I think he'll be there. But at the same time, I do think that there's things he needs to work on, but at the minute he's flying. In that City game at the weekend, he was quality.
Yeah, he was. Give him credit where it's due. I've never been a massive Luke Shaw fan. I thought he played really well until he got his injury. He's been a bit patchy since then, but I think he's having a good spell of form, and I think he did very well, and obviously took his goal well at the Etihad. And if he can continue the way he's been playing, and I think he is up there with any left back in the Premier League, arguably in that conversation for being the best one. Luke H in the super chat says Greenwood brace United 4-1. He's another one, isn't he? Who could probably do with a goal or two.
He could.
He's not been as prolific this season.
He
hasn't.
He was I think that in the last couple of weeks his performances have got a lot better. I think that without getting a goal, he's linked up well. He's looked really sharp, but just not quite. The chance against what was it, Palace the other week, where he kind of hit that one dead early from outside the box. Chances like that were going in last season for him. He's just not had that yet this season. I'm hoping he just kind of gets on a roll again like he did towards the end of last season. If he can get a bit of a run in the team, gets a goal, I think he can do it. But he's definitely due a goal. He was one of the top scorers last year in the Europa League. I think he scored like 3 or 4 in the group stage, didn't he? He was very, very good. Hopefully he can get a few in this one tonight.
100%. Amaya Gakali says, Jay, with the Euros coming up, do you think Ole will keep Bruno in the team or let him play? To be honest with you, I don't know. I mean,
I think Bruno's going to play every minute he's fit.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to rotate him at all. I think that he's so key to how things are going for Man United at the minute, and so key to how we play. Not just in terms of what he does on the ball. I think his pressing is very good. His enthusiasm constantly makes him key. I think that him dragging people around, I think he does it to he does it to Martial a little bit. You can see him when he runs past Martial a couple of times to press.
Yeah.
I think Martial goes, if he can do it, so I can do that as well.
Yeah.
And I think that he's so key to everything we do. I think he's going to play. I think he's proved, we've been worried about, is he going to get burnt out? Is he going to do too much? He's played near enough every minute since he's been in. And touch wood, hasn't had anything injury-wise yet. I think he can do it. I think he's fit enough to do it. And I think Ollie's going to push him all the way to the end. I don't care about the Euros. I really don't. If he can't play for Portugal because he's had a good, we've done well in the league and done well in the Europa League, I really don't care about how he does in the Euros. And I think that Portugal will probably rotate him more than Ollie will. So I'm not that worried.
Mickey Watt says, is David Beckham better at United or Milan, or was David Beckham better at United or Milan? Not even comparable, mate. Honestly, United, he was ridiculous.
He was the best player in the world.
He was
the best player
I
in the
can't
world.
overstate how good David Beckham was for Manchester United. I think people get distracted by his celebrity. And in fact, he was married to a Spice Girl and he wore a sarong and all that other sort of stuff that went on. People think, he was just some sort of pretty boy who occasionally played at football. He was ridiculously good, wasn't he?
I think they kind of...
And by the time he was at Milan, I don't even think he was as good for Real Madrid as he was for Manchester United, let alone Milan.
No, and I think that people kind of see him as this, he just took free kicks and corners and stuff, and that was what he was good at. The work rate that Beckham used to put in, the quality he used to have in every range of passing, whether it be, short pass, keeping things ticking, long passes, switches. The switches of play that we used to do, Beckham used to do constantly, where just from the right wing, just hitting gigs on the other wing constantly. I think United fans probably took that for granted, him doing that so often, so consistently and so well. He was one of I said, 99, 2000, he was the best in the world.
Someone's asking the Milan team. You've got the Milan team there, mate. Do you want to just give us a bit of a rundown? We'll go through the team again. Baggers will go, I'll tell you what. We'll go through. I'll go through United team. You pull up the Milan team, mate. The Manchester United team. Dean Henderson in goal. Obviously, David De Gea has just had a baby and probably wouldn't have started this game anyway, even if he hadn't, because Dean Henderson tends to start most of the cup games. You've got a back four of Alex Telles, Harry Maguire, Eric Bailly and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In your midfield roles, they're sort of sat in front of the defence, although I don't know where they're going to play. Scott McTominay and Nemanja Matic. Then you've got a front four of Anthony Martial leading the line. On the left, you've got Dan James. In the middle, you've got Bruno Fernandes in the sort of number 10 role. And on the right-hand side, you've got that boy Mason Greenwood, who is dynamite, of course. On the subs bench, you've got Bishop, Grant, Lindelof, Tuanzebe, Shaw, Williams, Fred, AMAD, Diallo and Shaw Retire.
So, AC Milan team, Donnarumma, Calabria, Kier, Tomori, who obviously on loan from Chelsea, Diallo at left back on loan from Manchester United, Krunic, Mate and Kessie in midfield, Diaz, Leao and Salamakers up front, and on their bench they have Tonin, Tatarunsanu, Tonali, Castillo, Donnarumma, Cabella and Kalulu as their bench as well. So not the strongest of AC Milan teams. I think they are missing a lot of players as well. They're in probably a worse state than us in terms of what they've got for injuries as well. I think I've seen that obviously Zlatan's out. There was also who was missing it. What was his name? Kali, what's his name? I can never say his name. Turkish lad.
Kalinoglu.
That's the one.
Yeah, the one United were linked with him, weren't we? And apparently, I think it was Christian Falk on this very channel who said that it looked like that deal could happen, that United had made some serious inquiries, but Milan were keen to keep him. Yeah. He's obviously not available.
Well, so there's a few injuries for them.
So they're struggling. In the Super Chat, Absent Duck says, Bex, even from when he played in the Munich testimonial a couple of years back, would still get in today's United side. He's that good. Permanent class. I mean, I don't think he will, but I get where you're coming from. He did that sort of 70-yard pass, didn't he? He got his goal as well. He still can ping them about like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Potter says, how's Diallo doing nowadays? He's doing okay. I think he's played about 10 games for Milan. I think about 4 of them are from the bench.
He's played all the Europa League games.
Has he? Sorry, I might be just looking,
but they haven't played. He hasn't played a lot in the league, which is.
He got a bit of stick, didn't he, against Spezia when they lost 2-0.
Yeah.
The Italian press turned on him, and he was sort of blamed for that shock result.
It's one of them with Diallo because people are going, why hasn't he played for Manchester United? Surely he should be in the squad. Surely he should be competing. But then if you go to a struggling AC Milan team they've not got the deepest of squads, and you aren't getting in that team without anyone, too big of a name in front of you, you kind of go, well, maybe there's something there. Maybe he isn't as good as everyone said. I think technically, Diallo is a very, very good footballer and has shown that for Man United, but there's got to be something there. Whether it's just too early for him, whether he's going to take another 2-3 years to develop into a fullback, I just don't think he's up there. He's anywhere near Wan-Bissaka defensively, and I just don't think he's that much of an improvement in terms of going forward right now to be Manchester United's team. Hopefully he does well for AC Milan and kind of shows himself and can be able to come back and maybe compete. But I'm not too fussed that he's not at Manchester United at this moment in time.
Someone, Aquila Rosa, says Yap or Rio.
Can I have both?
I wish we could.
Can we have both? Because
I wish we could have had them both together.
If we hadn't got rid of Yap Stam,
we'd have won 5 Champions Leagues.
We would have won 5 Champions Leagues. We also wouldn't have had that little dip of not winning 3 in 3 years. The Invincibles would have never happened.
No, not a chance.
So we wouldn't have been talking about
that. We would have won the 2005 FA Cup final.
The thing is, Rio's more in my memory of that's who I see more and can say that. But for Yap Stam to be there for 3 years and win 3 titles and win a Champions League in that time is something else. It's special, that. And there's a reason behind it. I'd say Rio for United in terms of how long he did it for and how good he was for Manchester United over that time, but probably if you compare Rio in 08 and over that 3 years and Yap Stam, you probably go Yap Stam. Honestly, it's that.
All I'm going to say is Yap Stam's the best centre-back I've ever seen in my life. I think he's just a phenomenal centre-back. I think it's one of Fergie's biggest mistakes, and I think Fergie even admitted that, letting him go, he let him go, and he shouldn't have done. And if you look, one of the things that amazes me is, all this talk of the Scousers getting that injury to Van Dijk and how it's ruined their season. Yap Stam only played 15 league games in his final season at United, and we still won the league without the best centre-back in the world, and best centre-back I've ever seen playing for most of that season. But when he played, he was ridiculous. And obviously, 3 seasons in the Premier League, 3 title wins, including a treble as well, the Champions League and FA Cup in the same season. Just a phenomenon. But it's a debate I'm happy to have because Rio Ferdinand was fantastic. Those 2 are my top 2 United defenders. I put Vidic behind those 2. I know most people go for Vidic.
Again, in terms of quality, definitely. I think in terms of an actual centre-back, but Vidic gets up there because of being a captain, tackling people with your head, kind of, all that kind of stuff. The passion, but again, that's what kind of gets him up there. Is that he did that.
People like that, don't they? And they see that, and they're not knocking Vidic as well. He's always going to be in the conversation.
I think that Yap Stam was a bit of a known person coming in. I think Ferdinand was a known. You knew you were getting a very good player, whereas Nemanja Vidic sort of came from being, you sure this man's the right man, to being Manchester United captain and things like that. I think that's what kind of keeps Vidic in that conversation.
Joel Page with one of the best comments ever says, "Hey Jay, you haven't mentioned the Cup Winners' Cup yet. I was saving it, but it's a good point to point out that..."
Did they play AC Milan in that cup run? No?
No. They weren't good enough. Milan weren't good enough for that competition. Only the creme de la creme got into that,
Oh, you got a podcast tomorrow you can talk about.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we'll talk about... Me and Steve will be together tomorrow, so we'll talk about the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final and how it's the greatest achievement by any team in the history of association football. Predictions from you. I missed yours. What did you say you thought the score would be?
I think it's going to be close. I'm going to go 1-0 United. Really close game.
Yeah.
I really think it's going to be.
See, the trouble with that is, right, I get it. I'm not knocking your prediction, obviously. The worry with that is you go into that second leg, don't you, with it still in the balance.
Dodgy.
You know what I mean?
It's not
so
good.
you can't take it for granted.
But it's one of those that I think the away goals thing gets. I've started to really dislike the away goals thing because I don't get how. Like Porto knocked out Madrid last night, not Madrid, Juventus.
Yeah.
One 90 minutes was 2-1, next 90 minutes was 2-1, then it's 1-1 extra time, you decided that Porto go through. It doesn't make, for me, that doesn't make any sense. And I think what's happened now is, instead of it encouraging the away team to score, in the first leg, it's all about, if you're the home team, don't concede. Because when you go to the next leg, if you get a goal, it changes everything. Yeah. And I think Ollie will probably have that in his mind. If he can get out of here with a clean sheet tonight, 1-0, you score it you score again in Milan. They have to score 3, and I think that's probably the attitude he's going to have is let's get 1 goal tonight. Let's not concede. The next leg, if we get an early goal or any kind of goal, that's a massive bonus for us, and they have to score 3 then. So I think that is probably his mindset. I think that with not having a full strength team, I think it's going to be close, but I think we should just about have enough to get the 1 goal.
Ross Murphy in the super chat says, "Good podcast episode with Scotty and James J." Thanks, mate. That's over on Scotty and Marty, where me, Scotty, and James Young were chatting about all the news and all the sort of stuff that's been going on outside the football world, if there is such a thing as anything outside the football world. Betwork says, PSG smashed Barca in the first leg.
Yeah, there is exceptions to the rule. But
There is exceptions to the rule.
But I get where you're coming from, because by and large, a lot of teams do think, we've done it at United. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, just don't concede it at home.
But it used to be a benefit to have. It used to feel like a benefit to be at home for the second leg, whereas I don't think it is anymore. I think it's that first leg is the cagey one. Let's get through that one, and then the next leg is if they've not scored at home or the away goal, we've got 90 minutes. We may have 120 minutes to get more away goals than they have, and that's a massive That's a massive thing, and I think that's where it's a bit dodgy. And I think that it kind of leans to be a cagey.
I don't like us going away first.
No.
We did it against Sevilla, didn't we? 0-0 in Sevilla under Jose. And everyone thought, oh, be all right, that's a decent result.
But that's
they ain't going to beat us at Old Trafford. Or even get a score draw.
That's it. They need to get a score draw gets you through. If you don't score away, it's a massive thing. And I think that's what's the away goal thing for me is just it's
weird,
counterintuitive.
Do you remember when we went to the Bernabeu and we played Real Madrid, Danny Welbeck scored, and we drew 1-1.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, it's a great result, that. Go away Madrid, you got a goal, you didn't lose and all that. And then it came to Old Trafford, and I think it was
1-0 United.
1-0 United, and then you think, well, if Real Madrid score, we still need another goal basically.
Yeah.
Because Real Madrid score, it's all sort of evens then, or even if you get 2 and they get 2.
And then it was that was it. It was a close.
Once they got 2, it was like, well, we need 2 now, so we need to get 3-2 because
And it kills the. I think that's why it just because it used to be. I thought the idea was that the higher seeded team or the benefit team should be the one that's at home second.
Yeah.
That was it. You went through on. That's how they still do it in the Champions League. So if you win your group, you've got the home leg next. But I don't think there's any benefits. I think it's benefit the other way around. I think we've got the better draw against Milan here, because if we can keep them to not scoring tonight, we can go to Milan and go, look, if we get 1 goal, it's a massive advantage. Unless we lose 2-0 there.
Maybe they should do it the way of like the team that scores the most goals out of 2 goes through.
Like in total, doesn't matter whether it's away goals or not.
Maybe that could work. Sounds like a crazy idea, but you never know. It may just work. There's a lot of debate going on here about, is it Evra or Irwin? Someone's saying Irwin, someone's saying Evra. I'd go with Irwin, mate. I love Pat.
Always.
Fantastic, but
always
Irwin. Just so consistent. 8 out of 10 every single week, and now and again he'd throw a 10 in as well. Danny Gray says, I remember how nervous I was in 08 when we drew 0-0 at Barcelona in the first leg. Didn't Ronnie miss a penalty as well?
Yep.
In the post, didn't he? Yeah, mate. Hey, Scholes, he steps up though. Greatest midfielder ever. Well, one of them. I mean, looking into this, in terms of the Europa and where it stands for Ollie, do you feel that this is a competition we should be, not prioritising, I think Lee's always going to be bread and butter, but we should be going for? Because I've always argued the one thing that you want from United is silverware. Yeah, none of this, we finished second and we finished third. I want to see some trophies, man.
I think if we were...
This is one of them trophies.
If we were a couple of points behind City and well within touching distance of that, I think you could sack this off and everyone would be like, sounds all right. And I think that Leicester probably feel that they're in a better position now that they've not got this anymore, because their squad's running thin, and I think that a cup needs to go for them. I don't think they could keep constantly playing. I think they're losing that. But I think for us, relatively comfortable position in the top 4 at this moment in time. It can change very quickly with a few bad results, but we are in a good position. If we win against West Ham at the weekend, I think we're in a very, very good position in terms of getting Champions League football for next season. I think that we need to prioritise a trophy after that. Once we've kind of got, we're going to finish in the top 4 here. Let's go out. Let's push for the FA Cup. Let's push for this. We need some players back for that, though. I think that to be able to compete on these next 2 or 3 fronts, we need the likes of Pogba, Van der Beek. We need Rashford and Cavani all back so that we can rotate a bit and not, we've rotated tonight, but there's no one on the bench to bring on. You've got the 5 subs there. You want to be able to use them and bring on quality for that, which at the minute we've really not got.
I agree. I know what you mean, and it's like that is a bit of an issue when you look at that bench, and it isn't the strongest bench. We've been in positions this season where you looked at our bench and it's been ridiculous.
Yeah,
we've had the likes of Pogba and Martial sat on the bench. You're like, in a league game that you're looking to win, it's not even like you've completely rested everyone. We have had a pretty strong bench, but we're not like that yet. We've got some good youngsters coming through. Obviously, Charlie McNeil's doing bits. A bit too young for him to start, I think.
Do you think he comes in at any point now?
I think next season probably. I think the next sort of... I know Galbraith is David Pritt's favourite. He's raving about him all the time. He wants to see him feature. I know he has. I think he featured in Astana, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, and he's been on the bench.
Yeah,
I think he's not on the bench tonight.
No, I don't think. Yeah, obviously Diallo's a signing. It's a little bit different. I know he's still a youngster, but Shoretere came on, didn't he, the other week?
17 still, isn't he? proper young.
Children.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I think the next obvious one was probably Diallo because of the fact we bought him and maybe Showed Serie because of the fact he's made an appearance. And if you listen to Dave Pritt, which I do, I think Galbraith's not far away. I think the likes of McNeil and Hugill are probably a couple of seasons away. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they get a chance sooner than that. But it's always difficult with striker as well because, I don't know, it's one of those positions in it where you can't sort of... Like, if you come on, say you come on as a cameo as a winger or as a midfielder, you might have a little cameo or whatever, and people just go, yeah, you had a game. You come on as a striker, people just start judging you straight away. Did he score?
A goal.
Has he got an assist?
Yeah,
did he do, how did he get on? Well, what, he's played 40 minutes for United, he even scored, he's rubbish. And I think sometimes you've got to box clever with him. We've seen it in the past, haven't we? Remember like James Wilson we brought in, and he looked like he was a world beater, and he's still at Salford now. Kiko Mckader, he had a storming start to his United career.
But do you think that...
And then he just sort of fell off a cliff.
Do you think McNeil could do that kind of... Mckader played 2 games, what he did in that 2009 season.
Yeah.
Do you think you could get McNeil in to come and do 2
games? I mean, listen,
the thing is, he's flying at the minute, scoring loads of goals.
I'm always wary as well when these youngsters, because, I don't know, maybe it's the dad in me, but I'm like, you don't want them sort of being put in too soon, the confidence taking a knock. I don't think Charlie McNeil suffer with confidence issues, but physically they're not at that level yet. And you're up against big, strong Premier League defenders getting kicked all over the gaff. It can be a little bit of a detriment sometimes if you're rushing those type of players in. So whilst I love seeing youngsters come through, and I think the likes of Hugill and McNeil and all the other players we've mentioned could have a very prosperous future at Manchester United, I just think it's probably a season, if not a little bit longer off, before we'll start seeing them trouble the first team. They've got some important youth games coming up as well, so we'll have to wait and see how they get on with that. Get involved in the comments, hit like if you've not hit like as well. We're going to go over in about 20 minutes, I think we'll go over to the guys. Will be myself, Adam Mckola and Joe Smith, and we're going through the watch-along for Manchester United's round 16, last 16, first leg game against AC Milan in the Europa League. Let us know in the comments what you think the score will be. Let us know what you think of the team as well. The team's out. Are you happy with that? Are you impressed with the way you always got them set up? Mac has just walked past. He's given us a little nod. His boy Martial there leading the line. He'll be happy. Joe, you happy with the team? Very. There you go. Emphatic. Very. He's very happy. If you don't know the team, I'll run through it again. You can see it on the screen there.
By the way, Stretford Paddock, that big car tire.
Yeah, don't you worry about that, mate. You're pushing that, like, you no one's business. So the team there, you can see it on your screens. We've got Dean Henderson in goal. You've got Alex Tellers at left back, Harry Maguire, Eric Bailly at centre backs, Anna Wan-Bissaka at right back. You've got Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay in midfield. Then you've got Dan James, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood, and Anthony Martial. Tony up front. Baggers has got all you need to know about AC Milan.
I do.
He's got a brief history of AC Milan starting from there.
I'm going to start
foundation in 1899.
But instead of going through that, because I know you don't really want to go through that now, I'll go through the starting 11 instead. So we've got Donnarumma in goal.
Donnarumma?
Who seems, I think, what is he here? He's still 22. He seems like he's been around for a long... He started since he was 16 at AC Milan.
What?
So, Calabria, Kjaer, Tomori and Diallo as their back four. Kessie and Mate in midfield. Krunic, Diaz, Salamakers right wing, and Conchiao, Rafael Leao Conchiao as their centre forward.
Oh, win.
Some really easy to pronounce names, and I can't wait for Jay to be saying them all the way through the watch.
Diallo. That's the one I'll go for. Oh, it's Diallo and that
Diallo and Tomori.
That lad who plays with Diallo, he's got the ball.
Yeah.
Potter in the super chat says Milan are missing Ibra, Salanoglu.
Yeah.
Rebic, Romagnolo and Hernandez, some of their best players.
They are. That's a lot of very good players.
So they're missing a lot of good players there.
To be honest.
Yeah, but we're missing Paul Pogba, Donny van der Beek, Edinson Cavani, Marcus Rashford. So it's not like we've not got our own players missing, but you think that you're looking at those two teams. David De Gea, I didn't even mention David De Gea.
It's good that we're not
Luke
mentioning
Shaw's not starting either.
It's good that we're not mentioning David De Gea.
I will ask you about that as well, yeah. Dean Henderson obviously had a good game at the Etihad. He's in the team ostensibly because David De Gea's just had a baby, or his missus just had a baby, of course. Do you think that actually Dean Henderson probably would be getting a game tonight and also maybe deserves a chance to be our number one?
I think he'd definitely be getting a game tonight. I think that he's, I think Ollie at the start of the season set out that he was going to play the cup games. I'm not too disappointed. I think he's been very, very good when he's come in. I think what he does from crosses is fantastic. I think he's better than De Gea with that. And it was great, the goal at the weekend, it was great to see us score a goal from a bit of distribution from our keeper, which I think it feels like a long time since I've seen our goalkeeper start an attack and we've scored a goal.
He's got that in his locker as well, and he did it at the London Stadium against West Ham. Do you remember the controversy where did it go out or did it go over the line and all that? When it went sort of over David Moyes' head.
She definitely did. But
it definitely did, didn't it? But it led to a goal and it started with Dean Henderson, so they all count. So I get where you're coming from now. That's probably one of the criticisms you have with David De Gea is sometimes his distribution isn't as on point as it should be. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think about Dean Henderson starting. Well, no, it's not the controversy about him starting. I think everyone expected that. But just about his form, how he's been playing, whether you think he perhaps deserves a run in the team or whether he has to prove himself, because obviously David De Gea over the years has been pretty immense. Someone asking about Rashford injury news, please. We haven't got any really. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said he was doubtful for today. Didn't think he was going to make it, and I think it's doubtful as well for the West Ham game this weekend. So I
think we need him or Cavani back for the weekend. At least one of them to at least feature, because we need them back. I think it's very, very light up front tonight, and I think that we need one of them knocking on the door for the weekend at least against West Ham. Yeah,
it's a shame that Edinson Cavani is missing for this game, because obviously it's a game that I think he would have played in, and he could have caused Milan all sorts of problems. Loved Tony Martial, but also with the game coming up at the weekend, you hope we're going to have more options. We are a little bit over reliant on Marcus Rashford at times. We don't have a lot of goal scorers at the minute in the team. You look in terms of the numbers, I know we've got people capable of scoring goals, so hopefully we can see some goals tonight. People can step up and take that form with them to the weekend. Like I said earlier, it'd be great to see Tony and Mason Greenwood getting amongst the goals, and we know they're certainly capable of it, especially against a Milan team who are looking a little bit weak. Let's get this done. Let's get some goals tonight and go into the next leg a little bit more. Let's have a nice 4-0 like we did against Sociedad, so we can just relax. Saying that though, we still end up playing a few players, didn't we? Like Bruno still got 45 minutes. Bruno Rashford still got 45 minutes. Any need for that? No. And we'll knackered a week later at Crystal Palace. Danny Gray says, I'm happy with Hendo. These next few games are his big chance to shine. I agree. I think he's got an opportunity now. If he takes it, he's already started off well since he took over from David De Gea with the performance at the Etihad. Even at Palace as well, I thought he played well at Crystal Palace. It wasn't, you can't blame the goalkeeper for a 0-0. That's not his fault that we don't score. Made a big save in that game. Made a big save. Yep. So, he's done well there. So hopefully you can see that. Richard Littlewood says, Romero's still at the club but no chance of playing now. He basically went on strike for months at the start of the season and stayed in Argentina when he didn't get the move he wanted. Done okay, Sergio Romero for United over the last few years. Yeah, he obviously played in that Europa League run when we won it. But it's all obviously gone sour. I think he wanted to move. I think United were reluctant to sell him. And then his missus was putting stuff on Instagram once she was sort of kicking off. It's a weird one. I think the teams that were in for him, I think Everton were in for him. I think United just went, they're pretty good. They're going to be all right this season. You can't strengthen a team that's going to be in around us all year. Giving Everton one of our not one of our better players, but a player that's going to make them better. At a time when you didn't know as well that it could be us in Everton going for that top 4 spot, and it might still end up like that. Yeah. And you're giving them a player that helps make the difference and gives them a bit of an advantage. Imagine if we'd have given Romero and they got 4th and we got 5th. And I think that there's a lot of I've seen a lot of comments around the time around January saying we're being disrespectful to Romero and all this. Look, he's still getting paid. He's still doing very, very well for himself. He knew he was going to be second choice. He's been happy with that for a while. Just because we've got 2 better keepers now, he can't feel bad about it. And you can't feel bad about any player at Manchester United. If he needs to move on, if he doesn't need to play, that's it. Deal with it. We can't feel bad about it. Deal with it. Deal with it, man. Deal with it. Don't sage advice. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. You can't feel bad about him not playing football for Manchester United. He's still getting paid. He's still had a good run, and he still wants to be He still wanted to be a second choice keeper. He could have moved on. He could have not come to Manchester United in the first place. He could have said, "Look, I'm going to go and play as a first choice keeper elsewhere." But he's not. He's happy. He's been happy to sit on the bench. I think we've obviously got a better keeper than him and Dean Henderson at this moment in time. No, I agree. I get where you're coming from with that one. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think of the starting lineup. Give us your predictions. We're going to be going over to the lads very shortly as well. And if you've not hit the like button, give us a like. Make sure you're hitting that like button. How many likes have we got? How many likes have we got? Let's have a quick look. Not enough is the obvious answer. We wanted 500 likes, I think, before. We're at 248. We've got 248. We're not even halfway there, man. Come on. 500. Get involved. Before we send over to that there Adam Mckola. Yeah, we are very, very enthusiastic about tonight's game. He loves the Europa League. He does. Mckola. Hey, do you know what? It's what he gets up in the morning for, a bit of Europa. We'll be going over to Joe and Adam Mckola, and I'll be joining them as well. We'll be watching the game, taking you right through to half-time. Then you'll be hearing from him. and that boy Ronaldo Brown, then back to us, and then we'll have the post-match reaction from all the usual suspects. So we'll head over to Joe and Adam Mckola and myself as well a little bit later to take you through the watch-along.
Yeah, aren't we? Jay's going to be in just a second. Adam Mckola is here right now. I like your t-shirt, Adam. Very nice. How are you doing, Adam?
You know where I got it from?
Where'd you get it?
Stretford@bigcartel.com.
Is the link in the description if people want it?
I don't know.
Fucking better be. Man United have got AC Milan. We're going to get it on the telly in just a moment. About 30 minutes till kick-off.
Oh, they've drawn us in for the early kick-off, haven't they?
What do you reckon to that? What do you think of the early kick-off?
That's haram, that is. That's got to be wrong, isn't it?
It doesn't seem fair, does it?
AC Milan and the mighty Manchester United and the mighty Milan, and you're making us play at 5 o'clock in the Europa League. Have some shame. That's why we're all fucking off to the European Super League, mate.
Have some respect.
We're better than this crap.
When you say European Super League, you mean the Europa Conference, or whatever it's called, that we're going to be in next season?
And you kick off
we get knocked out of the Europa League in the second round.
Alongside the UEFA Youth League games.
Yeah, but what lovely games they are. Shall we have a look at the team, Adam?
Yeah, I assume you're just going to put it on regardless of what I say, so yeah.
Sorry, what is this? You acting like some downtrodden member of society. I'm asking you if you want to look at the team. If you don't want to, we can take it down. You know what? Take it down. We'll talk about it in a bit. Because Adam Mckola's not happy with it at this very moment.
No, I think we should leave it
up.
up.
We should leave it up. He wants to leave it up now. Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Bayer, Maguire. Tellers, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but for those who haven't, Matic, Mctominay, Greenwood, Fernandes, James and Martial. It's quite a strong team, but for me, other than like Tellers and maybe Lindelof, not that, in terms of who Ollie likes to pick first, it's basically the strongest 11 we've got available, isn't it?
Rashford's injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got that ankle injury. Cavani's just coming back from his knot. So you'd look at that and think, yeah, especially with the form that Daniel James has been showing. Like, there was once upon a time where I saw Daniel James in a team, I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. This geezer's just going to keep running into players' shins. But I think over the last couple of weeks, he's definitely shown an improvement in terms of the way he's playing and the way he's applying himself. You saw Martial's performance against City. Mason Greenwood, I think, has been coming into better form. We need to get those two in the goals, though, Martial and Mason. They're both missing that final touch, although I think the performances have been there in the last couple of weeks. And, of course, Bruno is the man, isn't he? So I think that's a very strong lineup, and I think that's possibly, obviously, barring Luke Shaw at left-back, which you could argue, our strongest back four. Because I think Eric Bailly is in our strongest defence.
Yeah, I think it's. Like I said, I think it's pretty much the strongest lineup Ollie could have gone with, really. Other than, like I said, maybe Tellers over Shaw or Shaw over Tellers. You spoke about it before a little bit with Alex, but just again, get your opinions on that. What are your thoughts on that in terms of, especially that midfield? Because McTominay and Matic, we weren't kind of. I mean, you get frustrated during a watch along, so some of the phrases that were uttered maybe wouldn't be said in normal. When you're sort of reviewing a player or talking about a player. But Fred, I don't think has had the best run of form recently. He's been giving the ball away a lot. He's been not looking particularly good against teams that press. McTominay and Matic, are you a bit more happy with that? Or do you think do you know the big trees that walk on Lord of the Rings? What they call, where they just walk about and they're massive? Are we entering that sort of territory? Ents, I think they're called. 2 Ents in the midfield with Matic and McTominay. Do you worry about that at all? Just 2 big tree men?
Maybe a little bit. When I look at that midfield, I'm hoping that they're not going to be sort of both sat in front of the defence. I'd expect Scott McTominay to be getting a lot further forward than Nemanja Matic. I think Nemanja Matic will probably sort of stay as sort of to help out the defence a little bit more. And then Scott McTominay, as he's done quite well this season, can get forward. I think he's got a few goals, and he's got about 7 goals.
7 goals, yeah. United's 3rd top scorer this season.
I mean, that tells several stories, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says more about everyone else than it does about McTominay.
Brutally honest, but can't really knock him for that return. So yeah, I'd hope to see him getting forward because I'm sure you know yourself from the Milan team. It's not the most scary of the AC Milan teams. We faced much more difficult teams than the AC Milan team.
This is like the
we're
2007 Milan team.
Yeah, it is. It's like the Champions League winning one, isn't it?
Yeah, do you remember that team? You go through it.
Kaka, who needs him?
Seedorf, Pirlo. Who else?
Nesta.
Everyone.
Shevchenko, and is he still there?
Maldini. Fucking hell, they had a team.
he gone then?
Shevchenko.
Was he gone now?
Maybe he was at Chelsea by then.
Oh yeah, I think he was.
Was it Pippo?
Inzaghi. They still had Inzaghi then, yeah.
Pippo Inzaghi was one of my favourite strikers, man.
Yeah. Born offside.
When he used to run up the gate. Oh, man. I wish I was Italian and was in that age. Like, you know, if Italian football was the creme de la creme, wasn't it? It was the top.
And you got to thank.
Dog.
You kind of got to thank
James Richardson
for bringing that into our
and bringing me into your life.
Yeah, Gazzetta, man. This is it, isn't it?
Without no Jimbo, there'd be no me.
Then where would it be?
He inspired me.
Have you ever met him?
No.
I have.
For those who don't know,
I got a
James
feeling
Richardson.
he wouldn't like me.
I think he would. I've met him.
I got a feeling he hates us types.
Oh, I met him before.
When you
this
say
was
us
a
types,
thing.
clarify what you mean there.
Yeah, let's not.
Not
fan channel types.
Fan channel types.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I reckon we're different to the rest of the circus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we try and obviously we crack sometimes, but we try and keep it civil. But I reckon he'd just shove us all in together and say fuck them.
No, I don't know.
Because I want to get him on Gazzetta.
I think he'd do it. When I was at work experience at Garden, he was there and he was dead friendly. And like the lad I was with was a proper James Pearce fanboy. It was like
James Richardson,
James Pearce. James Richardson fanboy. He's like, oh, I love this guy. We went and watched his podcast being recorded. And he's like, oh, I really love you. And he's dead nice to him. So I think he'd be all right.
Yeah, he's a don, isn't he?
I hope it would be. Should we go through Milan's team?
He's the best, isn't he?
Yeah, I like him. He's back on a bit, doing a bit more stuff like that.
Do you know when everyone did that thing recently? You've got this much money and you got to choose your best.
Oh, yeah.
Team. He was the one, when that was everybody's anchor man.
Right, let's go through Milan's team then, for those who haven't seen it, which includes me up until this point. So they've got Donnarumma, Calabria, Kjær.
Don't look at me.
Yeah. Football manager legend, mate.
You'll know these.
Kjær, Tomori, of course, of Chelsea
Tomori.
fame. Dallo, of course. A current Manchester United player. No
Playing
less.
against
How he's
us.
playing in this game is
It happens
madness.
sometimes in Europe,
That's
doesn't
illegal.
it?
Yeah, you were saying it the other day, weren't you, about Coutinho playing against Barcelona and scoring against them?
Yeah, the 7-2. Fuck off and all. And Mate, I believe it is.
And they had to pay a bonus for when he won the Champions League. And he won the Champions League for another club.
We'll
How
give you
incredible is that, by the way?
Sensational.
That's
He won
got to be the
League
worst bit of
for Bayern
business
Munich
ever.
Oh, other
Barcelona,
than
100
Ousmane Dembele, who they bought for 100 million euros, and Griezmann, who they bought for 100 million euros.
Are we in a position to be talking about?
Yeah, we hadn't wasted
We spent 80 million on
360
Maguire.
million euros on people.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, but he plays every week for us and is our captain.
All right, we spent 75 million on Lukaku.
And we got 65 million back for him. Next.
70 million on do me right?
Got 50,
No, it was-
47 million back
We
for
didn't
him.
spend 70 million.
No,
on
is
him.
it 60?
50 million on Fred!
He plays every week.
Yeah.
He's sensational.
He's
literally.
Also,
if he costs 10
Fred
million,
is like a third of what they paid for Griezmann.
And also-
so let's
and
calm
he's
he's a
down.
thought of the player.
He's one of our top 5 midfielders.
Right, Mate in the midfield. Is he the
We've only
guy-
got 4.
Is that the same Mate who used to play in the Premier League? You'll have to let me know in the comments. Kessie, who we talked about on the preview,
Yes.
who is a very good player for them.
Hesse.
With goals as
You have to
well.
say it like that.
Kessie.
Hesse.
I mean, the way it's spelled, I don't think it is Hesse.
Yeah, but you know.
Okay. They've got Saleh Makers as well.
Yeah, love him.
Thoughts?
Assalamu alaikum.
One of my favourites.
Me too. Brahim Diaz, formerly of Manchester City.
Boo. He'd be getting booed, wouldn't he?
I hope so. Krunic as well, which just sounds like
Krunic?
like a sort
Krunic
of
by name,
a
Krunic by
a nice
nature.
cereal that you might
Yeah.
have, and then Leao up front as well.
Who?
Another absolute don on Football Manager.
So it's full of Football Manager players. This I'm sure Diallo used to be an absolute whiz-kid on Football Manager as well, didn't he?
That's why Mourinho signed him.
In his Porto days. So there's the Milan team. In terms of names, obviously we know Tomori, obviously we know Dallo. Donnarumma's a big name goalkeeper. Kessie and Brahim Diaz. But, you know, in terms of these players who have made their name as top players, this isn't the sort of vintage Milan side, is it?
I mean, Ibrahim Diaz was raved about when he was at City.
Like, literally, might be the next Messi.
Yeah. And then he'd go Madrid and then went on loan to Milan. Is that how his course of his career trajectory?
Course of action.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's obviously still a youngster. Not going to throw him under the bus yet, but I don't think he's quite as good as the City lot we're making out.
No. And speaking of
Can I
youngsters...
get the telebox on, please?
Yeah, we'll get it on in a second. Speaking of youngsters as well, looking at United's bench there, in terms of options off the bench, let's say it's a tight game or we need a goal. We have got 2 attacking players with a combined average age of about 17 and a half with Shola Shoretire and AMAD Diallo. That is it in terms of options off the bench. Like I said, this is basically the strongest team we could possibly play other than maybe Shaw, for Tellez. We ain't got too much off the bench, have we? If this becomes a tight, tricky game, where do we go, other than maybe bring in Fred on?
I think you can do a little bit of, manoeuvring.
I thought you were going to use the word jiggery pokery.
Jiggery pokery, yeah, if you want.
You don't hear much of that these days.
Yeah,
I don't know. Are you allowed to say that? It feels weird.
Yeah,
I don't quite
especially when
like
you're
it.
like, we've got a load of kids on the bench. Let's try a bit of jiggery pokery. Let's not.
I thought it was like a magic term.
I think if you
But it might not be.
maybe if you brought on like Luke Shaw,
It's when the magician says, "Should we make this sausage disappear?"
Okay, keep talking. Ignore what he said because it's libelous. Adam Mckola is still doing kids' parties, by the way. If you want to book him, just check his Twitter.
Don't. I said
Oh, so you
don't,
can
and
joke, you
bring
can give
children
it, but
into
he
the
can't.
room.
Right,
Wait.
anyway, enough of this nonsense.
Fucking hell.
I'll answer any question. I think maybe if you brought Luke Shaw and move Tellers further up. And move James over to the right and then move Greenwood up front.
Fucking, do you know
There you
that
go.
car park game?
Yeah.
Where you've got like a
There you
block
go.
like that,
And just
there's
take
like
off
6
Maxi.
cars in there, and you have to slide all the cars about and get your car out the car park.
That's how it works.
That's you making
That
one
will-
sub.
Yeah.
Get Shaw on. Tellers left. James
Yeah.
right. Marshall front. Rashford back. Thingy like side.
And that'd be perfect.
Brian Kidd on. He's like fucking hell. Yeah, I know what you mean, but that goes to show basically how little options we have off the bench.
I
here.
prefer to do something like that than putting the pressure on someone like AMAD Diallo.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way we would see.
I say put
AMAD,
pressure on him. It's the Europa League. Who gives a shit?
There's a point.
Well, I do. I want us to win a trophy. And it's not like we're in loads of competitions where we go, oh, we're going to win the Premier League. No. We're in the FA Cup. Okay, we can win that. And this is our only other option. I'd take the Europa League.
Nothing wrong with throwing people in the deep end.
That's strictly just for like, metaphorically, not actually chucking people into large bodies of water. Are you a good swimmer?
Oh, you know what happened? Yeah.
Go on.
What?
I was a great swimmer.
Right.
Like top notch at school.
Yeah.
Top notch swimmer.
Not like county level.
Like swim down, grab the brick, all that shit. I was a
With
little
your jammers on. Did you do that? With your
I don't
jammers
know
on?
about it with my jammers on.
Yeah, let me make us do that skill.
Swim down, grab the brick.
And then-
it was tied around someone's
Yeah.
ankles in a
Yeah.
And then
canal.
this is gonna get sad, but it's gonna get back.
Oh, no.
When my mum and dad split up.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Is
single
that
parent
is
home. That's where the sadness ends. Yeah.
Is that the saddest part of it?
I stopped going swimming regularly.
All right, okay.
So then by the time we got to year 6, year 7 in school, like secondary school, and we went swimming, I had forgotten to swim. So I went from being an amazing swimmer
Yeah.
to a shit swimmer.
Right, okay.
And then in year 7, I remember when we used to go swimming, I used to walk on the thing and do this.
Right.
Sad, really, isn't it? When you hear it like that.
What, so you're walking? Right.
So I'd walk, but
Yeah.
pretend I was
I do that on my holidays. Nothing wrong with that. Don't embarrass myself in front of the
I
kids.
can swim now though, but you know, as soon as I know my feet ain't touching the floor,
Yeah.
panic sets in and I'm fucked.
Are you any good at swimming, Jay?
Mint.
Are you actually?
I'm genuinely one of Eccles' best swimmers.
Oh yeah.
Based on no evidence
See, us
whatsoever.
Ethnics very rarely know how to swim.
No, I'm not very good.
I'm shy.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
I got me 25 metres badge.
We're
at
all
school.
fucked, by the way, because we're going to go somewhere one time. One of us is going to get caught
in a riptide.
in a riptide.
I know how to get out of a riptide. I know how to do that.
He's going to part the sea.
No, you swim across it. That was Moses. You
Yeah, your cousin though, innit?
you swim across it
Yeah.
and then wait for it to go away. Or is that bullies?
I love him.
Or is that spiders? No, that's the thing with riptides. They're more scared of
swam
you
with
than you
turtles.
are of them. I think I'm getting a few things confused here. Let's go with turtles.
I swam with turtles, yeah. But at one point, I shit myself up because like there was about 8, 9 around me, and I seen like 3 in my face. It was like in Nemo, and then there was a couple down there, and then I accidentally stepped on one, and then I just started panicking.
Would you ever slimy back?
That's what happens when once I know, mate, you're not tall enough to stand in it.
Yeah.
You start panicking.
Then I know if you get tired, bro, you're fucked. Because I can't tread water. That's the most difficult thing, you know, treading water.
Yeah.
I expand too much energy because I'll be like,
Treading water. Yeah, treading water seems like a myth to me. It's just upright swimming. Let's be honest. Let's
nah,
say
but
what
there's
it
some
is.
people that tread water and it doesn't even look like
And
they're
they just
doing
go like
anything. And it just looks like they're standing there.
My mate nearly drowned once,
little
right,
whips.
when we was on holiday. And he was drowning, but because he jumps off his pedal because he put his money on it, it blew away. So he jumps on to get it, right? And then he can't swim.
Sorry, it was Mr. Bean, your
Yeah.
mate. He put his life savings on it and it blew away.
It blew away. So he jumps on in the sea to go get it, and he can't swim. So then he started like panicking. So we were all laughing, and then this boat went past, and he was like shouting to them to help him, like this holiday boat. Help me! They were all laughing at him.
He did actually. He didn't make it back in,
Yeah,
did he?
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. We've got a couple of super chats.
Nah, he was all right. He was fine.
Oh, good. Dayan Saley. Sorry if I get that wrong. Where is Mata?
What's the matter?
He's injured,
He's injured, isn't he? He's injured, is Mata. Dayan Saleh, I'm going for instead there. He's injured, unfortunately. And Mark Garside, Bellingham playing Champions League at 17, no pressure. Yeah. Fair enough.
It's a bit of an anomaly, though, isn't it? Mind you might say that about AMAD Diallo, I suppose, and Shoretere. They're, well advanced there.
AMAD Diallo's played in the Champions League this year for 25 minutes.
Really?
Played for Atlanta.
All right.
He
He's only played about an hour.
Came in one game, yeah.
Minimum seconds.
Yeah.
No, it was like
17 minutes or something, yeah.
It's all right. Fair enough.
More than seconds.
Listen, I'd rather they came on when we were winning or comfortable.
minutes
I'd
you
rather
played
that we
in the
didn't have to rely on
Champions
him. That's what.
Oh, look at this!
James Richardson.
Jimbo!
Looking at some shots of some old AC Milan teams there,
Oh,
including
fucking
Yap
hated that
Stam.
AC Milan team.
Yap Stam in there.
Remember, that's 3-0 in Milan. They battered us. It was raining.
What, in
hard as well.
2007?
Seedorf was so good, man. And I remember thinking, if we want to get to this level, Ronaldo and Rooney need to step up to Kaka's level ASAP.
And they did that year.
Yeah, slightly
right,
urge you.
Cheers.
They went, Mackie, you know what?
Without me,
you're right.
Ronaldo wouldn't have won that Ballon d'Or.
I think that's a very obvious statement. I think you're true.
Good point, well made.
Yeah.
Simon Howard says, how much do you fellas think McSauce can still improve? Seems like a coachable player. Could he be Fletcher 2.0? Keep up the great bants. Jay?
Yeah, though, I think I have a bit of a difficulty with that one because I think Darren Fletcher's a very good player for Manchester United. My hope, I'm not saying my expectation, is that Scott McTominay can do a bit more than that. Because I think Darren Fletcher, I think we've all spoken about this, is yes, he's very good, but he's only sort of in the first team for about 3 seasons. And then it was like, before that, he was a sub, and then after that, he obviously had his injury problems and stuff, and he moved on. I'm hoping that Scott McTominay can force his way into this first team by the nature of his performances and spend the next sort of 5 or 6 years there. So
do you think
that's the hope rather than what I think?
We were talking about this a little bit in on the preview, I think, yesterday. Or maybe it was on the Paddock Live, in case you didn't watch it last night. Some players kind of get almost more credit than maybe the talent they have because they're in such a good team. Do you think if you put Scott McTominay into, let's say, the 2010 Manchester United team, 2011 team, he would even maybe be sort of one of the standout players, not one of the standout players in the team, but people would look at him and go, he's a very, very good midfielder?
It's a weird one because you have, on one hand, our players better with better players around them, which is a fair case. How much better does, Rashford, Marshall, Greenwood look in one of those teams, or McTominay, as you're saying? But then on the flip side is, those teams are so good, do they even get a sniff at a chance? So it's one of the two, but I do think, being around better players will bring the best out of you. And it's not like we've never given academy players chances. We've given players with less ability chances than Scott McTominay or Rashford or these kind of guys. So I do think they would be better around better players. I always think about Rashford under Fergie, Marshall under Fergie.
Imagine Rashford, Ronaldo and Rooney in the same team. Just unbelievable, that, wouldn't it?
That's what I mean. Like, you look at some of the players that won titles and played a lot of football. Tom Cleverley, for example. One season he played, I think, 30-odd games, won a title. Now, would Tom Cleverley, could Scott McTominay do that job in that team? Or would Tom Cleverley come into this team and stand out as an amazing midfielder? You're going, oh, you know what, he's a cut above. I don't think he would. So I think that whilst, obviously, you have the superstars, the Ronaldos, the Rooneys, those types of players, when it comes to sort of, not even your squad players, but players that are in the first team that aren't necessarily your stars, I think you can see someone like Rashford, like Martial, like Scott McTominay going into one of those teams and holding their own.
It's weird, though, because I do think, the hard-working players, when we've been shit over the last 8 years, they've had more of a chance to come through.
Yeah.
Because you stand out like Scott McTominay. He literally got an opportunity because Jose was like, he'll make the others work. That was his kind of thinking. Whereas if we were still a successful team or as successful and Fergie was here, I think, now you could be proven wrong with Paul Pogba left and that, but I think some of the flair players that are left actually probably stay because your team would be more successful. So it's easier to drop Angel Gomez in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's easier to drop Angel Gomez into a more successful team than it is into a team that's struggling and battling and trying to fight for top 4, 5, 6 and that. So I do think it's also interesting what kind of players would have come through into a successful team, because I do think your more skillful ones would be given an opportunity in teams that are winning 3-0 every week, 4-0 every week.
You just took it for granted, didn't we, with Fergie? And then some of these players, I remember seeing Kagawa and thinking he was the best player I'd ever seen. He was amazing. And then once Fergie moves on, and then you see Moyes come in and Kagawa, you know, he's in a team that's different setup, more reliant on wingers, and he just wasn't the same player, was he? I don't think he ever reached those levels again.
I know you want to go to some super chats now, but Joe33 said, "What the fuck is a danger wank?" I think someone's mentioned the last watch-along.
Check out the first 10 or so minutes.
Probably the first half hour.
First half an hour of the last watch-along we were on together. Which was it?
It was the Crystal Palace one.
Crystal
it was
Palace
the highlight of
watch-along.
that evening was talking about
check that
danger
out.
wanks and being
If you want to know
brutalised.
what they are and some, anecdotes surrounding them, make sure you check that out. Zachary Purvis says, "Why is it we slowly integrate our youth? Look at Dortmund and RB Germany, forgot how to spell it. They throw kids to the wolves and produce gems. Why can't we do that?" For my answer on that is,
go on, son.
Look what they win doing it. Fuck all is essentially the answer I would give.
And the pressures as well.
The pressure's different. They're in the Champions League every season because they finish second behind Dortmund, behind Bayern.
Yep.
And they're not in the top 4 at the minute.
They're not in the top 4 at the moment. They buy players, and their business model is based around playing young players a lot and getting a lot of money for them.
And
United's
also,
isn't based around that.
If United were a club that allowed players to come here and then we sold them for profit after when they were about to hit their peak, then because Dortmund attracts the big talents, because the big talents know I can go there and leave in a few years.
Yeah.
You ain't coming to Man United and Man United are saying, "Yeah, cool, in 2 years we'll let you go."
No.
It just don't
Like
work
we
like
wouldn't.
that.
One of the reasons we didn't go all out for Haaland is because we refused to put a buyout clause in his contract, whereas Dortmund didn't.
Yeah.
So they've got to play like that because, well, we don't like
They'll-
you said,
they
we
will
don't
bend
mind
over
you
for one of
leaving.
us later.
Yeah, and again, I think it's Dortmund have won 1 trophy in the last 8 years, and I don't think RB Leipzig have won any. And if they have, it's a German cup maybe. I know United haven't won a lot in that time either, so that may be a fair point. But we're trying to win sort of the big trophies and build a squad that can win things, whereas those two teams can kind of.
It's just like we were talking about.
Just
This on
hide
the
behind
live.
Bayern Munich, can't
It's
they?
just almost like the Bundesliga. Now. It's just all about making Bayern Munich as good as they can be. And every time you do get a player that shines in a Dortmund team or wherever, or a Schalke or whatever, Bayern Munich will just
Come and nick 'em off you.
Come
It
and
used
get
to
'em.
be like it used to be a little bit like that with us.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know there'd be a period of time where Kane and Grealish should already be at United.
Yeah.
What, like Rooney and Ferdinand and those.
Yeah,
sort of
they're
players.
just already
Berbatov and Van Persie even. And I think there was an element of that with City when they started doing what they're doing. They started go to Arsenal, didn't they, getting the likes of Adebayor and Nasri and Clichy and players like that. And just, you had the sort of, and Chelsea were doing it as well, again with
Ashley
Arsenal.
Cole.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you had the sort of Chelsea's, Uniteds and Cities later on that were just hoovering up all the talent. But in Germany, you've just got that one club doing it. So it's just like a monopoly, really.
Yeah. Christopher Hawkins says, theory, United are in pole position to sign Haaland after the situation with Pogba means we'll pay Mino 15 million more in agent fees as an apology.
An apology?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mino.
Sorry, we
Sorry,
played your player.
we had your player.
It
and
was
we
interesting.
paid him loads of money. Sorry about that. It's 15 million quid. I don't care. I'd sell my soul to Mino Raiola for Erling Haaland.
Yeah. I would.
Same.
He's a necessary
I'd
evil in
say
football, isn't he,
for
Erling
less
Haaland?
than Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
There was an interesting. Ollie was asked about Erling Haaland overtaking his Champions League goal scoring record, and he goes, I think the question, or I'll paraphrase it, was something like, "Have you got a message for him?" And he was like, "If I want to pass a message to him, I'll do it when I speak to him."
Yeah, he said it. I'll speak to him in Norwegian. That's what he
It's
said.
just like, I speak to him every day.
Yeah, I'll speak to him when I do. I'll speak to him in Norwegian.
He loves him, doesn't
Right,
he?
yeah.
He proper loves Haaland.
Come on.
And I love how all the journalists will just be like, that's the one he wants.
Yeah.
Whether he can get him or not.
Do you reckon he does
Ole
speak to him in
loves
Norwegian?
Haaland.
Do you reckon it's a
Says
test
that.
tube baby like between Haaland and Solskjaer?
What?
Because Haaland was never a finisher, was he? His dad, Alf
Oh,
Ingi.
I didn't know what you meant for a second.
So I reckon them two
Yes.
mixed up there.
It's a mix of
gives a
something,
bit.
and then you put it in
And then
an
put it
empty
in
chip box in the fridge in
and then-
Norway somewhere.
Yeah, and then Erling came out. Erling came. Yeah, it's the mixture from Premier League piss tape. Remember, we made the perfect striker.
Oh yeah, Marshall's.
Yeah,
touch
but really,
and
all
play.
we needed was a little bit of from Haaland and Solskjaer.
Dirty bastard. Simon Howard, also that Redondo goal where he mugged off Henning Berg up there with some of the best opposition performances I've seen live at Old Trafford.
Yeah, Redondo was class. Raul scored in it when he's cut it cross. Raul.
For me, and this is
Yeah.
just going to be so stupid, I appreciate that. And I'm not going to say any more than this because this is a fact and you can't deny this. Whenever I watched Raul play, I was never impressed. That's all I'll say. I'm not saying he was bad. I'm not saying he didn't score loads of goals.
Mate,
Whenever
fuck
I watched him, I didn't
fight
think I never saw him play well.
I am going to fight you.
Well,
today.
you can't argue with that.
Yeah, I can argue with that.
How?
Because you're an idiot.
So when I watched him, he play well, did he?
When did you watch him? When he played for Schalke?
No, exactly. No, not when he played for Schalke.
You weren't playing for Real Madrid when you watched him, was it?
Yeah, of course.
Nah, he wasn't, bro. He wasn't.
Of course he was.
It was like Iker Casillas, though. I used to look at him and think, he's not that good, but everything used to fucking hit him.
Oh, yeah,
he
go
was
on.
good. He was very good.
Oh, is the bruises going around? Bruises.
Bruises.
Nah, I'll have my can of Coke that's in the fridge,
Yeah,
please.
I'll have a...
Have you got any players like that, Jay?
Isco was
Where,
one
like,
for me.
Isco. Well, everyone says they're good, but whenever you saw them, they're not good.
That was a hill I was willing to die on. And when we were linked with him, I was like, you can fuck off. I never thought I lost the plot.
Let us know in the
this
comments.
Wasn't like, oh, look at me, I'm
Who
trying to
was
be
meant to be
hipster.
good?
I genuinely didn't rate him. And people were like, you mental, he's amazing. I was like, saw him play against Scousers once, who was shit. Not interested.
Let us know in the comments who was meant to be good, who everyone tells you is good, but whenever you saw him play, they've been shit.
Yeah,
Have you got
like,
any of that?
I said, you can't say someone like, Emil Heskey or someone that people will go, okay, yeah. It's got to be someone that is highly regarded, but you just didn't. Like Patterson says Messi, doesn't he? He says every time
That's
I see
mad.
He says every no,
Now
but
that is
no,
mad.
but to be fair, he doesn't say. He says every time I see Messi in the flesh, he's been shit. Now,
But I've never seen Messi in the flesh.
Yeah. He saw him once. He got his nose broke off Chris Smalling.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah.
Smalling's a bastard.
I like, yeah.
We've got a couple names
I
in the
can't-
chat. Couple Timo.
Is there anyone? There must be someone. 'Cause you've seen a lot of football.
I have, but I think it's like when I saw Kake, he fucked us.
Yeah.
When I saw Messi, I saw him. Actually, we saw him last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
We saw him recently, innit?
Yeah, at Old Trafford.
I even went to the training session. Fucking hell. But
Do you know what?
when I saw
went
him,
to the training session, one of the greatest players ever, and forgot about it.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I remember thinking he was good that day as well. But I remember sitting in the stands thinking, this Messi lad ain't all that.
Where's Brown?
Yeah,
Come on, mate. Oh my
pocket
God.
him.
That is-
Remember when Scholes absolutely fucked Messi though, just outside the box? He just flew into a challenge. Me and him were talking about Scholes earlier. When he went on the pitch in a semi-final in
so
Turin,
sad.
and then just
Yeah.
hurls
In
himself
99,
into
by
a
the way.
challenge.
Yeah.
And he was on a booking.
And he
Well,
was
he wasn't on a booking, he was- he was
if he
one
got booked,
booking
he was
from
going to miss the
suspension.
final. Comes on, gets booked almost
After
straight away.
Keane had
It was
already
only on
been
11
booked.
minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like, and his head gone. His head had gone on it. He was like, mate, so good. So good.
In the comments, then,
on.
who are your players who are meant to be incredible? You know they're good, but just when you saw them, they just didn't do it. We've got a lot of Higuains,
Okay.
a few Ronaldinhos,
That's ridiculous. That's
and
ridiculous.
a
Get
couple,
the
and
fuck
get
out.
this, a couple Jadon Sanchos as well.
See, you know why that'll be? England.
England are shite.
Because for England, he's not really like he's had a couple of games where he's done really well, but he's not had a game where he's gone.
Legend camp.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Thanks a lot.
Coffee at this time, fucking hell.
Upamecano's another one. Kane.
Just let Jay's lady
Kane?
friend
A
know.
lot of Sterling's. That's because we watch him
Gonna
against
be up
United.
all night.
You're going to be up all night.
I was falling asleep on the tram before.
The teams are out, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
the teams
are out.
gonna
We'll be
start
kicking off in a
soon.
couple of
Dean
moments.
Henderson in goal with another big opportunity for himself. When he was playing for Sheffield United in the Championship, wonder whether he ever imagined, I know he's a confident lad, so he probably did, that in a couple of years I'll be playing in the Europa League Champions of the World against
Or
AC
just say,
Milan
I'll be
at
playing for Man
Old Trafford.
United against AC Milan at Old Trafford. Like,
Yeah,
take the
but-
competition out of
but
it.
it's-
Still the best tournament, of course. I bet
Harry
he would,
Maguire's
you
on a
know.
booking today.
Is he? So if he gets booked, he misses the second.
I
leg.
reckon if we're winning 3-0, he does a Beckham and just runs around trying to get a yellow card.
Yeah.
Remember
Me and
England against
someone in
Wales?
there. Yeah. Giving
And
someone
then
a
in the
dead
end, he
leg.
just fucked up gigs. That was my, like, I remember that. I remember being, that's probably the most excited I've ever been for an international game.
Really?
England-Wales at Old Trafford. Because of Beckham against Giggs, I was just like, this is amazing.
That was in like 2007, though, wasn't it? It was like, wait, which one are you talking
Was
about?
it? No.
Was it?
Wasn't it later on when
I thought
Beckham
it was
was
later.
Wales. It was before the new Wembley, wasn't it? Because they were playing at
Well, that
Old
was
Trafford.
before the new Wembley.
So it would have been, nah.
I thought it was a bit. It was after Beckham left United, anyway, wasn't it?
Not sure.
Pretty sure it was.
I'm
Maybe
sh-
it wasn't. Maybe I'm
sure it was
thinking of the wrong
bold-
game.
bold,
The game where
sexy
Beckham broke his rib and went back on to get booked because he
Yeah,
missed the
yeah,
next
yeah.
game anyway. I'm pretty sure that was after. Maybe it hadn't, but I know the game you're talking about. A few more of the people who just never have shown up. People saying Kane, Trent, Alexander-Arnold. I have to agree with that one. I've never seen him play well.
04.
I know he's good, but I've never seen it.
You're lying.
04, so he's just gone.
You're lying, aren't you? You have. I mean, I don't like the geezer, but he plays well quite a lot.
Shit your face.
All right.
Falcao, Schweinsteiger. The best game I ever saw Schweinsteiger play
You could
was the
become
World
my...
Cup final.
Shut up, man. Right, okay, I'll give you that.
But he was incredible.
Do you know
in
when
that
he was
game.
incredible, Schweinsteiger, and it's the performance that always goes under the radar? Martial's debut.
Was he?
He absolutely bossed that midfield against the Scousers. And no one ever talks about it.
In Martial's debut?
Yeah. Schweinsteiger was amazing that game. He dominated that midfield. And people just forget about it because it was all about Martial.
Wow, you would though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's not Schweinsteiger's fault.
He was.
Anyway.
I was been so happy about Schweinsteiger.
I know.
And midfield. Oh, man.
Just never worked, did it?
Remember
I mean,
that?
Schweinsteiger never played. And Schneiderlin was
Darmian,
winning.
Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger and
Was
Di
Memphis on
Maria.
that as well?
And
Do you know what? I wasted so many characters on Twitter defending Morgan Schneiderlin. It was a joke.
Right, we've kicked off. Zachary Purvis with a super chat says, I'm on the road in the USA driving... Oh, sorry.
driving home for Christmas.
Driving a truck and can't watch. Thank you for your commitment to these watch-alongs. It's the only way to watch for me. Thank you very much, Zachary.
How many wheels have you got? 18?
Oh, I hope he's got fucking loads of wheels.
Pull
the horn for us! Pull the horn for us!
Pull it off for us!
Cheers for watching, Zachary. We'll keep you updated with the scoreline, of course, as we go along. A lot of people saying a lot of Neymars.
Nah, use that.
Here's the thing. I've seen Neymar have a lot of stinkers, but I've seen him have some incredible games as well.
Neymar is the most underrated player I've ever had.
Is he though?
Yeah.
No, come on. Don't
Is
be
that
silly.
not just people like do rate him, but then you get the odd one or two?
Nah, because
that's a bit silly.
He is
saying he's
the
not
best.
very good.
Apart from Ronaldo and Messi, he's been the best player in the world over the last 10 years. Neymar. Without doubt.
I would disagree with that. I think on any given year, there's been someone ahead of him, behind them too. Last couple, Lewandowski. Before that, I think you could say Suarez.
Lewandowski, I agree, he should have had a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But for me,
I think Neymar's very good, but he has gone missing in some big games, namely the Champions League final last season where he missed 2 absolute sitters. Well, not 2 absolute sitters. He missed a couple of good chances.
Can we have some volume, please?
This is so sad. Alexa Play Despacito says Trent defends as well as Fred shoots. I think that's a fair comparison.
Is that their name? Alexa Play Despacito.
That's this person. This is so sad. Alexa Play Despacito.
Is that their YouTube name?
That is their YouTube full name.
Very good.
Simon Howard. Ibra thought he was a flat track bully for years until he actually signed for us. Got shut down on several occasions in the Champions League at Old Trafford.
Yeah, right.
I was wrong.
We're lucky we never had Alexa. It would have just started playing Despacito, bruv.
And
That's
Ross
what that's
Murphy
there for.
is a good one. But he says Morata, but I don't think Morata was hyped that highly. Certainly after he came to Chelsea, he
was,
wasn't.
bro. Remember with the red hair and all that shit?
Yeah, when he was younger, he was.
He had red hair signing for Chelsea. That was funny as fuck, man. Oh, that was so good, wasn't it? I do wish we got Morata instead of Lukaku now.
Do you reckon?
No, don't be...
Morata was a baller, bro.
Morata? That's just not
He
true.
was shit for Chelsea.
You think... You're having a go at me for saying I've never seen Raul play well, and you're saying
That's 'cause
you'd
you're a
have Morata
scumbag,
over
mate.
Lukaku.
Just to see what would have happened.
Lukaku is 10 times the player Morata
no,
ever
he
will
is.
be.
But I'm not saying Morata's better than Lukaku right now.
Right.
Listen to what I'm saying.
You
Just
saying
to
you'd rather
see
have
how
him?
it would have turned out, what would have happened, because he was a
Do you
good
remember- do you
footballer at
remember
that point.
Was it that Morata had that?
We would have played different.
Was it the Phil Jones' own goal that was disallowed? Where it looked like Morata had done an absolute worldie finish against us. Which is not like Chelsea did. It turned out it was Phil Jones, but it was disallowed anyway. So
I
remember that
hate
one?
Phil Jones.
I don't hate.
As a footballer, not
Yeah.
as I don't know him as a person. Hate's a strong word, isn't
Can you
it?
just read that name there, please?
Badass mofo.
Read it again properly.
Yeah, with a lisp, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
I'm
done
not
you
going to
there.
do that.
He's done you.
He hasn't done me.
No, you did him actually. You got done there, mate. Unfortunately. Cheers for the super chat though. Someone said Iniesta.
That's illegal, isn't it?
No, that's just no.
Oh wait, sorry, no. He said didn't Iniesta win the Ballon d'Or? Messi scored all the goals
Yeah,
created
he
by
did.
Iniesta.
Do you know,
Iniesta
in
won
terms
one,
of
yeah.
games I personally went to and he never lived up to
Here we go. This is what we wanted.
what he did on a world level or
Yeah.
what he did when I watched him against us on TV, Henry. Because the games I went to, they never 6-1, 8, like all those games.
Yeah.
He went in the 8-2-1, sorry. 6-1, like 2-0 when Rooney and Park scored. Obviously, he had games against United in that period where he absolutely fucked us. But I went at those games.
Yeah.
But when I went to games, Henry I don't think he scored against us.
The one criticism
In fact, he scored in the 6-1,
you could have had against Henry was in certain big games, the FA Cup final against Scousers, the Champions League final for Arsenal against Barca. He went missing a bit. I know, obviously, he did well when he went to Barcelona. And he had
Did he play in the World Cup
games.
final against Italy?
No, against Italy.
Barcelona.
Yeah,
I don't think
2006.
so.
Was he not in that?
I don't
Did he
think
not play?
so. I don't know. You'd have to double check that. I don't think he did in '98. He played in the earlier rounds. Obviously, he was only a youngster then. and then he didn't play. I don't think he played in the final. But he scored some goals in the early rounds.
He was top goal scorer when they won the World Cup, wasn't he? For France.
Nah, I remember in the early rounds he was scoring, and then I think he sort of stopped.
Yeah, but I still think he was France's top goal scorer because of that when they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Old Trafford Faithful says, Adam, I agree with you on almost everything, but Morata is the Phil Jones of strikers.
You never comprehension skills.
All right then. What's the reverse of this then? What's the play that everyone thought was shite?
Oh shit, AC Milan are in here.
Oh, what?
And they've scored.
Oh, fucking hell.
Is it offside?
Flags up.
Is this going to be checked? Is it VAR tonight?
I'm not sure. I think
you shouldn't have VAR in Europa League.
There is VAR, yeah.
For the same reason you shouldn't have your VAR at goals.
Comfortably offside.
Well offside, mate.
Good line by the boys.
Yeah, it was. Wan-Bissaka and Bailly, and then Maguire.
If you were just watching that and you didn't know offside rules, you'd be like, why isn't the defender focusing on the striker?
Yeah. Comfortably offside there.
Rafael Leo.
Yeah.
That's the first time I think I've seen his face.
Tomine.
Right, you were saying there about players that were rated and you thought crap. Is there a player that everyone thought was crap that you really liked?
Whenever I mean, it was mostly on telly, in fairness. I honestly thought Kenwyne Jones was one of the best strikers of the Premier League. I thought he was fucking stunning player, Kenwyne Jones. There was a time, for about a year, I'd been like, take him. I'd play him up front for United. I thought he was a phenomenal player, Kenwyne Jones. Really, it was just
he scored against us, didn't he, in the 2-0 draw?
Yeah, he was a great player, Kenwyne Jones.
I loved Darren Bent, I did. Yeah. And I used to, like every summer, like on the forums, Republic of Mancunia, Scott will know, I used to put transfers in Darren Bent. And like I'd proper go on about it, like, if he was Italian playing in Italy, all you fuckers would want him to play for Man United. And it was true, because he used to score 20 goals a season. And it was true. If an Italian striker popped up and scored 20 goals one season in their first season, everyone would go, sign him now.
But the thing
when it's an English striker called Darren Bent that plays for Charlton Athletic or Ipswich, people frown upon it. But the geezer was goals galore, bruv. Yeah. I used to love him.
But we used to have every year a striker that got us 20 goals, whereas now we don't.
Darren Bent would have
maybe now he would have
goals
got in, but he wouldn't have got in ahead of who did we have at the time? Van Nistelrooy and then Rooney.
Darren Bent, when was he?
Well, we used to have 4 strikers, didn't he?
Yeah, he could have got. I reckon he could have done a bit.
I don't know whether he'd have come to United though and been as good as he was, because he seemed to go into himself a little bit at Spurs, didn't he? I know Harry Redknapp did.
Defoe's another one where you like.
Jermaine Defoe would have scored goals for anybody.
Why isn't he like one of the teams winning the trophies here? And he just could never quite.
So when he was at Ipswich, 2000, let's not say 2001, he bossed it big. 2004-05 when he helped Ipswich get promoted, and then Charlton bought him to the Premier League, and he got 18 in 36 for Charlton.
That's ridiculous.
And then he got 13 in 32. Then it went west a bit for him at Spurs. But then at Sunderland, 24 in 38.
It's all right.
Like, the geezer was goals, mate.
Goals. He was a good finisher.
Goals!
We've got not for United though, unfortunately.
22 in 44. 15 in 30.
Good touch, Marshall. Oh! Just comfortably tipped over by the goalkeeper there, but first shot on target from United.
Score today, you know.
Good turn, good effort, unlucky.
In terms of players that everyone said wasn't that good, but people in the comments really liked and thought were brilliant. Kevin Nolan's one of them. Right, and then someone said Kenwyne Jones is rated, but Raul wasn't. Hands over eyes emoji. Yeah, I'm not saying that Kenwyne Jones is better than Raul.
I've done us a deal.
When I watched him, I loved Kenwyne Jones.
Right, Joe, you're sacked as manager of Real Madrid.
Mikel Antonio underrated. Corner to United.
They did sign Thomas Gravison at a point.
They did. That's a good shout. Francis Jeffers.
And
I loved Alan
who was that
Smith.
lad that signed for West Ham, and then he was shit for West Ham, and he went
straight to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
That was madness. Seriously.
Gravison was good though. Like everyone wanted him. United wanted him.
Yeah, he had a really good season, didn't he?
What was he called again?
Brunt.
Viking.
Chris Brunt. Was it Chris Brunt?
Yeah.
He was West Brom. He was so good. Yeah. He was a left mid who used to just get so many assists from corners and free kicks, and then he just played left back for like 4 years for him because he couldn't.
What
run
about
anymore.
Players that were great international football but awful at club football, like David Healy? Yeah. I loved David Healy. I used to get called King David in college because I used to just run around screaming, Healy, Healy. I remember this tune, away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus lay down his sweet head
The stars in the night sky look down where he lay.
I thought you lost it then.
So long-winded. So long-winded. That caught me. I like that.
Please tell me there's a punchline here, otherwise this is really odd.
Yeah. People liking Darius Vassell as well in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, I went to a game when Steve Bruce managed Sunderland 2-2 United. And listen,
that's when Kenwyne Jones scored.
This game, yeah. So we went on the bus, me, my brother, my mate who went to uni and college and that with me, and Kieran, who's like a family friend, but is basically my cousin. I call him my cousin, we're not related though. But so we all went to the game, yeah. Me and my mate are looking after these two now. And when we've got there, the bus used to get us there 2-3 hours before kickoff.
Right.
So we were bored as fuck here. We with 2 kids, so we can't really go in the pub and that. So we've gone to them, right, use that wait here. We went in the bookies and that. We spent our money here, lost everything within like 5 minutes. Walked out here, broke as fuck now. And we just had to go in. We had to
Lost
wait
it all immediately.
We had to wait outside Old Trafford, yeah, for the turnstiles to open so we could go in and sit down because we had nothing to do, bruv. Like that was like we fucked everyone's day that day just by spinning it. And so yeah.
Oh, mate.
Kessie, who we were talking about in the preview, is the one to watch for them. Has scored an absolute peach of a goal there.
World, yeah.
And United need to fucking wake up here because that's 2 times now.
Henderson's face gone really red. Was it his fault?
I don't think so. It looked like a brilliant finish to me.
Diogo, don't celebrate your chief.
So throwing on the right hand side, no one's on him. He just takes a touch and just.
He took a heavy touch to be fair, which I think.
I mean, no one gets near him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's just a fantastic finish. I don't think you can blame the goalie.
No,
it's a good touch, but he just takes it between Matic, Mctominay, and Maguire.
You got to blame them.
And it's just
all
a
3 of them.
brilliant finish.
One of them's got to close that goal check for what?
They're checking it for something.
Handball. I doubt it is, but that's what they might be checking it for.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're checking it for. I think they check every goal, don't they? But I don't know what for. They're checking it for something.
Take it off him.
Yeah, just take it off him for fucking anything. We could get upset here, you know. This isn't beyond the realms of possibility at all.
Do a fucked up decision and I'm gone.
Handball or something.
Do it. Disallow it. Is it bad that when goals go in against us in the Europa League, I don't care? Is it?
Who's that again? Was it? I thought it was Kessie that scored the goal. Was it not?
Foul throw. Handball?
Handball.
Yeah!
It's been disallowed for handball.
Hey, easy.
Oh, mate.
That's not handball.
Do you want to know something, right?
That's not handball, bro.
It was Kessie that did it.
That's not handball, bro.
I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure they were showing someone else on the replay then.
No, they weren't. You're just stupid.
No, I'm not.
That's not handball, is it? Is it Stonewall?
It's harsh, that. If it's given against you, you're going mad then, aren't you?
Yeah, United need to fucking wake up.
We've had 2 disallowed
we need to wake up.
Already.
2 disallowed
He's
goals.
had a hat-trick here.
Yeah.
Disallowed hat-trick.
I mean, one of them, fair enough, was miles offside, but that one, we've got away with one there.
In fairness, it did touch his hand.
Hey, up, Martial's down. That's all we need. Another striker down.
Holding his right hip.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I mean, he's all right, isn't he?
Don't know what's happened there. Oh, that's a bit weird.
Dead leg.
No obvious big collision there, was there?
Dead leg, bro.
Just sort of got into each other a little bit.
Yeah, Deaglan
Tom Pradlock
said the
says,
same thing. I feel that I actually don't care when we concede in Europa.
How dare you?
Trust me, if I was in the stands, I wouldn't even be looking at the pitch. I'd just be singing and dancing and all that stuff. Singing the Zlatan song.
Tom Pradlock says, Joe's right, they did show another guy. I thought they did.
He gets the Reds excited. Stick your city up your ass because we are.
Are we going to lose? Are we going to lose this tie, Adam?
I would just sing the
Tom, help me out. I'm scared.
I don't care about this tie.
Yeah, you do care. How can you not care?
It's Europa League, bro.
It's against
Fuck
AC
Europa
Milan,
League.
though. We don't want to lose to them.
We don't want to win the Europa League, do we?
I fucking do.
I do, mate.
Really and truly. I'd be more gutted if we fell to 3rd than if we didn't win the Europa League.
I wouldn't. I'd rather finish. What, you wouldn't rather finish 3rd and win the
you
Europa
take
League?
3rd?
I'd rather win the FA Cup.
But that's not an option, is it? And
Well,
that's
it is,
not.
'cause
And
we're in
that's
the
not
FA
the
Cup.
argument you
Would
made.
you take 4th and the Europa or finishing 2nd?
That little slow blink?
Really?
there.
Second.
You're off your head.
That's shit, that. I know.
What?
Actually, I'd take Europa. Because it's a trophy.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Because it's a trophy. But really, I don't care about it. It's like when you get knocked out of the League Cups, like, well, at least they won the FA Cup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want a trophy.
But
I want Ole to have won a trophy. If we have a shit start to next year, he could be gone by November.
Yeah.
Like,
mate, if we have a shit end to this year,
well, that's what I'm saying. I want Ole to have won a trophy at Manchester United. No matter what else happens, he'll always have that.
Yeah.
Then, like,
imagine that
I'd take
occasion of it, him being lifting that trophy. Imagine how we'll feel as United fans. We won't be celebrating the final day of the season. United confirmed we finished third.
We're not going to be jumping up and down, hugging each other.
Yeah,
but if we win the Europa League final,
Europe's best ever competition.
You're bringing me back into it, lads.
Is it Gdansk? Is that where it is?
Fucking bring it on, boys.
We're really playing shit at the minute. We're playing really bad.
Their AC Milan shirt's horrible, man.
Yeah, it really is.
It doesn't even look like an AC Milan shirt.
It was a free kick to the back post. Tellez wins it, and then someone following in on the back post.
Our line's really good today, but I don't know if that's just because they're clueless. And they just don't even notice people behind them.
Whoa. Offside.
Got away with one there, lads.
Such a good finish.
It's such a finish, isn't it?
Yeah. Does it handball it? It does handball it.
But you don't get a penalty for that. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't get a penalty for that. If Maguire did that in the box, would Milan have got a penalty? Or if Kessie did that in his box, would they have got a penalty?
No, but the rules are different for defenders and attackers.
But they shouldn't be, though.
Do you not think?
No. Why should it be a different handball rule?
Well, because if I handball it on the corner of the 18-yard box there, and I'm a defender and it just hits my hand, the strikers are more likely to be having shots toward the goal.
Get a grip of this
that
game.
you are going to be in front of. Whereas the striker controlling it,
That's my point. Like with the goal thing, if you score a goal after the ball's hit any hand, whether it's handball or not, it's not a goal.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's a defensive handball,
is
it handball?
So are you
do you know what I mean?
saying-
Intent
yeah.
gets taken out of it when it's a
So
goal.
are you
That's
saying
wrong.
intent should be taken out of it?
Intent should be left in at all times.
Right. So but for attackers as well. So you like the way it is for defenders, and you think it should be the same way it is for the defenders currently for the attackers, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, could be in it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, I made that too complicated.
Deaglan, so if I'm getting that wrong, it might be Dylan. I'm not sure. Deaglan, I'll go with. Pollock. We won the Europa on my 21st birthday. As I was on the tables in my local singing On the Piss with Georgie Best, the only time I cared about it. But we're not going to be doing that if we finish second. Do you know what I mean?
We fucking are, lads.
But you know what I mean, though?
Not if City win the league.
That occasion.
We are. If you think about it, it's going to be last day of the season. Yeah. We're just going to have been allowed in for one game.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're going to be singing even if we lose 7-0, mate.
Yeah, that's different. Being like when the fans are finally let back in and stuff. But
we're playing
to win a final, mate.
That's a foul. That's a bench-short foul.
Yeah, because it annoys me that he hasn't. Like Arteta's won the FA Cup.
Yeah,
for fuck's sake, and like always, done well, but not anything tangible to show for it.
No. Yeah, I agree with that. I think we need to win anything, really. That's a good pass.
That's a great ball, wasn't it?
Yeah. It almost like Tellers didn't expect it to work, though, so he was sort of catching up to it.
That's a foul, ref!
It is.
So you're getting a booking there as well.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Tell us, stop screaming, bro. Nothing ain't hurt that much.
Hey.
Fucking hell's bells, mate. You got that big old scar in your head and you're screaming about that. That's what, once the decision's been given, you're not allowed to scream anymore.
Is that the rule?
Should be a new rule.
Screaming's to
Take
get...
that. So if a attacker has to purposefully handball it for it to be given, and once the decision's been given, you have to stop screaming.
And people in the comments have said you can't judge intent, which you can because you kind of know when some. Obviously, I do believe intent isn't always always have to be there for it to be handball or to be given, because you can still gain an advantage from an unintentional handball. But you know what I'm saying? It should be the same rule for everyone. Oh,
free kick
shit.
Lands on the roof of the net. The problem with handball is it's always going to be so difficult to find the edge of the law with handball, because, like you said, there's no definition of intent. You can't prove, well, there's a definition of the word, but you can't prove whether someone meant to do something.
You
can't
struggle
get
to prove he meant to do that.
Yeah,
that could have quite
and
easily
also
just
even down to
bounced
the
off his fine.
gaining an advantage in quotes is. If I touch the ball and then pass it to you for you to have a shot, did we gain an advantage, or is the only advantage whether you scored or not? Like,
Is Donnarumma looks like
they're in again here.
It's a poor touch, though.
My Jeebus.
Oh,
he's offside again.
Oh, that's stupid, that is. I hate all that shit, man. Put your flag up, bro.
He did.
What? Yeah, after he'd done about 6 skills. What if someone done their hammy?
Yeah, he's
Pretty
off,
sick skills.
well off there again.
By
Donnarumma looks like an Asian fella, doesn't he? Do Italians look like us, or do we look Italian?
It's a very good question, that.
That's what I want to know.
Good question. Don't know.
Have you ever seen True
I suppose
Romance?
Italy's
Can we not say
quite easterly, isn't it? Sort of North Italy and Croatia is near Turkey, and
Croatia.
Turkey's half.
She's just hopping across the country.
Well, no, but I'm saying from west to east, Turkey is
it's
close to Turkey. Italy is close to Turkey,
yeah.
and a lot of people born in Turkey
Got a
are
tan,
Asian.
innit?
Yeah.
But he does look like one of us. Is it all the oil in our foods? Maybe.
I like to think so. Anyway,
Looks like a fella that's always in my barber's waiting. Even if you get there after him, he's waiting. You're like, are you just chilling here all day, bro?
Some people do that, though, don't they?
Did it? Yeah.
Or there's some in our barbers who, there's like one barber who's really good. And my missus always says to me when I take my son, because obviously I don't fucking go, she's like, make sure you get whatever his name is, like, and that. But I always feel bad when it's like someone else going, you ready?
And you go, yeah, go on.
I don't want to go. No, wait for him.
Because you want to go home.
We
used to have the same song.
Just grabs it like,
Shout out.
You let fucking Shane cut his hair again.
You
didn't
done
you?
it again, haven't you? I'm like, no.
Look at the line. He goes down the side of his head.
I say, he wasn't there. I had to go see the other guy.
What, you mean I booked him in? Yeah. We used to have a shout out Sunset Snips and Ends. We used to have Andy, yeah.
If anyone from Sunset Snips is watching, please comment below.
That's the best shout out ever.
Shout out Andy, yeah. So Andy, yeah, he used to always, so bruv, basically, you used to book an appointment, you'd get there, and then he'd go, oh, I've squeezed him in. So every time your appointment would end up an hour late because he squeezed all these fuckers in because he's too nice, yeah. Man would just pop in and he'd go, oh, yeah, I'll squeeze you in. And you just think, oh, bruv, this is making my appointment later.
Andy.
But then he used to have this fella, yeah, the assistant, and he used to always go, yeah, this was the phrase he'd use. Can I get my man on the sides? And everyone would go, nah, you cool, bro. He ain't starting my trim, bro. He is not starting my trim. And he's still there now, like 10 years later. And I would not trust him to start a trim. That's the best thing, though. He used to get a next man to start your trim, and then he'd finish the rest up.
That's good. I'll just fry the onions, and then he can do the meat. I'll do the meat, but he can fry the onions. Tim Jones.
I've never heard it. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, can I get my man on the sides?
He can start. You
Yeah,
off.
I'll finish it.
So I'll do all the.
Cut the sides, fade it in a bit, and then let the geezer finish on the top.
That's crackers.
And then when he takes him, he's like,
yeah, can't do anything with this.
oh, no, it's all fine. I'm just talking about something later. Docking your wages. We've got a couple of super chats. Tim Jones says, if we win the Europa League, we'll go in pot 1 for the Champions League next season, which means we should avoid a difficult group like we had this year.
That's when you win the league, you're in pot 1, isn't it?
Oh, good. Yeah, great point. But let's say we don't win the English Premier League. Gustavo Sanford, back to lockdown in Brazil. Thank you for making this Europa time. Energy up the Reds.
Energy in the air.
And then went back. I mean, we did that, didn't we?
Trophies. We did it 3 times.
But I thought it was worse than Brazil.
Brazil is crackers, isn't it? What's going on over there?
I watched
the leader there is worse than Trump in terms of like, oh, don't worry about it, be all right.
Yeah. Well, back to lockdown apparently. So some sort of
I think they've
something's been
I
changed.
want to go Brazil so much, man. That's what I'm scared about. Like, I've always wanted to go like watch a game in Brazil, watch a game in Argentina, etc.
I was there
Like,
for Van Persie's header. Was it that game?
One of my favourite goals of all
I
time.
was there,
Is
mate.
that gonna
That's my
change
favourite
now?
non-Man United
It's like
goal.
Gaz
that.
used to always talk about being there for James Rodriguez goal.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to be like, fuck off.
Got our ticket literally a minute before kick-off as well. And the guy offered us a ticket, right? I mean, this lad who was there, because I was there with Scotty and a few others. They all had tickets. 2 minutes before kick-off, the guy offers us a ticket, right, for like face value. The lad I was with was like, should we get it? Should we wait? I'm like, no, let's just fucking get it. Got it. Got in there. Diego, what's his name was playing? Costa was playing for Spain. Spain. And Brazilians, mate, were giving it him. Because he's Brazilian, innit? Fucking hated him, mate. They were going berserk. Like, fucking throwing.
Were you in with the Brazilian?
Yeah.
In fact, actually, that might be my favourite non-Man United or England game ever, that game. Because like Spain had won every tournament for
Because
the last 8 years.
Loads of Brazilians there. You know
They'd won a Euro, World
Yeah.
Cup, Euro, and this was the next World
Yeah.
Cup after Spain had just won everything.
Yeah.
And then they got battered 5-1 in the first game by
unreal.
Van Gaal's
Yeah, it
Holland
was unreal.
as well.
Van Gaal,
Incredible.
Daley Blind for obviously the pass for Van Persie's header.
Yeah.
It was just like,
And we
when
were
you look
linked
back
with
at
him,
it,
weren't we, at that point?
Like, now you look at it, you just think it was amazing.
At that point, there'd been a picture of some Spurs fan with Van Gaal on his shirt. Van Gaal won.
Dickhead.
Because everyone thought he was going to Spurs, didn't they? At one point.
It's weird, isn't it? Because Van Gaal, apart from the football, he was ace.
But that's mad because they got Poch, didn't they?
Yeah.
So if they had Van Gaal, would we have got Poch? Doubt
What,
it.
from Southampton? Straight from Southampton
Doubt
to us?
it,
I can't see that, I think. Not after Moyes. We wanted a big name, didn't we? Like a established, someone who's going to come in and get the dick out and wave it about. So,
Like he actually did in the change rooms. Adam Morris, how is Diallo playing? Can you see him having a future at United next season for competition for
I
Wan-Bissaka?
would like him to, but I don't think.
I like Diogo.
He's on the ball right now.
He's made it his mission today to embarrass Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my!
They've overloaded this
fucking
right hand side
shit,
here, and
mate.
got a shot away.
What are you doing, bro? Don't make me get angry.
should have done better there.
This is why I'm not focusing on the football, man.
Yeah, we've been poor. We've been really poor so far, United. Just 2 half blocks take the speed out of that.
If we get to 0-0 at half time, we'd be lucky. At this rate.
Yeah. Yeah, we've not been great. We've
Do you
just not made
reckon
anything.
if fans were in, there'd be a lot there tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be full
Like,
house.
no,
Full
like,
house.
for normal, like.
I reckon
Milan.
full house.
Do you reckon?
It's Milan, innit?
What do you mean?
Like, not if this was the first game after lockdown.
I think there would be 75,000 people there.
Like, people
Yeah.
turn out because it's Milan.
Yeah, of course. Do
And you know what? It might be
No,
not
like,
a
sometimes
sellout
for Europa,
until
people are a bit like in the
just the
midweek,
day
like-
of. But I reckon it would sell out.
The only thing that might not is because it's a 6 o'clock kickoff, which might fuck it. It might
but
be
it wouldn't have been a 6 o'clock
71,000.
kickoff.
Well, okay,
I don't
but
think.
I mean,
have we ever had a 6 o'clock kickoff at Old Trafford when there's been fans? Never.
we
I can't
certainly
remember
have
one.
had a 6 o'clock kickoff in the Europa League in 2018.
At Old Trafford.
I'm not sure.
We've not at Old Trafford. Away from home, I think we have.
Milan would bring a firm with them as well, wouldn't they? Do you
Yeah,
reckon?
it'd be mad.
Yeah. Do you remember like Celta Vigo fans brought a right firm, didn't they?
Is that when they played City or played United?
Who did we play in the semis?
Celta Vigo.
Yeah,
Was it Celta Vigo?
I think he's at Angelino or whatever his name is. Missed that chance. Oh
That
my
looks
God.
offside again to me.
Oh my God.
That looked offside
We are
again.
defensively shambolic.
We are playing like we're playing 07 Milan.
He looked offside to me.
Kaka making everyone run into each other again.
I know.
Do you remember that? I feel like that was Evra's and Heinz's fault more than it was Kaka though.
It was that it didn't help that makeshift defence we had as well. It was just all
It was Wes Brown, O'Shea, Heinz.
O'Shea and Evra, like, but yeah, there was like it was just all over the place, wasn't it?
And I
Like,
think Evra and O'Shea were the fullbacks and Heinz and Brown.
who
were the
was it,
centre
Mackie? Was it Rio? He rushed back for the return leg.
Yeah,
he
and
wasn't
he was
fit.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it was like because everyone was like, "Oh, Rio will be back for the return leg. We'll do him in the San Siro."
And then Seydorf, he was about 70 at the time, fucked us.
Because we had to win that 2-0, didn't we? Oh,
we
no,
just had to draw.
Sorry,
Yeah,
of course
we were winning
3-2. I was thinking they were winning
Yeah.
3-2, but no, Rooney got the goal for us to be winning 3-2.
But
I love that Rooney
They
goal
just
as well,
destroyed
man.
us though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, I remember watching that in the Ashley in Worksop, and there was loads of United fans in there. And after about the 8th minute, we're like, they're really fucking good. This is twice the team we played at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
If you remember, there was a lot of talk about Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And Heinz tried to claim that goal, but it's Ronaldo's goal. If you watch it back, Ronaldo heads it. It hits a AC player and goes in, but it's Ronaldo's goal. And Heinz runs away. And you can see Ronaldo at one point go, I'm sure that's my goal, and this geezer's claimed it.
Remember he got Player of the Year, Heinz? 2005.
He was very good for us.
Everyone loved him, didn't they? Until he
because he wants to go to Liverpool, we kind of forget how good he was.
He was mint. He was one of those players as well who the fans love because he just flies into tackles and like Eric Bailly style.
Yeah, and let's not forget as well, there had been a little bit of a vacuum at left back since Irwin had left.
And I think we just
then
love
he comes in
chanting
and he's so
Argentina.
fucking aggressive.
I
just
love that.
loves sprinting forward.
Yeah.
Like
It's my favourite chant, that is, Argentina, 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 Argentina. And to think, when I was 9, 10,
11.
Simeone and that nearly made me cry because of Beckham.
I'm glad I didn't. I don't
And I
remember
remember
that
the
World Cup.
Inter game when they come to Old Trafford. I was proper angry, like, I want someone to fucking hurt this.
That's probably the most I've given a shit about England is when we beat him in the World Cup when Beckham scored the penalty.
Oh, that 1-0 with the red shirt.
Drilled it straight down the middle of the goal.
Well, I remember Michael Owen picked the ball up and Beckham was like...
Beckham, Owen dived, didn't he? For the pen.
Michael was like, I'm gonna have that. Like, behave yourself.
Was that in the group stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We had
But everyone like
Nigeria.
Argentina were favourites.
We won 1-0.
Nigeria,
didn't we? Yeah, it was that goal.
Argentina,
Yeah.
and
Mate, town here was mental, mate. Because
I don't
big
think I
screen.
want 18.
I had a big screen in the city centre. It was packed. Everyone was just partying. It was mint.
Matic is getting walked past here, by the way.
you see the 2 Champions League finals. In fact, the 3 Champions League finals.
Yes.
I watched them all in town like that because I never had tickets for them. And,
Do you know what? For the Wembley one, I went down to Wembley. I didn't have a ticket. I was going to try and jib in. And Tudor, you know, our mate Tudor was at the Ministry of Sound. He's like, come to the Ministry of Sound and watch it if you want with me. So I didn't go to Wembley. And one of the lads who know, sad, him and his brother ended up getting in because they were rushing the entrances, weren't they? And then they were getting caught and getting dragged out and thrown out and they're just doing it again. And then, like, pockets of them were getting in. But yeah, fucking depressing anyway. I'm glad I didn't get in.
Rooney's goal was so good that day as well. And
I know.
that we don't remember that goal as a top goal. Because the move was sick. And then he just fucking the finish on it. It's proper wazza that.
So many goals that get lost to.
And people always try and
losing games.
overlook him as a big game player, bro. He scored in a Champions League final to level it up.
He was mint in 2008 final, you know. People forget that.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Like,
He's
he was
passing and he's
everywhere.
running around.
Yeah. He was like having an extra player. He
Yeah.
was relentless, man.
He was really good.
This
Let's get up
play's
to
awful
let's see if we can
here
get up to
today,
1,000 likes on the video. We're
Yes.
over 900. Let's see if we can get up to 1,000 as AC Milan sort of pour their way through United's defence again here on the right hand side, cuts it back past
Oh,
Matic
he's lucky
again,
there.
takes a shot and
thought
sort
Matic
of
was gonna clip him.
padded
I
away
did, I
by
thought he
Henderson
was
at the
gonna
near
go down
post. Shit, who's
Control
that?
there, lad.
Tellers, man.
But
We've been
we
poor.
haven't really got our front three into it.
No.
And one of the things I dislike about Bruno,
He just pulls his leg out in time there in the Man
He-
Matic.
he goes really forward, almost as a second striker
Yeah.
sometimes. And you've just got a big hole, bro.
Matic there. He does well in the end, I suppose. He does well
Pull
to
it
get his
out.
leg out of the way, but that was so close. If you'd have felt any
See,
contact,
I
he's going
hate
down
what
there.
the game's done. Like, defenders shouldn't be defending like this, man.
No.
Like, I'm not blaming the defenders because they're subconsciously, they go to get their arms out of the way, but it's kind of fucked.
Because it's weird because doing that
You lose
is a
balance.
much more unnatural position for your arm to be
Yeah.
in than like that. But
Go
like,
on, that's a
no
great
one,
ball.
no one
Oh,
walks
getting
around
on
the
the back
streets like
Perfect,
that.
man.
Oh, unlucky Daniel.
Oh, mate.
Daniel James did well there. Donnarumma just got a hand to it, sort of tipped it to the 12-yard line-ish penalty spot area, but no one was there to knock it in. That's a good ball from Mctominay. And
He's onside, I think.
we don't have to find out with VAR, but he just gets the ball in. I mean, it would have taken... Well, I don't think it was possible to get it to Martial there.
No.
Because there's two defenders in the way and Donnarumma gets on the line
Unless
anyway.
he put a little bit
Yeah,
of
you
flight
needed
on
Grady Greenwood to be.
But even
a bit
then,
closer
Donnarumma
but
got there, didn't he?
wasn't
So-
gonna,
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't going to make that.
I mean,
run
you
in
can't
that time.
complain about what Daniel James done.
No, he did well.
No, so.
But
And it's good to finally
normally,
actually have
you know
someone
what he
sprint
does?
at their
He
defence.
does get there and dinks it slowly. And he's whipping it, which is... Oh, fuck
It's not
off,
a foul, ref.
man.
Come on. Yeah, good goalkeeping. People saying great goalkeeping.
We don't get the ball. See, that's why Martial looked better against City. Because when we don't have the ball and we can
Oh,
counter,
how's that a free kick?
we get them onto the ball. We get our front players onto the ball more, in more space. Now, when we're playing against like this, obviously, not saying AC Milan have literally just sat back because they haven't. But we're not getting
that's
the
a good
ball
touch.
into the strikers in any good positions at all.
Brilliant touch
or
and turn
anybody
from
else.
McTominay.
That's a
Unlucky,
ball.
that is
Oh,
unlucky, man.
unlucky.
The pass isn't quite there. Good running forward, though. But now, this is the problem in transition here.
But look where Bruno is now. He's where James is, bro. You're supposed to be off the striker, asking for the ball, linking the play,
Yeah.
not drifting into a second striker position. Because then what? Does Martial have to drop then?
That's where he is now, Bruno, isn't it?
Yeah, now he is.
Yeah, between...
But he drifts.
Yeah.
When we've got the ball, he drifts.
Who's this on the ball here?
But again, we got to get them into the game more.
Just doing what they want here. That's better. Now we can counter-attack. Tellez. Good running. Good running. No one in the box at all. Come back to Marshall. Again, no one in the box.
Penalty? No. Asking too much there for that one.
Tried a little Berber.
I mean, it's difficult to counter-attack when no one's in the box for either Tellez or Martial to pass to there.
Oh, we nearly done him there, you know. Defender just waits him off it.
Yeah, no one there for it. 35 minutes gone.
Just got that. We've not got that second gear, have you, United? No. Milan have had the better chances, look more up for it.
I think tactically they've got it right. So now we need to make a change, and we haven't. Because they've nullified our midfield. They've not allowed the ball to get to our front four, and they're breaking on us quick. Like they're pressing high on the pitch. Maybe we expected them to sit off us a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, feels like we did. Last couple of minutes, we've just...
But then you have to change something
won
to
it back
react
a bit
to what
more.
they're doing, innit?
Yeah.
Last 5 or 10 minutes, I'd say we have been a little bit better. But we're not holding the ball well enough at all. Like you said, it's like we thought they'll let us keep the ball, and they're not. So we're almost forced into counter-attacks, and there's not enough people joining the counter-attacks. This is a bit better, though. Bruno dropping a bit deeper.
There, he's in a good position now. Now he needs to just drift.
Mctominay.
Greenwood very central.
Yeah, very deep as well. We have to go back to Mctominay there. No. We'll find Wan-Bissaka.
It'd be interesting to see how much Wan-Bissaka improves with a regular right wing partnership.
Yeah,
with a natural winger. No disrespect to Greenwood, but someone that's gonna give him overlap, support, etc.
Because he's crying out for that, isn't he?
He does just have that right wing spot on his own most of the time.
Yeah. We were talking about this last night, weren't we? It's a bit like Tony Valencia style.
That's a foul there. Free kick, 20 yards out for United. Very central. Bruno fouled on the edge of the box.
Bruno will score this, I think.
Do you think? I'd love it if he did.
It's like, the Liverpool one, for some reason, as soon as he was going to step up, I just knew he was going to score.
I forgot about that goal.
That's so sick.
That's good, wasn't it? I want to watch that again.
That game was mint, man.
Yeah,
it was, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a good cup game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine that with fans.
Oh, no.
I hate saying that because I feel like the games would be different if fans were in the ground. But if that game went like that with fans, it'd just be mad.
You'd be on the pitch when you were not winning.
Because they went 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. That's so good, isn't it?
Tellez and Bruno stood over it.
I can't see, yeah.
It sort of suits the left foot a bit more because it's slightly to the left, or to the right, should I say. But you got to feel that
Bruno does that one, though, where he hits across it. So you'd think he's going for the near post, but he's going for the far. He does hit across it and get some top spin power in it, man.
They've taken that about a yard or two further out than it actually was.
I reckon I'd score this free kick still.
Fuck off.
Top bin, is it?
Come on. Bruno the free kick. Well, I don't know.
Bruno scores.
Bruno or Tellez. It's Tellez.
It's the wall.
Bruno would have scored if he took it.
And throw into United. Slightly underwhelming there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I love
surprised
that. There's some goalkeeper
surprised he let him have it.
Around the world fuming at that. Donnarumma's just had the ball and just kicked it for a throw-in. Like most keepers nowadays.
Well, that was like in the middle of the wall. Like
keep that.
That was like waist high. That it was terrible.
It was pretty bad. Yeah, like Donnarumma there just runs over to the ball just on the corner of the 18-yard line. Just kicks out for a throw. Don't even try and get any distance. No distance on it either. He kicks out basically on the corner flag.
If in doubt, here we go.
Just boot it.
Whereas Alisson,
we don't play from the
Ederson,
back.
or someone like that,
cuts
it, steps over, comes back into the box, chips it out,
none of that.
Sets off an attack.
Dean Henderson, mate, does that.
His throw the other day for Shaw's goal was very good. Here we go.
Oh!
Yes! How's Harry Maguire missed that?
Mate, Harry Maguire there looks like it was like half a yard.
Maguire's missed.
Oh
is it the post? That's what it is. It's the post from. Let's judge the distance. 30 centimeters out. He's missed it there.
He wasn't going in before he touched it, was it? How has that gone for a corner, bruv? Did he get cleared after he?
I don't know what the fuck happened, but he's got to score that.
I thought that was in.
He hit because he's just outside the post, isn't he? And he just doesn't put it across. He just doesn't put it across. I
feel like you can't criticise that.
Of course you can fucking criticise it.
No, you can.
It's shit.
It's like he literally did what we. I'd be saying this like I know if Marshall was in that position and he did that, I'd be saying this. He's done what everyone thinks you have to do.
Which
Just
is
get
what
it on
miss.
target.
He don't get it on target. It's the post.
I know, but man, I feel sorry for him.
I feel sorry for him.
The fact you
but
feel
it's
sorry
no
for him.
shit.
I get where you're coming from, but you can't like.
Because he's come across quickly and
I
he's just
think
got
the only sort of defence I'd have is I think maybe he's not seen it till late. He's come over the keeper, but for me.
Got to score.
He's got to score. He's got to score.
You can't be missing for 30 centimetres out.
Doesn't
But
matter.
I do think it's one of them where you're not even thinking about it. You're just going, oh, here we go. That's a goal. Fuck. What's that? Like, oh, shit, lads. I've missed.
This is one where people go, that's why he's no striker.
This is one where people
just a human being with a fucking leg should score that.
Screenshot it and go, how do I tell my kids he missed from here?
Yeah.
All that shit.
Yeah. To get kids, you got to have sex first, you weirdo.
Thank you.
Nice. Let's get 2K likes on the video if we can. And if we get 2K likes, that will have gone in that shot. So if we get 2K
VAR
likes,
will check it and
get
give us
2K
a
likes,
goal.
it'll be 1-0 to United. Certainly 1-0 to one of the teams because Milan are attacking Diallo with a good cross in deep, just nodded away by Tellez. He's got to score that, hasn't he? Come
What
on.
are the comments saying? They're going mad about him.
Couple of WTFs in there. Maguire cleared it. Maguire's turned into Sterling. We've only seen one replay of that. I can't believe that. Well, what should I say? I don't believe that would be the last time I see that, especially if we get knocked out by AC Milan.
I'm still.
That was unreal.
I'm in disbelief.
I thought he'd scored. I was like, yeah. And then I saw the ball bouncing off there. I was like, what's going on there?
I thought it went that way, but in the net.
Yeah.
Do you know when it goes back across the net?
It didn't make any sense.
And it kept going.
Like,
Matic with an
Harry.
absolute hammer of a tackle there. Did you see that?
Oh, I just saw the guy.
Just went straight through Brahim Diaz to win the ball. He got the ball as well. I think United last 10 minutes, 15 minutes have been a bit better though, haven't they, I would say.
A bit better than shit, though, isn't very good either.
But, I mean, we're,
Like, we've still
we're moving
been
in the
poor.
right direction. I don't think we've been poor last 10 minutes. I don't think we have.
I think we have.
Okay.
I mean, we just defended one off the line for them. So. Grand scheme of
We've
things.
improved. He's right. We have improved.
Wonder what the XG was on that.
Got to be 0.6, 0.7.
Now, I bet you any money it's like
0.2.
0.3.
Yeah.
And you like, fuck off, bro. XG's a load of shit. Fuck stats. Fuck all of them. If you want to fight me, Dave, phone me.
Shots fired.
Austin says AMAD scores that.
Nice.
AMAD might
I
not be
score
there.
that. Adam scores that.
I score that because I'm
Ahmad.
left-footed. I'd score that.
I'm left-footed. I'd definitely score that. And dive header. Fucking it.
Diving header.
Martial would have missed it.
Yeah. Martial wouldn't have got
Bay
there.
wouldn't have missed it, though. He would have fucking broke the post.
He would have broke the post, scored a goal, and broke his own leg doing it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How the fuck? That's a chance that, like, you'd pray for on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. Just give me one of those chances.
If I'm Maguire now, I'm stood in the centre of our box with the man in front of me here, and I can't even see.
No,
I'm so
you're just
embarrassed and
thinking about
stressed
that
and
constantly.
annoyed and upset. I'm like, what am I even doing now? I'm on drugs.
Dizzy.
I'm just drugs.
Yeah, dizzy.
Yeah, he's if he can hold his head together after that, because that's one of the big things about being a professional athlete, innit? Your mentality has to be just on another level to a normal human being. I couldn't play football ever again after that.
Here we go.
Right, so the ball comes in, Tellez, who wins
Flick
it?
on
Bruno,
there.
great flick on.
Fucking hell.
Maguire, right?
It's actually worse on second viewing.
By the time the ball hits the post,
You know why, though? He never hit with his foot.
No,
He
do you
hit
know
with his
why?
shin.
Donnarumma gets a touch. That's
Nah,
what it
that's
is.
not it.
Don't know. I'm not saying I'm not forgiving it. I'm not forgiving it.
Nah,
but he's missed it for a reason. I
the
think
reason
what
is
goes into
fucking
it.
slabhead.
I think part of what goes into it is that
I
touch.
think it's blocking him. I don't think he touches it. I think if he wants to fly the ball, I don't think
He hits his shin instead of his foot. That's
yeah,
the
he's
problem.
shit.
So he can't see it.
Yeah, but I can understand the dynamics of why
If
the
he hits it
ball
with
has
his
gone.
foot, it goes in.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I can understand why from
shouldn't
him
it?
hitting it to it hitting the post, it hasn't gone in. I get that bit. What I'm trying to think is, how the fuck has he hit it
I
with
think
his shin?
it's his last minute, like last
Yeah.
split second, because he doesn't
I think
see
you're
it, 'cause his hands in the
overthinking
way.
it. He's just
And
absolutely
he's just
fucked it.
fucking like, yeah, he has fucked it, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. We're
No,
trying to
no.
look a bit more into it than that. Of course, it's awful.
He does this every week in the box.
No,
Not as bad as that.
Don't talk shit. Because he doesn't score headers from 12 yards out every week. It's the equivalent to missing it. His body crosses the line before the ball hits the post. He's in the net when he hits
I
it.
do. He cheers me up, man.
He does this every week. Fucking hell.
This is up there with his you lot.
Yeah.
I sound like my
You
dad
lot.
sometimes. You know, sometimes,
Yeah.
I sound like my dad. And I
You
think,
lot. If that was my show.
Yeah, that is true though. If that was Martial.
You lot would be, because famously
he would be getting 100 on the court.
Famously never stuck up for Martial.
Look, here he is.
Penalty.
You son of a bitch! Oh, give that. Go on, give that. You slag. I knew it.
Are they checking that?
Why would you give that? He's swearing a penalty, by the way.
It's all over him, man.
It's not a penalty.
Could have killed him.
Could have killed him.
Weak.
It's holding him. It's a foul, but it's not a penalty. Yeah. A defender gets that.
Well, Martial gave a foul on someone about 20 minutes ago that was almost the exact same as that, wasn't it? Where we said, how's that a foul?
You know if...
But it's not a penalty.
You know if the defender's in the corner and the striker's in his back?
Yeah.
Pause. He gets the foul.
Yeah.
Defenders are allowed to dive, little bastards. Defenders always get away with it. Oh, yeah, I'll just fall.
So frustrating when you're chasing a game and it happens.
Yeah.
Like a defender does that and gets a free kick.
Blocks the ball. Rio was good at that. Blocking the ball.
Yeah.
And just dropping on it. Get a free kick. We have settled down.
Yeah.
From the shit we were doing.
First 20 minutes, we were like...
They should have been 2-3-0 up, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, if it weren't for the offsides, they would have been.
Bro, I don't want to hear no one saying anything about, Martial's been shit again. Because this service is...
Yeah, that's it's not even that difficult a ball to make that.
Shit,
better.
I mean, that's one pass, though, isn't it?
No, I know. I'm
it's
just saying...
the whole game.
Right, I get where you're going from. You talking about that.
Yeah, the survey.
We need some balls in this box. There's some holes in... We need some balls in this box.
Oh, that's a good pass.
We need some balls in this box.
Is that Diallo going past everyone? Well done by...
Fucking prime Cristiano Ronaldo today, ain't he?
Fucking hell.
Why are you blasting the ball?
I know. Fucking hip high.
Yeah,
back to
there you go. Deal with that.
Bruno for you, man. Running around angry all the time. Playing angry passes at his teammates.
Fucking there you go.
Hey, fucking how's your touch, you cunt?
Hey, look, you've done. Fucking hell, Bruno.
Bruno proper does that, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that ball? How's your touch? Oh, fuck. Proper tested Wan-Bissaka, then,
Yeah. It's one of them where you have to take him off because he's exploded at half time.
He starts booting everything again.
Yeah. He's not coming out the second half.
Oh, Megs. Teller's got Megs so fucked up there.
Oh. Ref and linesman are giving that two different ways. Is that half time?
I don't know what's happening here.
Looks to be half time.
That was a half for the ages.
Half time, 0-0. Who does a 0-0 favour here?
Us,
doesn't it?
Away goals and all that.
The 0-0 at home always favours the home team.
Yeah, because we need one and then they need two.
It's what Atletico tried to hold on for against Chelsea. And you see what happens when you try to hold on for that shit.
I don't think we're trying to hold on for a 0-0, by the way. Let me get that there.
Well, we were in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, we'd take anything there.
And we were if you look at Maguire's shot.
Yeah,
he was like, I want this 0-0, lads.
Did we have any big chances, though? That's the question, isn't it? Did we have any big chances?
Someone find the XG of Maguire's shot for me, please. I want to cost some stats merchants.
Yeah, someone, if we can find that.
And then I'm going to make a clip for Statman Dave.
Because that was one of the most outstanding. See, they're the sort of misses you see. Do you know when you go on Reddit and you go on like Reddit soccer?
0.91 for the
which, by the way, is substantially higher than a penalty.
Really?
A penalty's at 0.7.
Right. Oh yeah. Right.
So it's comfortably higher than a penalty. That is about as unanimously considered a goal as any chance you can possibly have in football.
Harry Redknapp's misses would have scored it, basically. Remember we were talking about Darren Bennett?
Yeah. Was it Sandra would have scored that? Why did you say that? Like, how does that help anyone?
Yeah,
like,
that's when you try and be too familiar with everyone. Yeah, you go too far in it.
Cool, blimey, governor.
Darren Bent should have told him, fuck off, mate.
One hell of a miss there by Harry Maguire, wasn't it? Would you say that's sort of... Actually, let's go back a little bit because that was at the end of the half.
Yeah.
First 20 minutes.
We were shocking.
They had two goals disallowed. Yeah. Sorry, one for offside, one for handball. Rightly so, would you say, both of them?
Yeah, probably in the letter to the law. I mean, you can look at the handball one, it's a little bit harsh, but does he arguably get a bit of an advantage because it's hit his hand?
Well, he scores.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, like, is it because of his hand that he's able to set that up and score?
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it's intentional or not, I think I can understand why that one was given. I think it deserves to probably be given in the current climate. The offside was well offside. Didn't get going for about half an hour, like you were saying. Came into it more, couple of half chances, and then one of the most guilty.
Is that the worst miss you've ever seen at Old Trafford?
No, Torres was worse.
Not for a Manchester United.
All right.
Torres wasn't worse than that, James.
No, it was. The reason why...
When he went round the keeper.
The reason why... Do you know why? Do you know the two reasons why Torres is worse?
How?
Yeah.
Go on.
One. I'm saying
Right,
it.
he's walking off for starters,
Number
which I
one.
find a bit like
Number one.
bizarre.
Torres and
I need a piss.
number one.
Really?
Torres is a
We're walking out over
striker.
this?
He scored hundreds of goals in his career.
I don't want to hear none of that
But
stuff.
okay. And number two, Torres wasn't a volley. It was rolling
but
on the
Torres
ground.
went
It was
around-
rolling on the ground.
Torres went around the keeper and he was unbalanced like that.
Nah. Torres.
But Harry
is
Maguire's 3 yards out.
No, he's 3
Less than-
centimeters out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Torres, the ball's on the ground.
No.
He doesn't have to line it up. He don't have to
There's
see
so
it.
much that can happen between Torres and the goal. There's nothing that can go wrong for Maguire. All he has to do is
Unless. I think they're both 10 out of 10 horrific misses, is what I'd say.
Apart from that, what are the big misses we got at Old Trafford? Giggs in the cup.
Oh, and the
FA
nowhere
Cup
near as bad
semi-final.
against Arsenal.
Nowhere
That's
near as bad as
semi-final,
that.
semi-final.
That was 18 yards
No,
out
that's
on his
a miss, I
right
don't
foot.
think. Yeah.
Like,
But it was an open goal.
It was a terrible miss.
And he did make Fergie boot at Bex.
Yeah, it was an awful miss.
Fucking
I was at
Giggs'
that game
fault,
as well.
Beckham,
Awful.
yeah.
Yeah, horrific. The feeling walking home from that. It was
Yeah.
like, we did enough. But it was nowhere near as bad as that.
But that was a huge. I'm on about Man United misses here.
Yeah.
That was a big miss. I don't think that's the biggest miss since Giggs against Arsenal.
Yeah.
2004 was it?
I'm struggling to think of a worse one than that. Yeah, I am. I'll have to think about it. We could go over to the
Chuck it over to the Chuckle Brothers.
Chuckle Brothers.
We'll go over to Ronaldo and Alex,
In
who
a
can
minute.
talk us
I think I'm
through
getting
in just a moment.
look of despair
They'll be
there
able to
from
talk
Alex
us
Baggers.
through exactly what went wrong there. I'm sure Ronaldo
Tell him where
will
you
have,
got your t-shirt
will
from,
have got
Baggers.
some stats, and he'll be able to talk to us exactly why that chance was missed. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Poor first 20 minutes, wasn't it? But at least we got back into it.
Got back into it. Should have scored, but we'll be all right in the second half.
Someone said you're forgetting about Lukaku. Did he have a big miss?
Is that the? I don't know. The Spurs one wasn't a big miss because he was wide.
Ronaldo versus Blackburn. That wasn't at Old Trafford though, was it? No, that was Middlesbrough where he stuck it over from like 1 yard out.
Yeah, I think
Remember in the
so.
black shirt?
Yeah.
That wasn't at Old Trafford, was
I
it?
think so. No, it wouldn't have been. No.
That was a bad miss though, innit? That was a
Lukaku
bad
missed
miss.
versus Sevilla. None of them. He was literally 30 centimeters out.
Someone said Cantona against Dortmund. That's been wiped out. Of my
Again,
memory.
the only things that could possibly
Brandon
in my
Williams
idea,
versus Norwich.
he has to-
Welbeck versus Neuer.
He has
I
to
knew I
judge.
was thinking of that, but I don't
Nowhere
know.
near. He has to judge the flight of the ball. He's slightly wide of the post, but I mean, fuck me, you're a footballer. We're not just like grabbing a toddler by the arms and swinging him through it to try and score. You're a literal footballer. Right, let's go over to Ronaldo and Alex for the halftime show.
There's only one Ronaldo.
We'll be back for the second half. What on earth did we just see then, lads?
Hold on. Toddler throwing it into the goal. How is that a description? What does that mean? That was harder to miss, wasn't it?
I think we haven't seen a miss since you know, when Kai was younger and Wayne Rooney tried to get him to score.
Yeah, that clip when
He
he's
tried to let him
walking him into the goal and he still can't score.
And he missed it.
That was
Kai
better.
Rooney. Kai Rooney. But we weren't
You were
following it, he was kicking it.
throwing a child into the goal, like you were trying to say. Shocking miss. That was a pretty...
Child
we've got
services.
there, 0.91 XG that goal was. It's 25%
you know what?
easier to score that than it is a
And
penalty.
I'm in agreement with Mckola
That's horrendous.
that it was worse than Torres's because the thing with Maguire is he's meeting it at an angle where
He's had
literally
to
the
adjust
only way he
in
can
order
miss
to put it over the
the
bar.
only way he can miss in the whole like radius of where he's facing was hitting the post. Like it was almost impossible for that to go wide.
Honestly.
Like he literally it only needed to hit his body, not even a clean contact, just slightly that way.
We have some
I don't know.
stats on screen.
It was harder
there.
to miss anyway.
Those stats are from OneFootball. If you've not downloaded the OneFootball app, click the link in the description below or head over to our Instagram, swipe up on the Instagram. You can see there, we've had 4 shots. Doesn't seem like we've had 4 shots. They've only had 3. 1 shot on target for Manchester United. The Harry Maguire one.
We've had more possession as well.
Apparently more possession. I don't quite believe that. Passing 84%, I think that flat as Manchester United. No clear chances. How have we got no clear chances? Harry Maguire missed from a foot away.
Don't say, hey, stats, eh?
That's not from the OneFootball app because they'd
Unbelievable.
definitely be better than that because that must have been a clear chance. The 1 yellow card.
I think
few
probably
corners.
they're in disbelief still.
They're still in disbelief.
But
we were lucky that
I think if we scored that though, it would have been definitely a bit of a smash and grab.
It would have been because we've been poor, haven't we?
We have been poor. We've been a bit mundane. We've been slow. We look lethargic as well. And all the urgency and all the impetus come from AC Milan that half.
It did, and
yeah.
you come from the weekend, Manchester United starting so quick against Man City, coming out the blocks, getting a penalty within 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever it was, to then come into this game and it just being a bit flat from minute one, a bit poor, nothing great. It's just been... They've looked good, and I don't think they're that good. I think they've got some good players.
This is the issue, though. I think that might be the problem. Maybe United have come into the game thinking that AC Milan aren't that good anymore. They haven't got some of their best players playing as well. We're better than them, and then it's just not looked like that in the first half. And there was a lot of that coming from the fans as well. I remember we were quite confident, but I was slightly hesitant because I thought last 16 Europa League, you're not going to have any easy games.
No.
And I knew that they would obviously have talent on the team. Because I did say in a preview yesterday, you go into games like this, they're going to have players that you might not know too much about, but obviously good players are playing for AC Milan at the end of the day. And I knew we were short-handed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They're missing a lot of players, we're missing a lot of players. But
so I don't want to hear the injury excuse from us because AC Milan are going through the exact same thing. It's two short-handed teams playing against each other.
It is, but we should be doing a lot better than that. There's still a lot of questions in the comments. Yeah, I've got a comment just here.
I wonder if Cam could have in it, I'm not sure.
Cam can, if he
really wanted to, he could put it on the screen.
Potentially do it. But worst first half, we've got Van der Beek still injured. Yeah, no Van der Beek, no Pogba, no Mata even. We've got a game today. We're lacking creative players. Obviously no Paul Pogba as well. We are really, really, really short of creative players. Robbie Savage has been on commentary. I'm not too keen on. He's been bigging up Mctominay all the way through. I don't think he's been that good this season, but
Robbie Savage has been doing that English bias portrayal on his commentary the whole half. He's been speaking as if Mctominay's played like Carrick. As a Welshman as well. He's gone on like Mctominay's been Michael Carrick. He tried to blame Maguire's miss on a touch from the keeper. What's his name? Donnarumma. I don't want to get his name mixed up with the Marvel villain. But you can give me that.
That can go to Ronaldo Brown. You can have a look at some comments there as well as me.
I was going to say, I don't know whether anyone out there, any Marvel fans in United. That's who he's named after.
Just you.
Donnarumma.
Just you.
Donnarumma.
There's people saying gamble on Shoretire, gamble on AMAD. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I think that he's probably going to play it relatively safe with who he brings on. There isn't too many options really. Could potentially bring on Fred. Don't think that makes us a lot better. Maybe a bit more pressing out of midfield. But it's a poor squad. It's a poor bench. But we still should be doing better than this against Milan.
Putting personnel aside, you can at least show a little bit of urgency and a bit of just looking like you are going after the game a little bit. It looks like you're kind of plodding along. It's been ambling. And that's not based on personnel, that's just an effort thing, and that needs to improve. And obviously, Joshy's asked which was worse, Palace game or this first half. I'd say Palace game was worse, personally.
I think the Palace game was worse. We have actually created something. That's maybe because they've come out a little bit more. They've looked quite good. They've looked like they wanted to score. They've got into good positions. They played some really sharp football. The lows looked. What do you make a deal with the low? On loan for Manchester United. I think he's trying a bit too hard. I think myself. He's trying to do a little bit too much. Lacking a little bit in the final third, but he's looked all right. Okay.
Yeah, it's been okay, but I'd say front three in its totality haven't been great. I don't think Greenwood's been confident enough. I don't think he's been driving at the defence enough. I think he's been passing back and passing square and playing it a little bit safe. And I prefer when Mason's a bit more progressive and tries to take people on and get shots off. Yeah. I think he's lost a little bit of that recently.
We've got some super chats. Harnam said, shout out my mum who's going to use her juju to win the game. Yes. We need anything.
I'm not co-signing juju.
No.
Just going to put that out there.
Pranav is in the super chat. You lot are biased as hell towards Maguire. Clear as daylight agenda against Shaw though. Good job there. England Man U will not win anything with Harry Maguire. Well, that's just wrong.
Well, good thing I'm not asked about England then. I'm talking about United.
There you go. Talk about Man United. I don't think Harry Maguire's been at fault. I mean, he's at fault for us not scoring, but he's not had a fucking horrendous game.
No, it's not been. I don't think he's been horrific. I think even Baye's defended well on a couple of occasions. I just think it's just been as a whole team performance, it's not been amazing. I think the worst part, which we haven't touched on, is the passing. I think the passing has been very, very sloppy.
There's been glimpses of like Mctominay. He's done a couple of times where he's done this all season, where he's kind of dropped the shoulder from the back four and managed to progress through the lines himself without passing it. But then he's given the ball away a lot as well. He's not done the simple things. Mason Greenwood and Bruno kind of overcomplicating things, not playing the simple passes. We've got Carl Super Chat in here saying, I overlooked AC. I thought we would brush past them. We have the better squad, but they are the better team tonight. Our squad lacks really depth. Our squad lacks depth. I completely agree. We do. It's amazing how a couple of injuries made us look from having an amazing bench that we had a few weeks ago to having a very, very poor bench, having no one really to bring on who's over the age of 20 to change the game. And it was a bit poor.
Yeah.
If it was,
what have you thought of Diallo in the first half? He's been okay, hasn't he?
Trying a bit too much, lax a little bit. He's trying.
You were saying that. You said that.
You tried to push it past Wan-Bissaka. You've trained with him. You know you can't just knock it past Wan-Bissaka and do that to you.
Maybe he's doing it because he knows he's going to get tackled, and that helps United.
Maybe. I doubt it.
Maybe
but
it's
we
that.
are.
But
Manchester United definitely missing a lot of players. We're missing someone to change the game.
So I know you spoke about the bench not being great. Yeah. So it's like, what can we exactly do to change it? Realistically, it's just we haven't got much to call upon. I think it's just more we've got to make do what we have on the pitch and just get a little bit of a 5% out of each player.
I think we need to press them better. We need to do if everything's off a little bit with passing, you've got to press them higher. You've got to press them a bit more. You've not got to make it so easy for them because it seemed like we haven't been good, but it's been very easy for AC Milan. So make it more difficult. So the front three have to press better. The midfield in general has to press better, but also keep the ball and keep things a little bit more simple.
Yeah, because I think
changes wise, there's not a lot you can do. Take off Mason Greenwood and bring on an AMAD who has played like 90 minutes in total of first team.
I think he'll definitely get a game to that.
I think he's going to need to because I think we really are short of what we've got. You see on the bench there we've got Bishop and Grant. You're not changing the keeper. Lindelof you could potentially bring on. Twanzebe. Sure. Do you know what? I think that Tellers hasn't looked the best. I think he's given the ball away a couple of times. Looks a little bit sloppy. A couple of decent deliveries from him, which you come to expect.
I think the only one you can obviously change in terms of what we're talking about in terms of energy and enthusiasm is putting Fred on, and even that, Fred's from what we've seen, he's not going to greatly improve the passing ability.
No, he's definitely not doing that.
Because right now,
he's not done that for
right now we are losing the midfield battle.
But in all that,
Diallo's coming on.
AMAD
Happy days
coming on for Anthony Martial.
Hat-trick incoming for Diallo.
So that'll be. Yes, we are. We've got AMAD Diallo coming on for Anthony Martial. Looks like Mason Greenwood will go into the number 9. AMAD out on the right hand side. What are your thoughts of that?
I'm excited about it.
You're excited about it? Good. That sounds great. I'm going to pass you back over now before the start of the second half. Joe Smith's got a beer. He's really, really feeling it now. So he's gone for a 0% beer. Sending over to the lads.
We can't leave the kids around on their own anymore, can we?
I like it. What's up with it?
Fucking screaming and shouting over each other.
Yeah, because it's exciting because Diallo's come on.
Yes. Martial's injured, you knob.
Well, we don't know that he's injured.
Now, what I was just thinking of.
So this.
Positivity, energy, good vibes only. Who was the kid?
Oh, he's not allowed. He's not allowed.
Eventually wore the number 19 in the Europa League because Martial got injured.
Marcus Rashford.
Oh my days.
Marcus Rashford.
Oh, he's taping up.
He's going to score 2 today.
They're taping up his jewellery
against Milan
because he's got a wristband on.
Milan Jitland. Got a bracelet, you twat.
Are you into your alcohol-free beer at all?
I mean, what is the fucking point?
Well, if you like the taste of something but you don't want to get drunk, like, do you ever drink?
Who drinks beer because they like the taste?
Do you ever drink whiskey and coke or rum and coke or anything like that?
Yeah.
And now you've got a coke. No. What is the point?
No, but I don't have soft drinks in my whiskey.
What?
I just have water.
You just said you had rum and coke or whiskey and coke.
I have had, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was a point coming at the end of that.
Yeah, the point is you would be willing to drink the predominant flavour of those drinks without alcohol, much like I'm doing here.
But the alcohol fully overtakes any coke.
I've never been into me alcohol-free beers, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan.
But that's because you don't like the taste of beer.
Yeah, and also I don't want to risk it. Not that I'm going to get drunk off it, but you might think, oh, I'll have a real beer.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're down that rocky road.
Yeah, I always think that when he's like, I've got 3 bottles of alcohol-free wine in. You're like, that feels like it's very sort of inching along the edge of the wall.
Here we go in.
Is it just handball that again?
Mate.
Kessie.
Yeah.
Get him in the book.
Free kick to United. Tellers looks like he's lining up on his right foot, which obviously he's not. About sort of 40 yards out.
Yeah, Bruno's definitely taking this, to be honest.
Chips it out to Diallo on the right-hand side. Left foot back to Bruno. Bruno slogs it to the back post. Dan James heads it back.
That
and
is
Donnarumma
shit,
just collects it,
Oh,
comes
was
out and
worse
collects
that
it.
or what Bruiser Cam just did, Dan? Bit of twinkle toes Tommy over there.
This is a
So we've probably gone now with Greenwood through the middle, AMAD Diallo on the right, and James on the left. Right?
We are seriously fucked if anything happens to Greenwood now.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, we've got no strikers.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm worried. I don't care about this game. Like I've already made
Right,
clear a
and
couple of
Martial,
times.
no Martial for West Ham.
And like it's not
no
a-
Cavani, no Rashford.
It's not me doing a Martial FC thing, but genuinely,
no
strikers.
but Manchester United FC
Yeah.
do need strikers. Whether
Yeah.
you're Martiality or not, we need a striker. So the fact we've only got a 19-year-old one.
That's what I was saying when I was getting worried. When go on, Daniel James is in. Oh, you benchwood.
That is, of course, assuming that Martial's injured.
It's got to be.
There's no chance in hell does Ollie
Did you
take
notice
him off
that he
at
left
half-time?
the field at half-time very slowly?
No.
He always fucking leaves the field
That's
very
true.
slowly.
Yeah,
Fucking out.
that's a good point. But even by his standards, it looked like
And there's no way
laboured.
Ollie takes the striker off that is lacking confidence and
For-
all
for the-
that
for the child.
and just goes, that was your fault.
Yeah.
That
I'm taking you off, and this kid who's played 60 minutes of professional football is replacing
like
you.
even if Ollie wants to take him off, he would have gave him an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree that
Yeah.
the overwhelming odds are that Martial's injured. I'm sure people will let us know in the comments.
But if he is injured, we have no strikers.
It might even
bruv.
be one of those, you know, like he's got a bit of a niggle, probably be all right, but we can't risk it because we're so short of strikers for West Ham that you think, sack it, this is 2 legs.
We've got Greenwood as a striker.
Yeah,
who
I mean, that's
has
not the end of
played
the
many
world.
games as a striker.
But
in his
not
last
as
position.
many through the middle.
Of course.
And it's, again, Martial hasn't been great this season. But
How'd
it's a
you work that one
different-
out?
It's a different kind of striker. Do you know what I mean? Cavani, Martial, you're just dropping down the experience levels there.
I think personally we should put Maguire up front.
Oh, yeah.
After that,
Yeah.
he's earned it.
He's earned it.
Well,
The problem was he
I'll tell you
wasn't
what, he got
even
in the
in-
right position.
Positional.
Better positioning
Okay.
than most of our strikers.
Is that the right position if you're the centre back?
Yes.
That is a
Go
great
on,
pass.
Mason.
Yeah, it's a good pass. Bruno to Mason Greenwood.
Daniel James, good running again.
Not the best touch by Greenwood, was it?
Direct.
Couldn't quite get it into the
That's
centre
a
there.
foul. He should have fouled in.
And now
Yeah,
he's
he's giving
gonna
it.
give the foul.
He should have dropped there on the edge.
Yeah, who was that who gave the foul away then? Because Kessie got that goal disallowed, and while they were waiting for the VAR, they showed him, who isn't Kessie. They showed the wrong player on the footage before.
VR racist, more like.
Yeah. VAR. Oh. Racist.
VA racist.
Yeah.
Video.
Assistant racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video assisted racism. That's the way forward.
That was what I was looking
That's
for.
what those little cameras on the chest of. Anyway.
Move with the times.
They were. United, second half, what do we need to see more of? How do you think things are going to change now? Because not only have we lost a sub,
Give it AMAD to the end
we
of the
don't
season.
really
Watch
have
this.
a striker
Oh, he's fucking magnificent.
who's played there.
He's
That was
glorious.
you know that was Wan-Bissaka, don't you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, class.
Oh,
Good.
there we go. Oh,
I might give the ball
He's
there.
shitting.
Yeah, what do we have to do differently this half, Jay? Because things have been sort of
It's
forced
like
upon
back
us
in-
here, haven't they?
Pointed out in the midfield, there's like a bit of a hole because Bruno had been like a striker.
Jay's talking. Why is the camera on me, bro?
And I thought that I think that we need to see a little bit more control in midfield, get Bruno on the ball, get him a little bit deeper like he is now, to be fair.
Just won a foul there. That's
And
2
hopefully-
fouls from the exact
That's
same
madness,
spot,
mate.
isn't it? In the last, since the second half started. 30, 40 yards out.
It's
I mean,
unnerving
it's a
sitting
clear
next to him,
foul.
innit?
Next to it?
Yeah, you can't relax.
Quite a sort of...
Bro,
you
my
never
head's
quite know
going.
what's happening.
Oh, here we go! Here we go! What the fucking hell? What a goal that is!
Do you know what that reminds me of? Do you remember fucking Carrick, Chicharito against Chelsea? Exact same fucking
I thought
goal.
he must have been offside or something. I was like,
What a goal!
Mate!
Yes.
Half Bruno Fernandes, half Gabriel.
What a pass this is. Who's this?
Dreams can come true.
Matic
You know?
to Bruno. That's a
well on time,
fantastic
mate.
pass.
Honestly, that's why I was like, what?
And Donnarumma's bottled it. Donnarumma's come halfway out and shit himself there in case he runs into a 5'6" attacker.
Yes!
He's fucking heads it backwards.
What did I say?
AMAD.
What did
When you
say?
come on as a
Diallo.
substitute for Anthony Martial in Europa League against Milan Jitland,
He heads it backwards.
It's meant to be.
You know what? That's a brilliant header.
That's one of the best finishes I've ever seen.
Me too.
Fucking hell.
Me too.
So we've seen the worst miss.
That's one of the best finishes I've seen tonight. Certainly. Almost
Tell
as
me a
good.
better finish you've seen at Old Trafford ever than that.
What a fantastic goal that is. And it's so good for him getting his goal. What is that? His third appearance for Manchester United?
I mean, what is it like? He had about 100 minutes of professional football or something. I was ridiculous. I couldn't believe that had happened. I was like, what? I thought he was offside or something, the way they all just
Caught
stood
me off
still.
guard, that.
And the keeper just sort of seemed to stop.
Because he came out to
And
like
then
5
that's why I
yards
was
out
like,
and then stopped.
Is he offside? Why has he not gone out to him?
See, if Donnarumma had just kept sprinting forward and sort of gone out like that, he may well have got a hand on that. But in the end, he does half of anything. He doesn't stay on his line so he can catch it, and he doesn't go out and block it. Poor goalkeeping, really, but great movement, great awareness. Sensational pass from Bruno, and a lovely header as well.
Oh, no. How many times are we going to regurgitate that chant for different players, man? Come on.
You change the tone.
I don't know the song yet.
Falcao's had it, Romero's had it, and now Diallo's having it.
I don't know.
1 goal in 3 matches for AMAD.
How does Pete Boyle do it? Does he sing it in his head first?
Yeah, I
Does
think
he sing
so.
it out loud
in the mirror first.
Okay, I'll do that.
James Marshall says last play to do that was Little P. Exactly.
Old.
The Little
I remember
P.
when he smashed it in his
Chicharito.
own face.
Yeah, on the line.
That's what Maguire needed.
See, that would have been the worst miss of all time if only his face wasn't in the way.
Yeah, if he bicycle kicked it out of the box.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We were so shit in the first half. Weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the last 15 minutes we weren't so bad and we made a chance in there. Sorry, Diallo's just...
Oh, come on, that's not, you're not allowed. I think if a geezer weighs about 3 stone wet through and you fall over, that's your bad.
Pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
So is this the greatest debut you've ever seen at Old Trafford?
Can't think of any better.
Is this his home debut? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it?
Or has he played at home already? He hasn't had his full debut yet.
No, it's not his debut till we're there, is it?
That's true. And he hasn't started a game yet, so you might get to see that. I hope we do. That'll be good. And it's not going to be this season, though, is it?
We've missed so much fucking shit. I'm fed up of it, man. I never want to go back.
I've seen Bruno like 4 times or something in the flesh.
Sorry, can we just talk about Adam's logic here? This is the most Adam McCollum thing
Has he just said the most like
he just said
ridiculously dramatic thing?
Dan James is through here.
Oh, Daniel.
He just said, we've missed so much fucking shit, I don't ever want to go back.
I love that.
Like,
that's just the
fuck
most.
it.
Yeah,
we've missed 1 year. Now, that's it now. No, you know what? No, if you're not going to give me that year, I don't want any more years. I'm staying in the house for the rest of my life.
I miss Martial Rashford's first ever hat-trick.
Oh, that's painful. That is painful.
I miss Cavani's first ever goal at Old Trafford.
You missed everything Cavani's done at Old Trafford.
Bruno, I missed him. Saw him play against Wolves, bro, in a 0-0 draw.
I've never seen
And
Bruno
City.
play.
He played against City, didn't he?
Played against City. Played against Watford as well.
I haven't seen Tellez.
No.
I mean, we've hardly played him, but I haven't seen him.
Haven't seen Henderson.
I've seen Dean Henderson. He played for Sheffield United.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, he never played against us, though, did he?
No.
And fans weren't in either way. That was your boy's hat-trick, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I heard he misses fans. So I heard. Said he's not scoring until he hears his song again.
Fair enough.
Who, Diallo?
No, you fucking idiot.
Travis Scott says, are we...
Oh, God, I thought he fucked it. Did you see that?
No, I was reading.
If you seen that in natural time, it didn't look like Mctominay did anything, and I just thought Donnarumma fell over. Watch this.
The cross comes in from Dan James.
Watch this.
He's got booked for that,
That's ultimate shithousery, that. Well done, Scott.
Well
Scott
done,
Scott.
Scott. Stop the
Just
attack.
stopping the counter. Travis Scott says, are we keeping him playing Lingard next
The
season?
Travis Scott.
Yeah, I think it is the Travis Scott.
That's a foul.
Is the Travis Scott just got a orange circle with a T in it?
Yeah.
That's his normal thing. That's his logo, isn't it?
It's a Google logo, isn't it? I mean, can you not
Well done.
jump around?
No, hurt yourself as well doing that.
Someone said, thanks, Adam, I'm now deaf, when you screamed when Donnarumma fell over. It's funny that everything that happens in football makes a grown man fall over, isn't it? Any contact, Donnarumma had his hand back here. Someone kicked it and he fell over. Like, imagine that in real life. Anytime,
imagine you got in a fight in the street.
Or you go around the corner.
And you throw yourself on the floor.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
You go around the corner with your trolley in Tesco, it just bumps into just fall on the floor. Like, what is going on? How come everything ends in someone laying down?
When your cousins come around and you're like, you're messing around with them, having a little, playing around with the kids and they come around, then you accidentally make one cry.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah.
I did it. I just twisted their arm too hard. I didn't mean it. He did it on my arm first, look. I didn't cry.
Oh, shit.
Showing a big red arm.
Chinese
Diaz.
burn, that's called, isn't it?
Oh, good block by Maguire and then cleared away by
I don't want to say what I was just about to say, so I'm going to have a look at it instead.
Okay, cool.
Which is great for those at home that are watching.
Free kick
that's
again.
not a foul, that.
I think Tellez is pretending he's hurt himself.
Goes over the top of someone.
What was Henderson's first game in this run? Sociedad.
Maybe, yeah. Sociedad away.
No, because then he played against Chelsea, didn't he? De Gea played against Chelsea, sorry. So, against Sociedad, Palace and City, clean sheets galore for Hendo.
I think he's got 5 clean sheets in a row for United at the minute.
It's that obviously it's different for Henderson because he's been playing in the game. He's not been playing like Romero was, where he just comes in for the cup games. He's been playing in some Premier League games, important ones like City. But at the start of the season, that record was a little bit inflated by the fact he played in those cup games against the teams we should beat. That's why Romero's record used to look a little bit dodgy in the light, man.
Henderson creeping out.
Have it.
No. Good clearance there by Bruno. Sort of backheeled it away.
Oh, why don't someone talk? You fucking... That could have just went straight through to Dean Henderson there.
I might be wrong. He looked like he was shouting. I thought he was shouting.
He did go, and then he went, and then they both just...
I think that's what Scott McTominay's shouting at him.
Dare Taylor says, Donnarumma went full Peter Shilton there and shit himself to challenge a 5-foot player for a
Love
header.
that. Brilliant.
I fucking hate Peter Shilton.
I do as well.
Why?
He's an absolute dickhead.
I don't know enough about
he's
why.
a proper Brexit right wing.
Right.
I love the Queen and hate Meghan Markle, and Brexit means Brexit nonsense. And no matter
Brexit does mean Brexit for those at home, though.
In terms of definition, like look at it in the dictionary. I suppose it does. But yeah, that phrase has come to mean something else. Hold on, hand up.
You should have held that, though.
Yeah, to be fair, it was on his near post.
Is Tellez all that?
He serves a purpose.
Because we all say he's a great signing because of what he's done to Luke Shaw, which is, Luke Shaw's done well. But is Tellez all that?
I don't think there's much difference between the levels you get from Tellez and you get from Brandon Williams at left back. I don't think there's like a massive difference.
That's worrying, right? Because Brandon Williams literally just come through.
Yeah, I
suppose it's Tellez's first season.
I think
with a new team.
I think, like I said,
Played Eric. Go on, AMAD. What's AMAD doing up for them?
More than
That's
Wan-Bissaka.
They're trying to get a penalty.
He's going to give it.
No.
Don't foul him, Greenwood. Don't foul him, Mace.
There, Greenwood.
Mace scares me when he's...
Here we go. Come on now.
Oh,
Find
that...
a man.
Oh.
Not quite there. Oh, Donnarumma can come out now, can't he?
Just... Ah!
Tom Fox, Bailly makes me feel both happy and defensively
Sick.
secure.
You got AMAD's picture? Can people see that at home?
Yeah. There's his little celebration. Nice, isn't it? Do you know what it means?
Is this it?
You look like you've taken a lot of drugs and then you just laid on a sofa at someone's house at 7 a.m. So
what have I done this?
Fucking sick. Don't text me, Mum. Don't text me, Mum. I'm all right.
And then an hour later, you're like,
don't ring it up.
Ed and the Doglands.
Yeah. Hey, I've got everyone bacon sandwiches.
Bacon's haram. What have I told you about bringing me bacon sandwiches, Joe?
You brought them to everyone else. Not the other way around. Abdullah Ibrahim says, does anyone even rate Donnarumma? He just seems massively hyped because he made his debut at 16.
And because he's
I
Italian.
don't think he's shown anything special. Joe, my name is pronounced Dara. Point taken. Noted. What are your thoughts on Donnarumma? Do you know him that well?
No, I don't know a lot about him. I mean, obviously, it's ridiculous for a player, a goalkeeper, especially to make his debut at that age. But from what I've seen tonight, it looks bang average.
Yeah.
Nah, but
go on.
I've not seen him. I'm not going to.
You've got to be careful to not judge him off one game.
No, I know, but I'm not going to pretend I've seen him because I haven't.
I think he is a keeper that's beyond his years, and I don't think you get through somewhere at like AC Milan without being that. His reputation's obviously not held by the fact he's one of Mino Raiola's clients, and he tried to make him leave AC at the start.
Really?
Well, it seemed like it was going that way, but then he signed a new deal. I think he's a magnificent, talented goalkeeper, and I think in 4, 5, 6, 7 years' time, we'll all be talking about him as being up there. And I think, remember how we were talking about Pirlo earlier?
Yeah.
And when we had this discussion about Pirlo earlier. Now, obviously, Pirlo is, without a doubt, a magnificent talent. But there was a certain period in time where people started to care about him, because long before, people never cared about Pirlo.
No.
After Italy won the World Cup and he had a beard and he took pictures in vineyards.
No, it was way after that.
It was.
It was 2012 when people started caring about
See what I mean,
Pirlo.
though? But basically, it was when he was cool to look at. When he had a beard and stuff.
It was when he went
was
from
beard gang only, bruv.
Yeah.
A lot of it was against England as well.
It was when he went from AC to Juve when people started. Like, AC didn't renew his contract.
A lot of that was like.
Bare hipsters got on that train really late.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is poor. Bruno, you're a dickhead for that pass, bro. He's 18 years old, and you're giving him that pass back.
Bloody hell. You had to get that right, and he did. Well done, Eric Bailly.
He had 3 men around him, and you just rolled it to him. Have some consideration for the youngers, bruv.
Carl Hagen, United.
That is a pass.
United look like they've had a kick up the arse at half time. James gets the second, and Luke comes on to create change.
Well done,
create
Mason.
a chance for Mason. Up the Reds.
Murder.
Get a bit of a prediction there from Carl. Let's see if we can get 2K likes.
You know what, though,
yeah?
You know about this game?
2K likes
You'd probably worry going to the San Siro with a 1-0 lead. But with no fans, it's different prospect,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be played in the San Siro?
I think so.
Portugal?
Yeah, well, when did we play? Didn't we play that the other night? The other week?
We played in Turin, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, not in the San Siro.
I'm assuming Italy has the same
Daniel's
laws.
son.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Son.
Just holding the ball a bit now.
Oh, can we make a Danielson tee?
What, Daniel James like that?
Yeah,
Right.
Johnny.
That'd be good.
Johnny Bucker, whoever. Hold the mic. I want to fucking hold the mic. I'm like fucking MC fucking Grinder, mate.
MC Grinder.
The effortlessness of Pirlo's passing and the way he used to strike a ball was unbelievable. Not a patch on Scholesy, though.
Yeah, people got into a period where if you said a midfielder was better than Pirlo, they'd go, "How dare you say that?"
Yeah.
Like Pirlo
It was
a
a late bloomer in terms of
Yeah.
people like
He
it.
grew a beard when he was about 32, and then
Yeah.
everyone started saying
I
he's
think
been
a
the
lot
best
of it
player in
was
the
to
world
do with
for 10
England
years.
stuff. Like when we played Italy, he told us a new one.
Rory
didn't he?
Jennings in
A
the
lot of people were
comments.
saying,
Shout out
boom.
Rory. Me old mucker.
Me old mucker. Proper Yorkshire, that.
Is it?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. All right, cock.
I feel
Me old mucker.
Cock is.
Yeah, cock
Bab's
is-
a Brummy thing.
Bab's a brother.
Maybe Mucker's just. Maybe
Duck-
Mucker's just like
Duck's a bit
Midlands.
Brummy
Duck's
as well.
Stoke, innit? Duck.
Is it?
All right, Duck. No, that's York. That's Sheffield.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I mean, I'm sure they say it's Stoke as well, but it's Yorkshire.
Here's a good one. AMAD Mckola.
That's nice.
Is it?
I like that. Do you like that?
Yeah. When I take a picture with AMAD now, one point in
Yeah.
the future, which will happen, probably
It
when
will.
he wins the Ballon d'Or, I can put Adam X AMAD.
Nice.
Nice.
Nicely done. Hey, think about that.
Rory says, was definitely the moody photos in the vineyard that elevated Pirlo. Anytime you see a sort of a distinguished gentleman with a suit swilling a glass of red wine, there's a lot of people that want to enjoy that, isn't there? From all parts,
And
all
I
walks
think
of life.
a few man wanted to secretly bang him.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to suggest
sorry,
there, but
yeah.
in a slightly more subtle way, perhaps. Who knows? Much like the grapes in the wine he was drinking,
He was
I
so
wanted there
eloquent
to be a
and so painting
subtle...
his picture and he was, I love you, man, wanted to bang him.
And that's the thing, let's be
Few
honest.
man wanted to stick
we
it
all
in him,
wanted
bro.
to shag him, didn't we, lads? Fuck, come on. A little class, please, Adam. Tom Shadbolt says, no comment, just thanks for doing these, lads. Thank you for watching,
Yeah,
and thank you for your
appreciate your
super
support.
chat as well, mate. Yeah,
Love you. Who was that?
massive.
Tom.
That was Tom, yeah.
Love you, Tom.
Love you too. Wait, what? I said Joe. United just conceded a little header there, didn't we? 6 yards out.
Yeah, it went over though, thankfully.
Yeah.
Game's opened up a little bit more.
What do we think about this Kessie kid? Because we got a comment here saying this Kessie kid looks good. Feels like he could do a job as a number 6 Akbar Mia. Shout out Akbar.
He does look good. If you notice, though, as you can see right now, they've got 2 deep line players. They've got, we always talk about, do we need Fred and McTominay? Do we need Matic and Fred, whoever you want to put together? They're doing that same thing. So we'd be like, oh, get Kessie and he can play number 6 by himself. Well, he isn't doing that. Look, he's literally 6 yards away from
someone next to him.
His partner there. So, I don't think it would necessarily be like, bring him in. He can do that role by himself like we want.
No, I agree.
But he looks like a good player. And that's the thing. He's got 9 goals for them this season. So he's chipping in front of goal as well. He's not just someone who stands in front of the defenders.
Monetising dissent says, Mocha comes from Irish, Mokara. I think that's how to say it. Mochara, meaning my friend.
Very nice.
Nice bit of knowledge there.
Where does cock come from then, Joe? Where do you
Cock.
think?
Cock comes from, your dick.
What?
It's a nickname for that.
How dare you? When someone's like, all right, cock.
All right, cock.
Because I hear that in a pub. If I go in a pub in Worksop, so, all right, cock.
I think cock, like, older people in Manchester say cock.
Usually. Sure. Sorry, what, Jay?
I said older people in Manchester used to use cock. You're right, cock. Hey. I ignored what he said about your mum.
Well, your mum?
Hey. Just always brings it down to the most basic level.
Oh, God.
Ines says, I don't...
Would have been like me and Steve in the office the other day, just shouting at each other then.
Yeah, that'd be good. Don't think I'm too early in saying Diallo's mint.
I'm glad we can laugh at that now.
Well, I don't know. Can we?
Anish Joshi says, our shape's gone. I think that's happened to a lot of people during lockdown, hasn't it? A few pounds here and there.
Some people just want me to swear in Indian. That doesn't get us demonetized, does it?
I'm not sure.
So you can say puddi and that.
What does that mean?
Puddi. If I say what it means, you'll get demonetized.
Okay, write down a piece of paper and then just put it in front of me and I'll set it on fire.
YouTube isn't just English.
Do you think that they don't demonetize swearing
100%.
in other languages?
Nah.
Very English focused then.
Yeah, I reckon. There's some geezer in San Francisco sitting there watching the videos. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know what that means. They're idiots, mate. All these fellas.
What?
In Silicon Valley.
People putting some swear words in the comments.
Go hit that like button.
Sure. Yeah, let's get us up to 2,000 likes.
Is there anything? Because obviously in these watch-alongs we tend to. I be honest with you. The only reason I like the watch-along is because we can have a chat.
Yeah,
and laugh. And like
it's a good little laugh in it.
But like, is there anything else that you want? Should we add little segments? Do you want? I don't know.
Like a chocolate orange.
We are going to try and get more guests in. The problem is at the moment,
yeah,
COVID and that in it. I don't know if you've noticed there's a worldwide pandemic going on.
Yeah.
Ronaldo Brown said it's called Plandemic, but don't know about that personally.
Yeah, more guests I think I'd like.
Yes.
No offense.
I like when we get Quinny on, Freddie.
He's going to be here at the weekend as well.
Freddie will be here on Sunday.
But then we can't just have Freddie on all the time. Sorry, Fred.
You know, you can't win with him, can you?
No.
You literally, I like it when we get Freddie on. He's on this weekend. We can't just have Freddie on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can't get lazy.
Off.
Like, I hollered at Raheem.
That's no nickname.
I hollered at Raheem. Raheem's going to be on soon.
When is he on? Are you on with him?
Hopefully. The dates that he said I couldn't do. So if you want me to be on with him, because I do need to kind of, because he says some outrageous shit.
He said a couple. He said
that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm worried because there was one where when it was Devils, I had to check 5 times that it was taken out. Like, you've not left that in, have you? Yeah. No, show me that. That's
he
gone.
said he would say some stuff, and even I would go. You do know that's.
I'm not someone who's particularly aware of.
He's ace, right? He is ace, but he'll say the things that we might say off camera,
right?
Especially about say the owners, or for example.
Okay.
Like.
No, he's allowed to talk about the owners on camera.
No,
what he's saying is weird.
Yeah,
you're allowed to talk about the owners on camera.
But we say it on camera.
But he says stuff like, "I wish they were all dead."
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah.
And then he expects us to put it in a video,
like you've just done. Harnam Jandu says,
Mate,
I told you
about you and Raheem together. Forget it.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance. Not on my shift.
Harnam says, I told you, man, at halftime, my mum's juju was going to win the game.
Well, he did.
I mean, the game hasn't finished just yet, but if there's anything we can believe in, it's that. So
Connor says, get Polish Irish Dave on. I'll shout him.
Yeah, he's meant as well.
It's a bit too cool for school, though.
Is it?
You know.
Yeah.
Chills with the top reds on.
He stands behind me at Old Trafford.
He might not. You know.
He's,
but he does do fan cams for us.
Yeah, he's one of the ones.
We separate friends when we do some of that. It's like you do it, but you go back to your mates and like fucking do the fan cams of that, you knob.
So when everyone was chanting that chant at Old Trafford, And all the lads around me were pointing at me.
What was the chant?
Fan cams are
But they weren't thinking about us.
Rhymes with bonces.
Cool. Charlie Bozza says Kessie is more.
They weren't thinking it at us.
Yeah, they weren't.
Okay.
But the people around me,
The other lots.
were, like pointing at me.
In denial. Kessie is more of a box-to-box player than a CDM. We don't need that, to be honest. If it were up to me, I'd be going straight for Ndidi. And in the words of Paul Merson, the lad's different gravy.
Different gravy.
What does different
Oi, lads.
gravy mean, by the way?
Go on.
Remember when we were talking about Neymar before? You used that have realised he's got his sister's birthday off again, innit?
Right, have we got that allegedly thing?
We can't do
on the
this.
ready.
Get the fucking
Right,
allegedly
just get it at the
proper
ready.
ready.
'Cause when he starts talking about Neymar and his sister, I start panicking. Genuinely, right?
Sorry, someone commented about it. In the
The
thing,
guy likes his sister. He loves his sister. He attends her birthday.
It's her
Nothing
birthday
wrong with
today,
that.
actually.
Well, there you go.
Fucking hell. See? Look, PSG vs Barcelona. Neymar ruled out as his sister's birthday curse strikes again. Happy birthday to Neymar's sister. Neymar's probably hanging out the back of her.
Right, thank you. Jesus.
It's her birthday today, lads.
Wept.
You know what's mental? She's born 9 days before my brother.
That is mental. I can't
It's the
believe
same,
that.
yeah?
That's insane.
That's really.
Do you know
Yeah.
something?
What?
I've never heard that because
Dan James has just done Annie Maguire a favour. But, yeah, Harry, I'll do a miss almost as bad as yours.
it's not anywhere near as
No,
bad,
it's
but
not.
it's bad.
It's bad though.
That is as bad.
That is
no, it's
shocking.
not as
It's not
bad.
as
He's
bad.
a fucking
Shut
left
up.
winger, you idiot.
Shut up.
That is as bad,
No,
bro.
it's not as
It
bad.
is as
Don't-
bad, bro.
Adam, you're being wrong again.
This geezer literally said Torres is as bad as Maguire. If Torres is as bad as Maguire, that's as bad as Torres is. So now what?
But you didn't
Pudding.
agree with him,
Yeah.
dickhead.
You threatened to walk off when I said that.
Yeah, yeah. So now you're
That is
using
worse.
his logic that
Shall I
you
tell you why
didn't
that's
agree
worse?
with to use it as logic
Shall
against me.
I tell you why that's worse? He's running onto it.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 He's a fucking attacker.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
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 And that's why.
Oh, nice. Felt like you were going to have a third point.
He had
but
half the goal to
predictably,
aim
you
at.
didn't. Per Christian says, really like James, great squad player, can play on both wings. If Martial is injured, do you think we'll see Hugo anytime soon? Always enjoy the watch along with you three. Keep it up, lads.
We were talking about Joe Hugill, before the game, me and Baggers, and we said I personally think it'll be another season before we see him. I don't think we'll see him this season. Maybe next season he'll get a
Long
couple of
said
games.
just as bad. Mubarak says this is as bad as that. Oh wait, are you agreeing with me or not, bro? Could you call me an idiot at the same time?
I agree.
Mubarak, you can't agree with me. Make me read half comment out and then end it with you idiot, bruv. What's going on with that?
He's tricked you there. Cameron S.
Proper
with a
done me
super
there.
chat. Please bring back the Neymar's sister bit. The Neymar's sister bit. That was the funniest watch along ever. We can't bring it
Neymar
back.
sis has got it going
Please. I think Bruno's coming off. Is he?
There was a bit. What's the bit? What's he on about?
on. It is wrong though.
Bruno
innit?
and Wan-Bissaka are coming
It
off
is.
for Fred and Luke Shaw at the moment.
It is.
There you go.
There's
Oh,
something
it's Brandon Williams, sorry,
not
not Luke
right,
Shaw.
isn't it?
Fucking hell, the weather's
Listen,
horrific,
Do you know
isn't
what?
it?
Yeah. Do you know what's more mental to me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it more mad? It's madder to me that we've taken Bruno off in this game, and we started him in a game that meant literally nothing.
Mm.
Like, surely this is a game where you'd leave him on because the game's still in the balance, 20
Yeah,
minutes left. But 4-0 up, let's start him in that game.
Is there a chance he's injured?
I hope not. But
If
they're
he
both
is-
going straight
if
down
he
the
is,
tunnel.
We are fucked. Rashford out, Pogba out, Martial out, Bruno out,
Cavani
out,
Donny out.
Donny out,
Pogba out.
I said that.
Oh, did you?
Listen up. We might be genuinely.
Yeah, but you're forgetting one thing.
Go on.
West Ham haven't got Jesse Lingard.
That's true. That's true. They ain't got their best players
All
either.
those players you've just mentioned, and them not having Lingard balances it out.
That's worrying, isn't it? I hope
I
he's
reckon
not injured.
Mctominay would just score a hat-trick.
Could
Bruno
we
would
recall Lingard
Yeah.
and play him
I think,
against West Ham?
I think we could.
I reckon he'd say nah.
What did you say no?
Who'd say no?
Like, your employers say come and play
we
for us.
pay you 100 grand
Yeah.
a week, and you
No.
you can't say no. Apparently, they were told to go to the dressing room when they've come
Yeah,
off
you
there.
don't
So
wanna get
maybe
a
the
flu,
fact
innit?
that Bruno and Wan-Bissaka have gone straight down the dressing room doesn't indicate that
I mean,
they're
I
injured.
literally just said they're both going, so maybe there's nothing wrong with them. But, you
Yeah,
know,
none of us
ignore
said,
me,
no,
it's all
you're
right.
wrong. Yeah, Simon Stone has said it.
Oh, so you believe Simon Stone, but you don't
'cause
believe me?
Yeah, because he's in the ground and he gave information that you didn't give.
What does he know that I don't?
He knows that they were told to walk
When
down
was
to
the
the
last time
touchline.
he was
He
right
knows.
about
He
something?
knows his birthday.
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you know
Do you know his sister's birthday is only 9 days off his brother's birthday?
Neymar's sister's off my brother's birthday.
That's what I said.
But isn't it weird?
It's not weird.
Two people who've got no connection
don't have the same birthday.
But I'm not on about that. I'm on about the other thing. Isn't it weird?
Two people don't have the same birthday.
Isn't it weird?
He keeps getting it off.
He keeps having her off.
There's nothing wrong with that. No, he doesn't. He loves his sister. He goes to a birthday party.
But does he love her too much?
No. He loves the appropriate amount of love.
Mm-hmm. But it's not right.
That's legally allowed for us to speak about.
I think your love length.
I think I'm not even talking about this. I reckon you could say it's unprofessional.
What, to shag your sister? Unprofessional?
I mean that he keeps getting it off work. Fucking LJ. I mean that he keeps miraculously being injured for his sister's birthday.
I was about to say there's certain words I call it, but unprofessional isn't one of them. Neymar, we're really pleased with your performances. We're happy with everything you do, apart from...
I'm sorry, One Football. So download that.
So I wonder what you meant. Right, I get you. Yeah, it's unprofessional to keep having that time off, but I don't think there's anything to it.
You think it is coincidence?
Yeah, I do.
He's injured all the time as well, let's not forget. It's not just around his sister's birthday.
I don't buy into
That is always around his sister's birthday.
No, I said it's not just
He literally
around
missed, like, when we played Paris, he missed months, and then people go, oh, look, he's had his sister's birthday off again. And also, the 3 months surrounding
Yeah, because he plants the seed in it. We know what you know them ones. You know when you're in work the day before, you go, oh, feeling a bit ill, you know.
Did anyone else have the chicken? Oh, you didn't. I had the chicken from the canteen, and I've had the squiddly diddlies.
That's what he does.
I'll be honest, my arse
3
has
weeks
been
before he'll hold his hamstring up.
like a gravy boat.
Now, lad.
And you're like, do you like need to go off? No, I'm all right. It's just a tight one.
I'll try and play through it.
Very tight.
Then the next week he plays. Oh, boys. That was about
Do you know that when I was telling you about
You've aggravated it, haven't you?
I was telling him
Yeah,
last
he
week
was.
it was feeling a bit tight.
He did
seeds planted. He's got the next 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
He's flying over to Brazil.
Yeah.
Next thing you know.
That's it.
Yeah,
There's another.
That's enough.
Another little Neymar.
Like,
can we get one more?
All right, let's have a look at his injuries. I've got a list of all his injury history
let's
here.
do that.
This isn't the time.
Let's do this. No, it is the time for this. It is the time for this. This is exactly the time when we're going to talk about Neymar's injuries.
All right, go on then.
All right. So her birthday is March the 11th. Yeah.
No way. That is literally
3
days before my brother's. That is mental. That is mental.
Look.
Yeah, 14th of March, our kid's birthday.
All right.
No
That's
way.
insane.
This is
See what I
burning
mean?
my head out.
And that's 6 days before my brother's birthday.
Who'd have thought?
Mental.
Seriously.
All right. 16, 17.
Yeah.
He had a week off between March the 9th and March the 16th. With a mystery muscular problem.
It wasn't a mystery.
What a muscle.
Your cock's a muscle, right?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I knew that was coming.
How can you even say
I was
this?
waiting for the
This is-
moment.
I think this is illegal, this conversation.
Okay, following season. 17, 18. Cheeky little metatarsal fracture. February
What, you
the
think
26th.
he's faking that he broke his foot?
Yeah, but he got it 2 weeks before her birthday, bruv. February the 26th.
saying it like it's a
he leaves
birthday
his
present.
foot in a challenge, gets stamped on. Oh, that's crunched. Then he's got 90 days off till May the 27th. But she had a great
See,
birthday
90
that
days
year.
is like 3 months, so it's like it's a bit of a stretch.
She had a
goal.
great birthday that year.
He's done that just to get.
I
his
think
birthday
they
off.
went on a cruise and stuff that year for her birthday. He was cruising all right. And then the following year, another little cheeky metatarsal fracture in 18, 19. Keeps him out 85 days between January the 24th and April 19th. Yeah, but enough time to absolutely
So he misses
blow
a
your load
third of the season
inside.
almost.
But here's the thing, where does she live?
And
Does
then
she
the
live in
following
France?
year, he had a bruised rib for 2 weeks in Feb, so he blagged it there. Did her birthday
Can
early.
we get the allegedly thing back up?
Did her
'Cause
birthday
please, can
early.
we?
And now he's injured again around her birthday.
He's just had bad luck with injuries around that time.
She's
It's
had
just-
good luck with birthdays.
It's just a coincidence. And whilst I'm off injured, I may as well go and see her because it's a birthday. That is all it is.
Yeah. Fred's on.
Allegedly.
No, Fred is definitely on. United holding the ball a little bit better. it's quite important that we end this 1-0 rather than 1-1, isn't it? Like, not conceding is pretty massive at this point.
Yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we, earlier, about the away goals. I don't like the fact you're giggling and looking at things.
Tafara said 3 days before Mother's Day. That's suspicious.
I think it's even more important that we end this conversation and move on to the one about the football team that are playing.
Nah, she just loves... They just got a great relationship. 1-0 United, 10 minutes to go. AMAD Diallo. Remember the name?
Those 2 subs, does that indicate that we're going a bit more defensively, taking Bruno off, putting Fred on?
He's brought Fred on, and who came on? Who did Shaw come on for? Because Shaw, Williams, and Fred have come on.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who he came on for.
So it's Wan-Bissaka,
Dan James.
Sorry,
Dan James, Wan-Bissaka, and Bruno.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the proper makeshift of the most makeshifts, isn't it? This team now.
Okay, now. Some further evidence.
Adam, please. Can someone take his phone?
We're not going to show people at home. I'm going to show you like I hear.
Well, that's no good for people at home, is it?
It's a bit
Who
weird,
theoretically these
topless kisses.
No, come on.
That could have been anyone.
Do you know what? I hate stuff like that because it's like people. Remember when someone had go at David Beckham for kissing his daughter?
Yeah, but that was stupid. Not of Beckham, of the people. That's his daughter.
What? Yeah.
But you know, like look at that, bro. I was looking in her, like, bro.
I've never made eye contact with any of my siblings.
I know.
Not like that, you haven't.
I haven't
With
seen
your
the
tongue out.
I have seen the picture.
Looking in their eyes.
Can you stop looking at your sister, please? I have to tell you again.
She looks exactly like him as well. That's so I can understand. He probably fancies himself a bit.
Are you worried about the away leg, Adam? Because this has been not great, has it?
I'm not worried about this and the game's in balance. Europa League is something.
It's a treat for me.
I don't care about it.
If
And
we
it's
won the
real
Europa
bad,
League,
real
right,
bad, Michael
and we
Jackson.
say we win the Europa League and finish 3rd, right? That's a good season.
It is, yeah.
You know, in like considering as well in the summer, you'd have looked at it and gone, we've just finished 33 points off top. We haven't gone big in the transfer window. We ain't going to win the league, right? So let's be realistic. That ain't happening. So are we going to win the Champions League? No. So to finish like top 3 with a trophy, I think would be decent.
Yeah, me
more than
too.
decent. I think it'd be a good season. Especially if, you know, Scott, what are you doing? He's going to get a red card there.
He's
going to yellow, hasn't he? He booted the keeper, didn't he?
Yeah, it should be that. I mean,
Oh God, James asking us questions.
What
about
James?
Meghan and the royal family. We don't want to go there. Do
fuck off, Dallo.
Alpha Omega.
Crowding the ref to try and get
read out
Mctominay sent
Alpha
off
Omega's
I saw
super
it.
chat.
You read it.
Read it.
Dallo trying to get Scott McTominay sent off. He can fuck off.
Did you read out Scoreline Junior?
Round the referee.
Scoreline Junior said Neymar did a madness at OT, though could easily win the next Ballon d'Or. Have you seen his all-time stats versus Messi and Ronaldo at 28? Bro, trust me, I rate Neymar, you know, on the pitch and stuff.
Do you think this has became a thing though, where people? It was almost like a bit hipster to say Neymar was shit. Like lots, I saw quite a bit of socials like saying, "Oh, Neymar's shit and he's not even all that, and he just dives and all that." And I'm like, well, he's actually an exceptional footballer.
And he's got like
you'd love
70 goals.
Yeah,
I think it's because he looks like a pussy. So you know when someone looks like a pussy, it must be hard to say is quite good because you just think, look at this fucking.
I mean,
look like he's got the.
It was ridiculous at Barca.
The mad hair, like everything. Where is it? Kind of like anime hairstyle, isn't it?
Yeah. Free kick here to Milan, so it's put off 20 yards out.
Yeah, I get why people dislike him, but I think he's.
But that's the
after
thing, innit?
Messi and Ronaldo is the best.
You can dislike someone, but I think people sort of conflate that with not rating them as a footballer as well. Do you know what I mean? So like,
go on, Mace.
It's like when people used to hate on Ronaldo when he was at United and say, "Oh, he's not even all that," just because they hated him so much they couldn't admit that he was a good footballer.
Last sort of 5-10 minutes, Milan have had all the ball, haven't they?
Yeah.
United really not done anything since we made those subs. It surprises me that he made those subs, really. I'm questioning whether someone's got a bit of a knock or something. Because taking Bruno off, like you said, at 1-0 up, it's not like this tie's done. It's not like we couldn't do with another goal. 1-0's a pretty...
But I suppose in a sense, maybe
position.
Ali's kind of thinking, look, defensively, Bruno's not contributing much anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you losing out on if you take him out of the team at that point?
And this isn't the sort of game where we're probably going to go 2-3-0, is it? We don't necessarily need Bruno going forward as much, although we are attacking down the right side.
And I think going there with a lead, however small or big or whatever, it forces them to have to attack you in that game.
Yeah.
And we prefer to play on the counter-attack, don't we?
That's a good point, yeah. Making sure that we keep a clean sheet completely changes the composition of the game next week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I do think it's not been a great performance, but it's been a very good result if we can hold on. That's not a foul, ref.
We'll be, after the game, of course, when the full-time whistle's blown, me and Jay will be back for the review. The review is pinned in the comments, so go in the comments, click on that, get the tab open, let it warm up, and we'll be there.
Straight after this.
Yeah,
Give you
straight
a couple of
after
minutes
the game.
make Bruno and we'll get on it.
Yeah, so make sure you check us out there as well, but obviously we'll be here till full-time.
I keep forgetting this is like an earlier kickoff.
I know, it's only...
What time is it now, kid?
20 to 8.
Mate, party time.
Usually about to kick off, about now. The second leg, I believe, is at 8 o'clock.
See, that's the thing, you know.
And also, again, for anyone who's watching at home, we've got West Ham at 7:15 at the weekend on Sunday. Since when's that been a Sunday kickoff? Anyway, anyone who's thinking it might be 1 or 4, like it's been for the last 15 years, it's 7:15.
Ollie was moaning about that, though, wasn't he? When it was it Everton when we had an early kickoff? I know that's no, it doesn't have to be.
Well, in this case, we've got a late kickoff, an early kickoff, and then a late kickoff. So
played Mace.
That's a great tackle. That. Tamori there with the tackle, I think.
He's been
nibbles in there though.
Non-stop this half.
Go on, Fred.
Mason
Go on.
Greenwood.
Oh, played. Is that
Did well
Tamori
there,
again?
Yeah, Tamori.
Chelsea sent him on loan, didn't they?
It's weird that because for a few months under Lampard, everyone was raving about him.
No, but he's a good
there.
player. I don't know who did they play at the moment. I think Christensen's good, Rudiger's good, but you still see him getting an opportunity
Bad
there
ball.
if he was at the club.
Yeah.
Because Thiago's injured now. Zuma, Christian. See over Zuma. I think Zuma's half decent. You got a lot of half decent centre backs there, but I'd rather give Tomori the game time than play them. What do you think?
I think it was a weird one to send him out because the thing with Zuma is he can be brilliant for 10 games, but he can be terrible for 10. Like we saw it.
It was meant to Everton, wasn't it? And then
he was, but
and then he get back to Chelsea. He had a stinker in the 4-0.
Yeah,
an absolute stinker. But then you look at Rudiger, and he had a worldie in the FA Cup final against us, didn't he?
Rudiger, I think Rudiger's very good.
Honestly, mate, it's like unreal.
I don't think he was helped by Lampard's Chelsea.
It's a different animal now, isn't it?
Joe Prisbilowski says, how do you reckon religious monks kept their heads shaved before electric razors?
It's rapid, in.
Surely they must have nicked themselves a few times.
You what? Sorry, say that again. Before, how did monks shave their heads before electric razors?
I reckon sharpened stones.
Yeah,
just put it on.
You use leather. If you use leather, people can sharpen knives with that, don't they?
I think it's just
I've
set
seen
fire to their heads. Just put them out.
Pat it out like people do on ear hair.
So back in the day, in my area where I used to live, like it was a lot of.
If you tell me that you sharpened a stone with a bit of leather,
there's a lot of sort of different immigrants in the area that I come from, innit?
Right.
Loads of different.
Good.
And
Diverse.
this Bengali lady,
yeah,
she used to sit on her step and scale fish,
right?
But she used to do it with this sharp ass knife, and she used to sharpen that knife with like a leather thing like that. So I imagine if you had stones back then, you could. I reckon they cut the hair with a stone.
We've had metal for about 5,000 years, 10,000 more, 20,000 years. When was the Iron Age?
I was about to say
the Bronze
when was the Iron
Age.
Age, yeah.
The Iron Age was thousands of years ago.
Like before monks, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the first monasteries are about 1,500 years old. I think we've had metal since then.
Dara commented saying they use Manscaped.
Very nice.
Monkscaped.
Monkscaped. We're 400 likes away from 2,000. Let's go up to 2,000
3
likes.
minutes.
I'm not from Allenbrook. I grew up in Les Halles and Aston. Not from Allenbrook.
What?
Someone asked me where I'm from.
Oh, right. Is that
your can you hit that like button, comment,
area.
share, subscribe,
Your
Stretford@bigcartel.com. We got 1 minute. Oh my God, he's through here.
Ooh, that's a foul. Dean Henderson took one to the nose there.
Why are you hugging him up like that, bro?
Because he knows he hit him, I think. Do you know when you hit someone and you go, oh shit, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. When you do like a fake punch and you hit someone in the chin, you're like, sorry mate, I didn't mean it. I think he just did that. Took a swipe there. Tellez and Baye sent flying by.
His knee joint is hanging off
that
right now, isn't it?
As well, you can see that on the little graphic on the screen, sponsored by OneFootball. If you've not done so already, check out the app, the OneFootball app.
Yeah.
Because it'll give you all the match updates, all the transfer rumours. It's got all the analytics as well, in-game analytics.
The good videos.
Good videos. It's got the AR stuff that we've all been messing about with in the office. So there's a link in the
Great
description.
tackle,
Also,
AMAD.
Go and check that out.
It's free. So check it out.
The price
Give it a
is
try.
right, man.
Yeah, as Tonali there trying to elbow Luke Shaw in the
Did you
shin.
see that? So basically, AMAD fouled him. It may or may not have been a foul.
It was a foul.
Yeah, okay. And then Luke Shaw's turned him over. Like, let me see if are you really hurt? Let me
faking it.
you have a look. So he's turned him over to have a look and see if he's actually really hurt. Which
Do you remember when Rio used to kick people?
Yeah. Do you remember Rio and
kicking,
Vidic
didn't he?
grabbed
Do you
fuck
remember?
out of Torres when he dived?
Yeah. Rio, usually his own player though, if he was on the floor, he'd go over and kick you. See if you like, if you really
Make sure you're not dead.
Yeah.
Like with some roadkill or something.
Yeah.
Thingy, one of my favourite memories of Rio is when he slapped the linesman. Because I was sat by the tunnel for that one.
Oh, handball! Comfortably handball.
How can it not be handball, you pudding?
He dribbled it like a fucking
bruv,
basketball.
If you can't give that. They shouldn't have had their goal disallowed. Innit?
Yeah.
Innit? You
If
can't.
that's not handball, then neither's the handball for the goal.
No.
But I don't know. I think if VAR,
he skinned him.
VAR takes a look at that, surely they'd give it as an handball if that had gone led to a goal.
It's a good young AC Milan side, isn't it? It's got a lot of
Better
mobility
than I
and
thought it
speed.
was. Would
You
be.
can see why Zlatan's needed though,
I think there was a
because he
little
could
bit of
hold
that.
the ball up,
Yeah.
and bring those
Is
kids
he back
into
for the
play.
second leg? Someone in the
He's
chat.
still a
knows.
doubt.
Yeah.
Because obviously, stick him in his team, you got all sorts of problems, haven't you? From a United point of view. Oh, they've scored.
Why did the sound come through first? Is that Kier? Fucking Football Manager
mate.
G.
Fucking 1-1.
Is it? I heard that goal before
Yeah,
I
me
seen
too.
that goal.
Sound must be
Again,
ahead.
man.
From a fucking corner again. Another set piece.
We need an away goal then.
Yeah. Who is it? It's Matic's man. It just runs away from him and heads it in.
That's a clean header that is there.
Yeah, it just runs off. Oh, see you later,
Now,
Matic.
McTominay's got to go to that as well, though, I think.
I think
Look-
no.
No, he's Matic's man, but look where McTominay is. He's flat-footed just watching it.
Henderson should have saved it.
So Matic should have
there
stayed
as
with his
well.
man and made sure he didn't get there.
Yeah.
McTominay could have tried to get there before, and Henderson probably could have saved it.
Yeah, poor from Henderson, I think. Although on the slow mo, it's going to look worse. Than it? You need to see it full speed. At full speed, my instant reaction wasn't Henderson should have saved it.
No.
In the slow mo, it looks bad. But to be fair, it hits the side of his hand, so you've got to get your hand in the right place. It's not like he couldn't reach it.
Simon Kier, you know.
That's annoying, isn't it? See, now that changes everything. Like we were saying, we can go there, and they can just sit back and 0-0 puts them through now. That's the fucking shit problem with that.
Is it away goals only
I
count
think
in extra time?
I think
in
Ollie's
Europa
having a go
League?
there about that handball because that handball happened and they got the corner and he scored from the corner and he's going mad about something to the ref.
It looked like a clear handball. Clear handball.
Yeah.
Again, we keep fucking doing this, don't we? We keep doing this thing where
Full
we just
time.
let goals go in fucking last minute. Full time there, 1-1. Not the best result, obviously.
Just annoying the way the nature of the
bollocks in the
draw.
last minute.
Yeah.
The scoreboard on the screen, please, Cam.
Last sort of almost last kick of the game for them.
Yeah.
And they get the equaliser. And it's a shame because it would have been a nice story as well for Diallo to get the winner in his debut.
Brian Swarbrick says that goes down as a Henderson mistake. I'm sorry, straight at him, bread and butter for a top keeper. You think?
I
He's got
think
to save
Matic
it.
and McTominay could have done more to stop the shot. But I do think it's a keeper error. And he's made it, bruv. This isn't me saying Henderson isn't the one, because I think he has a bright future at United. But this is why I've been saying, be careful what you wish for in terms of rushing the kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's been talk of us looking at other keepers as
Yeah,
well. I
and
don't
the
want to
thing
get
is, though,
carried away with
let's
one
be
mistake.
honest, the reason he's playing isn't because of anything other than De Gea's not available. I mean, he may well have played this game anyway, but he's playing so much at the moment because of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he's a very good goalkeeper. He should have done better there. Good goalkeepers make mistakes. I mean, the fact that he's got a free header on the 6-yard line is more worrying for me than the fact that, you know, the goalkeeper gets a hand to it and doesn't save it.
I know it's Europa, right, and it's different, but let's not forget our whole away record is this season's been pretty ridiculous as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm not looking at going, well, that's that then.
Yeah.
And plus, you bring back Rashford to this team and Martial's fit or Cavani's fit.
That's one worry, though. We've got.
Do you know what I mean?
We don't know if they're fit, do we? Right, that's going to be all from us. We'll be back in a few minutes for the review. It's pinned in the comments, so make sure you click on that link, and we'll be over there in about 5 minutes. So we'll check you out there. 1-1 in the first leg. A little bit to do now over in the San Siro for Manchester United. Piece of piss will go through, says Adam. We'll see you in a bit.